When there's no hope loving for you who saw me before I knew who I'd be. What I have around me means nothing to me if I can't share it with you. Walking through all the dust, memories and frame, a past we simply let fade. But I don't close the door, waiting the chance for when we'll be back again. You make me feel so crazy, still in love with you. You make me feel amazing when I'm next to you. You make me feel
हेदलोस कैसे हो? लास्ट डे ऑफ पैसिफिक बोलते बाप रे, कभी चालू के कभी खत्म, क्या समझा ही नहीं। कैसे सब लोग, कैसे हो? हेदलोस एवरीबॉडी, हाउस यूज? रिया कुमारी मैडम, आपको क्या चाहिए यार लाइफ में? मारो मारो लेट आया है जस्ट वे 1 मिनट भाई। BO3 है, BO5 है, BO5 है। आईफोन सेटअप किया नहीं, अभी कल मिलेगा टाइम। जिंदगी में टाइम ही नहीं है यार। कल भी मेरे साथ क्या सीन हो गया मालूम है? सुबह 9 बजे सोया हूँ मैं, पीछे बॉडी यूज्ड हो गया क्या 2 घंटे का। PRX 13 मार्च से मद्रिद, देखते भाई देखते। थक गया भाई मैं कल रात से नहीं सोया। वेरी नाइस। चैट, कौन सा आईफोन मिला बंक्स को? आईफोन 15 प्रो मैक्स। स्ट्रीमिंग टिल टुमारो मॉर्निंग, यस। बंक्स बार इस बार जेनजी को सपोर्ट कर भाई, पॉसिबल नहीं है भाई। 2-0 है भाई, 2-0 PRX है, समझ रहे हो? बेस्ट ऑफ 5 में 2-0 का लीड ऑलरेडी है। 3-0 बोलने वाला था, मेरे ब्रेन सेल्स काम नहीं कर रहे। 3 EMEA मैच है, 3 अमेरिका मैच है। रेस्ट लिया ठीक से नहीं यार। मुझे बैंडल गिफ्ट करो, तो को बैंडल गिफ्ट नहीं कर सकते रे बाबा। मेरा हो गया, क्यों? इस बार चैंपियन लीग तक जिंदा रहना बस, और कुछ नहीं। यार थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर कंसर्न। आराम ज्यादा। I am happy that I am inspired by your hard work, Bugs. By thanks for motivating me to do my work seriously. Obviously, all the work you do it seriously. मतलब क्या प्रॉब्लम है आपके 5:30 बजे जाके 9 तक सोने की? पता नहीं यार, पता नहीं, आइडिया ही नहीं है मेरे को। देखते देखते कुछ 6:30 बजे ही नींद आ गया था, लेकिन 6:30 बजे से 9 बजे तक सिर्फ तड़पा हूँ मैं नींद के लिए। आपका गेम प्ले कब देखने मिलेगा? वो 4 सेकंड बाय मतलब मेरा गेम प्ले दिखाते हैं वैसे देखा जाए तो। मद्रिद से होना वॉच पार्टी, पागल हो गया। मेरा चैट पढ़ो, अंडी बड्डी पढ़ लिया। आप मद्रिद जा रहे हो कहाँ से भाई? ना वीजा है ना कुछ। मेरी अक्कियाण माल नेरे अक्कणाण माल नान 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 अक के तेरे अक्किया दा माल नान अक बड़ा बाल तेरा अक नान मालक पड़ के। और बताओ यार, और बताओ क्या चल रहा है? हु गिफ्टेड आईफोन? रिच बाय। समथिंग मारेगा क्या? ऑब्वियसली भाई, हमारे PRX मारता तो है PRX। एक ट्वीट तो बनता है बोथ टीम्स को टैग करके, दिखा दो यू नॉट जिंक्स। लास्ट टाइम मैंने किया था उसके वो लास्ट था रे पिका पिका मेरा हो गया ट्विटर से कितना रेस्ट लिया 2 घंटा बंक्स भाई ब्लॉग कमिंग आईफोन 13 यस उसके लिए मेरे को थोड़ा बाहर जाना पड़ेगा समझ रहे हो 29 के ये रात को हो गया ये 389 के लव यू यार गौरव भाई ना प्यार तेरे अक दे अलेक्स भाई क्या कह रहे
probably not fair to judge because we've only played 2 games and both of them I'm playing the same team again, you know, so and 11 people in our league. I think if we want to be the number 1 team, we need to win like the majority of the games, you know, and then so I hope that I hope that I don't know, we're not there yet. We're gonna prove it. We're proving it again.
아직은 조금
मेरा बेटा क्या कर रहा है?
이른 것 같다고 얘기를 하십니다. 왜냐하면 이제 또 경기를 많이 치르지 않았던 데다가 젠지와의 리매치를
सबकॉर्डिनेट डालने नहीं आता
두번 만나는 것이기 때문에
जॉन बड़ा
아직까지 뭔가
पागल हो गया क्या रे?
가 완벽하게 메꿔졌다고 단언할 수는 없지만 그래도 이제
इससे
리그가
ज़्यादा साउंड बढ़ाओ
계속될수록 좀 승리를 계속해서 거듭하고 또 견고한 모습을 보여줬을 때 그때서야 퍼시픽의 왕좌를 지켜낼 수 있다고 얘기할 수 있을 것 같다고 얘기를 해주셨습니다. Well, thank you, coaches, for the interview. Have a good game.
또
Good luck to you both, and over to you, Victoria. 이렇게 해서 양 팀의 감독님들 만나봤고요. 이어서 분석 데스크 함께 만나보시죠.
Thank you so much, Jen and coaches. You know, she asked Solo what kind of strategies they would be using against Paper X. I was thinking maybe Solo was going to teach the rest of his team the
कैसे रे
Lokia
इतना
move,
सो के
where you
इतना
jump
सो
over,
के
you bar,
कैसे
you jump.
jump over the
मेरा
shoulder.
पूरा हफ्ते का नींद मेरा बेटा एक
That's
दिन
what
में
I
लेता है
like. That's what I was just like.
Whoa.
खुद का साउंड बड़ा खुद का साउंड मेरा ये मैक्सिमम है भाई
Just jump over it, Mario jump it.
इससे
No, it's a
ज़्यादा
really interesting
नहीं हो
interview.
सकता
We mentioned this a bit yesterday.
ये
Alex
कम
said in
करता
his interview before that he looks up to Solo, Termi, and Bile, even the previous coach of Gen.G. They
अभी
used to
ठीक है
be ex-teammates back then, and when Alex was a younger player, he used to study everything they did. So I imagine he's going to be studying everything that they've been doing and trying to get into the mind of Solo, because Solo is
क्रू ओनर
obviously
का
figuring something out.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean,
क्रू का
Solo
कॉर्नर
seems to have
मैसी है
found a good
वाह
balance with
क्रू
this
कहाँ पे
team.
दिखा यहाँ पे
Some level of kind of that static, disciplined Korean style, some good executes, but they seem a little more free-flowing as well. Like, there's a lot of moments where it seems like they're pretty good off the cuff, and that's
क्या ये
maybe just
पेपर
because,
10 का
you know, they haven't had that
61%
much
वो है
time with
क्या
Solo yet, and they have to kind of rely on their own individual skill and those kind of things. But when it gets messy, so far, Gen.G
Mika
has been
Fabs
really,
का
really good. It's been on
67%
the
है
backs of players like Texture, like Karan. Laki has had a couple great clutch moments as well. So, you know, these players have all been there, done that for the most part, except for a couple new ones.
भाई 11 out of 13 61% होता है
dirty with that Paper X style, and I think they're going to hang very, very well, and that's something that Paper X has to be concerned about.
Yeah, I think they do. Now, just when we were looking at our talent predictions, Kilio said this, like nothing has happened the way it should have happened, and I completely agree. A lot of our predictions were
चलो
actually,
prediction
they
texture
were
or something
serious predictions,
something
and
भाई
a lot of teams have surprised us, and this is
12
actually very
घंटा
different
सोया
right
मैं
now.
हाइड दूँ
Today's prediction, we're actually split between Paper X and Gen.G, and this is very different than the very first time these two teams
11
faced
से
off.
ही 13
Yeah,
गलत
definitely
something like
does
that
not feel the same way. It feels like anything can happen right now because we could do all of our analysis. We can base all of our predictions based off of games that we've seen before in the past. But once you get down into that server, once you get on that stage playing with, you know, a whole crowd watching you, feeling everything that's happening at once, everything is different. Everything is different.
सेन का मैच था ना आज बहुत मैचेस है यार बहुत मैचेस है
well. So, you know, I think
Albuquerque cutie in chat सुधर गया
good. They got to feel ready. And well, if not, if they're a little bit shaky,
iPhone दिखाओ अभी सीधा इंस्टॉल होने के बाद
Yeah, I mean, I think we all don't know. This is an even split. I do want to chat with you on your prediction for Gen.G after this.
Gen.G को support करो, PRX अभी जीत दिया
ready
अभी
to enter
PRX.
the stage. So let's see who's going to take their shot at getting closer to Champions qualifications. Is it going to be Gen.G or Paper Rex?
रोहित गेम्स भाई म्यूजिक तो है जैसे बोला बंद कर दिया Hey, music है
Committed position now. Really thinking they're trying to back out of this one.
अरे music का volume बढ़ाओ.
Information.
I can use my DC account but just
My name is Jason, aka Forsaken, and I play for Team PRX.
ठीक है.
By beating my brother and we went to the finals. My brother used his ulti to defuse the bomb and it's like really make us a bit mental down. That round is really important for us and we just lost because he just defused with the 200 IQ always W gaming, so I think it doesn't matter for us. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for Gen.G, I think they're looking really strong with the new member. The player that I watch out for the most in Gen.G is Texture because he play really well and he show us that his duelist is really crazy. I mean, like on fire. So, yeah.
Well,
Even though we play small number of games, but we reached grand final means we still one of the strongest team in Pacific.
Bhai मेरी जान, how's your health? सब बढ़िया.
I'm really excited for what we can show to you guys in Madrid, and I think I hope you guys just keep supporting PRX all the time until we can bring
Full time.
trophy for this year.
Done said. Full support बे. Capsule भी लिया है.
안녕하세요. 젠지에서 활동 중인 메테오 김태호입니다.
कैसा है भाई? सब कैसे चल रहा है?
1경기 끝나고 이제 2경기 들어가기 전에는 진짜 한 걸음 남았다 얘들아 이런 얘기 많이 오갔고 두 번째 맵에서 로터스를 했는데 저희가 세계에서 가장 잘한다고 자부할 수 있고 스크린도 성적이 좋았어가지고 연습해온 대로 했던 것 같습니다. 썸띵 선수가 가장 견제되는 것 같고 항상 썸띵 선수의 플레이를 보고 있으면은 감탄밖에 나오지 않아서
+1
썸띵 선수만 조심한다면 저희가 충분히 이길 거라고 생각합니다. 단 한 경기 결승전만을 남기고 있는데 페이퍼렉스를 이기게 되면 킥오프 우승에다가 그리고 1시드로 진출하는 걸로 알고 있는데 그 점도 저희에겐 유리하게 작용할 것 같아서 페이퍼렉스를 꼭 이기고 저희가 마드리드에 1시드로 올라가겠습니다.
समथिंग स्पेशल तो है भाई, कुछ भी बोलो. हाँ?
The defending kings of Pacific are looking to retain their sovereignty.
ये बंडल का वैंडल भाई क्या आपने?
Their captain, Forsaken.
इससे नहीं है इधर.
The master of mind games, a mind freak. The sultan of clutch divine.
Oh.
The king of flick shots, something.
हर एक
And the
का हो रहा है
final
बे.
piece of this chaotic puzzle, Moniette. They are PRX.
भाई सो पा रहे हो जब देखो लाइव हो गया, पैसे भी खत्म हो गया, कल से सोएंगे. Yo, let's go! ये लोग घूम के फिर से आए ना? ये लोग घूम के फिर से आए बे. भाई कुछ प्रेशर नाम का चीज ही नहीं दिख रहा है. दवाई को देखो, क्यूटी पाई को. दवाई को देख के अभी वही आता था. नाइस थ्रो ला.
Transcending expectations, the squad has surprised us all with their determination and grit. A Royal Rotor challenger in
Cameraman.
the making. Charon, the pillar of Gen.G Meteor. Leading the team, their IGL and Captain Munchkin. The highlight maker, Lakia. And the ace up their sleeve, Texture. Please welcome Gen.G!
Yeah! ओ पूरा घूम के सबका हेलो बोल के जा रहे हो. जरा बोल देना इंग्लैंड जीत गया। क्यों नहीं जीत सकता भाई इंग्लैंड, पागल हो गए हो भाई। मैं आज तक झूठ नहीं बोला पता। वक्त भाई जिंक नहीं है उसका, अभी 2 साल काम है उसको। ऑलरेडी इंजर्ड एक प्लेयर अभी। कोच बोलते भाई एलेक्स भाई का वाइब तो है। Feeling proud in the bit. Let's go. Best of 5 है ना? हाँ जी के 2 प्लेयर फाइनल। कितने आरामी है। हाँ कितने आरामी है। भाई मेरा कीबोर्ड का ये भी टूट गया वॉच पार्टी करते करते। जो कीबोर्ड के नीचे स्टैंड टाइप रहता है ना। ओनर ऑफ PRX इज इंडियन और व्हाट? हाँ ओनर ये इंडियन है। ये लोग खाना भी इंडियन खाते हैं। PRX का 2 गर्लफ्रेंड भी इंडियन है।
It was close, but it did favor Gen.G, so you might want to think twice about playing that same map again. But then again, after seeing everything play out,
Valorant में भी पंजाबी songs बजनी चाहिए।
all across the board.
हर क्रिकेट स्टेडियम में बजती है across the globe। अब यही बचा है। Indian audience already attractive भाई।
Like an icebox maybe?
Huh?
Yeah, I think you've got 3 tough choices here as PRX, where you're going to have to fall into a
Phone
map that
दिखाओ
you're not
setup के बाद।
with, whether it be icebox, breeze, or bind, right? Like one of those 3 is going to come through. They haven't played bind yet, so kind of curious if that's something that
Gamers
Gen.G is
इतने
gonna lean
मोटे
into.
क्यों होते
They
हैं?
were able to get over
काम
DRX,
करके
so
ना।
over time, a map that DRX is
वो लोग बैठे बैठे काम करते हैं इतना ज्यादा, इसलिए मोटे होते हैं। समझ रहे हो? ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ घूमना है और फिर चैट करना है और सिर्फ मोटा मोटा देखना है। तो वो लोग सब पतले रहते हेटर्स। तो उस तरीके
that Sage wall, I don't think they were able to dial up an answer in time.
Yeah, they were really busy this kickoff, I would say.
Just a bit.
They didn't have much time to
आज
fluff
नो
that
डिस्कॉर्ड है ना?
All these Gecko plays coming through, and it happens on a
यार
set as
triple
well. So
grenade रहेगा क्या?
interestingly enough,
मजा आएगा।
Gen.G picks
Snacks,
it
क्या
against
snacks?
PRX because that was the map that PRX had a slightly better time against T1 on.
आज non-stop
with
stream में
slight
क्या?
Forsaken
बहुत
and Fade in
matches
his
हैं।
own-
Just a little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah, a little bit. 13-6, a little bit.
I mean, it's interesting. Both teams kind of maybe leading into the
the
maps I didn't
Lotus.
expect initially. So Gen.G
अरे
they
मैंने
lost.
sarcastic
It's the
way
first
में
time
बोला
around where they've been
है।
able to figure- I mean, they do look a lot better on this map, especially with Meteor and Munchkin lurking around the map. Have been a absolute nightmare for other teams to deal with.
700 यूरो के वजह 80
Alright,
के
but
तो हो
then
गया
leaving
रहेगा।
Breeze for the last one. Bind PRX hasn't shown their bind in the longest time, but we also
Nice heads up.
did see
क्या तुम लोग
how
पागल हो गए हो?
Gen.G
कैसे कैसे तुम
counters
लोग को भी गेम कम
DRX's
मिला? छोटा
Yoru
पा।
pick on bind, which again is something that PRX could do, but then again, you never know. Last year they suddenly picked out Arena, so
I think we might see.
चलो अच्छा
Yeah.
मैप्स देखना मिलेगा यार।
so
Look, there's like 4 agents.
3-1 होना चाहिए ताकि बाइंड Forsaken यूरो देखने मिले। क्या बोलते हो?
Sage, so far this
3-1
first couple
PRX।
seasons.
Gotta collect them all.
Get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
BF5 हाँ
He's
फाइनल
busy
है ना?
picking his Pokedex full.
Here we
Okay.
go into Ascent.
Yeah.
Classic compositions.
Yep.
PaperX playing the same thing that they did yesterday.
Monya
against
by solo
T1. Now,
duelist?
the thing about this composition for PaperX though is that we need every single player to pop off, right? And while Monyet did have some great entries, stats-wise, it wasn't quite up there with the rest of the team. But again, it doesn't really matter if Something and Monyet are working in tandem to secure a lot of these sites. It's just I'm more worried about what Gen.G has prepared because the way that they played Ascent against Data Division shows that they absolutely knew how to play defense.
Yeah, and I think you're going to have a little bit more ability to adjust to the fast-paced PaperX comp with the KO in there to shut things down.
Well,
Gen.G
the Tiger Nation is facing off the Rexes, facing once again to close out the Pacific kickoffs. Taking us through the action is Achilles and William.
Thank you very much. Yes, here we are, another grand final, but this time a very different face on the other side of the arena. PaperX punching a ticket, as expected by a lot of us, to get to this point, to go to Madrid. But it's not DRX on the other side of the arena. It is a different Korean squad, Gen.G, the young up-and-coming challengers, to see if they can take away the throne.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, not entirely unfamiliar faces, right? We've got head coach Solo and Locky on that side. They have succeeded in D3 and DRS before, but this squad, a lot of people thought they're going to need a lot more time. Of course, the talent is there, but they're going to need to grow into it. They say, no, we want to get all the experience we can in Kickoff and go right into Madrid with a strong force. And today, I mean, last time they matched up in Group C, it was a 2-1 map score, so it could go either way.
It very well could. I mean, you're talking about getting experience. Gen.G have been getting the maximum amount of experience, maximum maps, maximum matches to get to this point. Their ticket to Madrid is punched, but they want to go away as champions. They want to come back into stage 1 with higher expectations for the trophy on their backs. Let's see if they'll be able to earn it. Start things off nicely with a map win here on Ascent.
And of course, the Death touch upon it, but the composition's no changes here from what they last showed. PaperX having their own interpretation around this Viper composition, and they have used it quite a bit to great success against T1. So we'll see if Gen.G has studied all the tape. Another difference, of course, PaperX, when they went up against T1, it was against Execute Cypher. And it did prove some trouble for Monyet's Raze, whereas he was kind of getting caught off guard a lot on the entry. It was really the follow-up trades that worked. This time, a little bit more familiarity with the Killjoy setups now on the A site. Looking to just delay that, looking for a retake for Gen.G on A.
All right, well, something starting things off hot.
Bag,
goes
Meteor,
to the
bag.
Takes out Texture. That tip of the spear.
Meteor,
taken
bag.
out. Meteor as well being tracked over in towards main. The door is going to be broken down. The
Bag,
turret
Meteor.
overcomes the damage there. Meteor, the classic.
Bag.
And now it does manage to find a 5, but a quick peek from Forsaken gets the one tap. Meteor goes down and something finds
Nah,
the second
जीत गया
kills.
PRX.
Munchkin will
Nah, हो
fall.
गया भाई, हो गया, हो
Bit of
गया.
a timing mismatch there. I mean, Meteor, he did his best to hold on to main and even popped the Nanostorm before he went off. As you see, a lot of damage still quite doable here for Gen.G considering the health.
नहीं काहे का doable भाई.
Back away.
2v4 है.
Or take back away with Lakia.
By W bay.
This time, no rifle in hand, can't get the win.
ये टीम को नहीं आ रहा
Will get
सकता.
taken down. She's going to be divided. The only one here dead on the side of
ये टीम
PaperX
को नहीं आ रहा
taking this
सकता भाई.
round.
Now, a lot of this, of course, is PaperX just knowing when to keep up the tempo. As soon as they get that contact, they understand that it has to be weak. They got the first skill. They want to push through. I mean, you know it's the Jet peeking out, then you catch sight of the Killjoy. You just want to run through and make sure you destroy everything before backup arrives. So it's a matter of Gen.G just maybe not expecting the entire force to follow at full tempo speed, full running all the way up mid.
No cheeky force by
कैसा ना है रोक ही नहीं सकते बे इनको.
Try to catch somebody off guard, but they swing the corner instantly, and he is taken down.
Yeah, we got to keep in mind that this screen right now is really set up to try to disrupt mid. So Gen.G trying to wonder if that was the case. No, it's a fast push into A.
The Prowler in, Lock it gone. Texture having to dash
Next
back.
round.
Headshot there from Mumbai, pulling his attention.
क्या तोड़ेगा रे?
That Monyet picks up a 3K, looking now for potentially the 4. Meteor goes down to 15 HP. Jump shot, get him in the head. A 4K for Monyet. Gotta say, this is the highest start that we've seen from him thus far.
Yes, I mean, we saw it in the win contribution graph as well. Monyet not really being a big part of the round wins that PaperX has gotten. That's not to say that he's not necessarily playing his role. You see, whenever he's playing this Raze, his goal is to just create that space, create those angles, create those trades for his teammates. No better teammates to have for that other than this squad on PaperX.
मैं भी उधर ही हुई थी
यार मजाक से हटकर खेलने का मन कर रहा है.
Right from round 3.
बिंक्स ने कितने दिन पहले खेला था?
Lucky as well.
1972 में last
trying
game
to utilize that. We'll see who's going to be able to come out on top as they do get ready to spray at each other over there towards B. See a cycle creep up from Mind Freak working his way into B main. Munchkin eating some damage there. Manyet just gonna be sitting
Go,
on
go,
the
go, go,
Kumbang.
go.
No one's got situated there in wine.
Gets them one step closer to that Thrash. And they could try to bring that back over towards the B side as well. I mean, PaperX, they've already accomplished their mission here in the very beginning of the round. Disrupt A main control. That keeps them guessing on the A side. And now you can shift your focus.
Lakia doing the scouting.
लॉल
doing
हो
the
गया
killing.
माइंड फ्रिक के साथ.
Good opening kill to be found here for the side of Gen.G.
भाई वो वॉल अच्छा है ना? कभी ट्राई करें अपन?
Clock running down below a minute now.
ये क्या साउंड है विंगमैन
Seems like
भाई?
ultimately PaperX do want to end up over here on this B site. Alarm bot giving that early warning here.
Yeah, without the full vibe. Slow down just a bit, trying to set up for the pinch from main.
Prowler, wingman sent out. Lakia able to find another kill here on the B side. Meteor as well. Nanoswarm kicking down something. Manyet will fall. He manages to find the second elimination. Spike down. Can be retrieved, but now finds himself in a position where you have to ace clutch. Tap on the spike, see if anybody's close by.
Plant करो ना.
Hear that it's not held.
Yeah, he's more focused on taking down weapons rather than the spike. Now he's going to
get closer. He doesn't have a showstopper on lockout. But as he swings up behind the box, Munchkin will be able to take him down.
next round में ऐसा alt
Three
करके
weapons and put
घुसेगा
themselves
ना.
on the board.
Yeah, one of those rounds where it
Next
doesn't
round
feel so
वापस
bad
जाएंगे
for
मेरे
either
हिसाब से.
side. Lakia playing heroics there with the Ode and just making sure that PaperX can't play their classic W gaming style. Meteor with good coverage too, all the way from backside, or rather towards their spawn.
भाई अगर PRX हारी ना मेरा हो गया मैं बोल रहा हूँ मैं रो दूँगा.
Picking up the kill onto something. Not quite sure what happened there. But
कैसे
this
मारा
is,
वो?
I mean, all the way through the paranoia as well, just knowing that you have the crossfire ready to go.
박스. 나이스. 뭔지 모르는데 종민아.
Keeping things nice and calm for
कितने
the
अच्छे
time
लोग
being.
यार.
but
एक ही राउंड जीत
saw
सकते हो.
yesterday
नाइस
just how
बोल रहे हो
rowdy
लोग.
Gen.G
कितने
can
अच्छे
get
लोग
on that
हैं.
stage. Couple more wins, I'm sure that we're going to be seeing that energy spiking up. But for now, has been a slow start for the likes of Texture as well as Karan.
He's over
Something going to get pinged. Texture up on the top.
He didn't quite catch the fact that the Jet had flown right over the Thrash. And this seems to be something that Gen.G has kind of read through. PaperX, whenever they get that Thrash on any map they use to
Something
Gecko,
is
they will
wrong.
use it right off the bat just to get some map control, and then they'll happily rotate to the other side. When you have that updraft,
Something
really
needs
fake
to
him
be
out.
done.
Still double stacking in this position and Texture. Yep. Then he wasn't on the board, now finds himself with 2 kills. Mind Freak pushing in from 3. How we're going to be able to find 1.
Jart.
Does take out Munchkin, but he's quickly traded by that showstopper. Texture now picking up
South Indian हो गई क्या तू?
to tie things up at 2-2.
All he needed was a bit of setup in this round to get that first kill, and then he
जो
gets
अंदर से
going.
naturally
You love to
निकलते.
have a duelist like that. I
अंदर
love
से
the
South
setup
Indian
that
है तू.
Gen.G brings against this Thrash. Obviously, we've
Actually,
seen plays
हाँ.
like that before. Not
क्योंकि
necessarily
मेरे
against the
बचपन
Thrash,
से
but this
सारे
is
best
perfect because
friends
the
ना
Gecko
तीन का
only
सब
has the
starting
vision
में
through
रहे
that
हैं.
Thrash ultimate. So once it ends, you're kind of wondering, did that play happen or not?
मोने
They tried to
मोने का
finish
alt
the
होता.
showstopper from Link, but Texture is just ready for it.
Jinx.
And he's just
ये
waiting,
गया.
just leaving from home.
चिड़ा है ना? रुक मैं देख रहा हूँ तेरे को. इस पे नजर डालेंगे अभी.
देखो पहले
Still
नहीं
investment
बजना होता
coming
है
in, though.
guys as per
ये गया.
experience.
ये गया
Stingers,
अभी.
this does put a couple of the players
इस पे थोड़ा
quite
मैं
low on cash.
ऐसा वाला नजर डालूं.
Yeah, this, I mean, it really has to be considered.
भाई
a bit of
मेरे
a
को
force
नहीं
here
लगता
on
मैं
this fifth
PRX हार
round.
सकता. भाई डिफेंस
You
में
don't
तो
win
ये
this
लोग
one
काफ
out,
मारेंगे.
you're gonna
हारेंगे
have to
सकते.
reconsider some of those broken buys in the future.
But ये अभी बजा है ना, ये बजना नहीं
That's your
चाहिए
point. Going to
पहले.
be very nicely timed to find pretty much everybody on the side of PaperX. 3 players going to be caught on that as they try to push their way through, but through the smoke, Munchkin just going to be able to find Forsaken, not force out the angle fast enough by the Molly. Now spotted here at back Gen. Nade coming out, flashes being sent, Monyet going
मुझे
on the
कुछ पिक
hunt.
नहीं रहा है.
Want to push into his own nade too much. Texture swinging out, finding one, dashes forward, catches Monyet over at Gen, and now it's all onto something.
He just
Do
won't
something.
stop. I mean, he just knows that he's meant to be the one picking up all these frags. Munchkin just buying time, gives him the call that they saw Monyet get into the side, and
But
another
Texture
4K
दो
for
round, 4K,
Texture.
4K.
Eight
Back to
kills
back.
in 2 rounds.
What an unreal catch-up. He saw Monyet topping that
Pause
chart and
लो.
said,
Pause
I'll be there.
लो. इससे
I know
गलत
he
हो रहा है.
is.
Pause लो.
3-2.
Wow.
Gen.G in the lead.
Huh?
It looks like already a timeout call getting ready to come through.
I'm not surprised,
God.
especially with the buy that we just had, but Munchkin just spraying through the
थोड़ा
smoke.
reset करो
I love
Texture
that
को,
because we're
बहुत
seeing
मार.
this change where teams are trying to get as close as possible into these sites before they start their actual execute. So really denying that possibility.
मारता तो है
After the
बे.
first one, he's like, oh yeah, this
Texture
feels common
मारता तो
enough.
है.
Just calm down on the 4K.
And there we go. Paper
एलेक्स भाई ने फिर से सुनाया रहेगा इनको. भाई जब 2 राउंड हम 5-man A गए, W दबाए जीत गए, काहे को मिड ले रहे अपन? या फिर A जाओ या फिर B जाओ. समझ रहे हो? 10 सेकंड में राउंड खत्म होना चाहिए, मैं नहीं जानता, ऐसा बोला रहेगा, टोचन मिला रहेगा इनको।
as well when side player was just popping
Jinx
off
ना करो, मैं
on
नहीं
that
करता
sunset
भाई।
map, just calls the back-to-back
बस
timeouts.
आपको पता क्या
Really
है,
slows
रैंक
down the
गेम्स में
tempo
कुआ
now.
हाँ बे, मैं
Gen.G,
इसलिए बोलता हूँ
they've been
रैंक
on the
गेम
receiving
इम्पोर्टेंट
end
है,
of
कोई
this
सुनता ही
against
नहीं
multiple
है।
teams even throughout this kickoff. And given the
सबको
energy
बस
they showed on
डेथमैच
stage,
करना
I
है
don't know if it's going to be enough to cool off
और स्क्रिम्स
the
करना
primary
है।
duelist in texture.
I mean, he's just been so consistent. I mean, maybe a handful
कॉल
of times
6
those
वो
first
अभी
couple
उठा है,
matches
फ्रेश
that
हो
we
क्या
were seeing
जाएगा।
from Gen.G, where when it did go to that map 3, he and Meteor would slouch a little bit, but the rest of the team was rising to the occasion to kind of try and compensate for that impact. But I mean, after yesterday, it was just
हल्का सा ओमेन डिफर है।
steamroll the whole way through.
Yeah, the fact that they even feel comfortable enough to kind of tell each other
दवाई
that,
का
right?
एक
Just saying,
ज़्यादा।
I'm having a tough time this map. Someone please carry us through, and then I'll get right back into it in the next half. Comms like that, you love to hear from a team that had so much trouble finding the right ingredients around themselves as players.
ये हुई ना बात।
Bringing that Reign of Terror to an end as Texture does get taken down. 0 point.
अरे सुनील भाई,
Of that utility, spotting out 3 players.
भागो भागो, ओडिन सुने दिया उनको।
Mind Freak still lurking around outside of B
Yeah,
main.
एक है, जीत
The
गए,
way
जीत
the
गए,
drone
जीत
won't
गए,
be able to
जीत
spot him.
3-3 नेक्स्ट राउंड चालू करो।
This has to. Oh,
इनको
they don't
किसी
spot me here.
कारण
This
से
is huge.
aim
This
and check
pitch
करना
might get
जीत
slowed
गए
down.
भाई।
Find
ओके कर
Killjoy.
Far enough. Yep, got enough damage across. Forsaken going to be taken out. Alarmbot trigger might have actually caught him as Karon going to be able to find 2. And after a good start and finding Texture, getting rid of the tip of the spear right off the rip, suddenly down to Mind Freak and Devi. They were working some miracles yesterday. If they deliver some more, well, the answer is going to be no. Devi just stuck out here outside of A main.
And this is the trouble that PRX is going to have throughout this match.
इसमें
Munch
मेरा
gets
हाथ नहीं है।
another kill through the smoke once
भाई
again.
इसमें मेरा हाथ नहीं है यार।
He was just ready for it. He's just ready for a reaction with these pre-fires. I mean, this is where that experience comes in for someone like Munchkin. But Gen.G, there are no slouches when it comes down to these 1v1 duels. So PRX can't just get away with trying to create a distraction one side and then just push as one force step by step into another area. They're going to get trapped here. They're going to have the aim to fire back. But Meteor hiding from that Prowler was everything. Just
केमिस्ट्री बढ़ाओ
picking
भाई।
up each other on that team. I mean, some wondered, including myself, if the players would kind of get along even, given the history they have and the egos they might have from the pride that they've built up throughout their careers, but they are getting along just fine.
एक बार गया।
Seeing him around the studio, just hanging out.
देख ली।
उसने देखा?
Don't think they would have spotted him just
Oh,
yet.
Mind Freak.
अभी तो देख
Still
ली।
does get tagged, down to 25 HP. He's going to rotate back around towards Gelato, Jordan with the rest of the squad. And potentially we'll have to hand off that Guardian to somebody with a bit sturdier on the HP bar.
Go!
Yeah, the anchor here from Karon. Paranoid buys just enough time for all of that
पकड़
to
लिया
arrive.
उसको। Oh no।
He does get in, but he's get dizzied, but now he backs away and the kills start flowing. Karon goes down 3. All they can get so far is just the 1 kill onto the enemy Killjoy. Mind Freak, the player getting tagged up right off the rip by the operator. Last one
Execute
standing.
अच्छा था।
He's had some amazing
Binks,
clutches
थोड़ा time
yesterday
Gen.G को
with
support
25 HP and a Guardian. You have to imagine he has to save for the next
Excuse me, bye.
40 seconds, at which
Never,
point,
never.
Gen.G, there's nothing stopping
Come
him
back
from going
at
on the
me.
hunt, especially for Lakia.
Come
I mean,
back at
toss that
me.
Odin to someone else, go and make this
Come
hunting
back at
series
me.
happen for the next round.
भाई मैं नहीं कर रहा हूँ जिंक्स भाई, मेरा नहीं है। भाई अभी ये लोग ऑफ पे ट्राई करते हैं, ठीक है? ये राउंड Gen.G जीतेगा 100%।
It's impressive how many moments like this that Karon has in his
आज तो
very
प्रूव हो
first
जाए मैं जिंक्स
VCT
नहीं
tournament.
ये
Yeah, he
राउंड
played
Gen.G
one event in
जीतेगा।
the offseason at Convergence, but even there, it took a
समथिंग
little
भाई
bit to
अल्ट
warm up.
मारेंगे,
Yeah, he had
KO
some
अल्ट
individual
मारेगा,
moments, but it was a very
पिट्टूस हो
short-lived
जाएगा,
event
सब मरेंगे।
for the
हो गया
squad
बे।
of Gen.G.
ये राउंड Gen.G जीतेगा।
And head coach Solo talks about how he thinks, yeah, all these maps that they had to play really benefited someone like Karon. And he is fitting right in
पहले
onto the
गलत था,
stage.
2 बार
He's been
बचा क्या है?
starving for an opportunity like this. Now he's taking advantage of it fully. So many 3K highlights throughout kickoff.
नहीं जा तो रहे बी पे।
I was trying to ignore it. Just trying to imagine that it's not actually here. It worked before during this week.
क्या एंट्री मारा बे?
T-Rex might be in the game, but this isn't like a T-Rex where we can just sit still and ignore it and the pause ends up going away. So it is in fact going to be a tech pause, much to the chagrin of literally everyone.
Yes, yeah.
हाँ बे अपने प्रॉब्लम चल रहा था।
तेरे को पता है पीछे से आवाज आने का मतलब क्या होता है?
कि पीछे कोई
कि पेट खराब है।
क्या?
हैशटैग ओपी। हाँ भाई मेरे जोक्स का लेवल बढ़ रहा है, मैं बोल रहा हूँ। सन जीतेगा बंक्स भाई आज फुल कॉन्फिडेंस होने दो भाई मैच बंक्स भाई मत बोलो आपकी जुबान काली है ये देखो पिंक पीछे का लाइट ऑन क्यों नहीं है हाँ इसलिए हार रहे थे बे मैं उठ नहीं रहा हूँ तुम लोग मेरी चड्डी पे देखते हो बे अबे सारा लाइट बंद हो गया हाँ? Excuse me? अबे कैसे? यार मेरी बुंड मत देखो ठीक है?
ऑडियो इशू उसको साउंड नहीं आ रहा था यार
कैसे बे? रुको एक सेकेंड ओ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी गई है इलेक्ट्रिसिटी गई है समझ रहे
Looks
हो
great, but that's all on paper. I felt like maybe all of them had enough chances,
ये राउंड
and
Gen.G
now
का
I'm proven wrong, and I couldn't be happier about it.
ये राउंड Gen.G का 100% ये राउंड Gen.G का
See if they can get themselves back into this game here in round number 8.
गाफ तो है लैंग्वेज
Operator, of course, still in the hands of Textures. He is just aggro pushing out. Ooh, goes for the flick. Can't quite get the connection, though. This time, Line Freak getting away
In and off
unscathed.
pushing
Yeah, but
the
something
foot.
like that really puts a damper on Paper Rex.
Yeah,
Certainly
Gen.G
to really
जीता था।
flush him out of this position.
Are they ready for the Odin backup, though? Prowler comes out.
Prowler coming in, and yep,
Guard.
Lakia not able to find the kill. Gets a good amount of damage out, but otherwise will still be standing. Haunt going up in towards the window. Cloudburst
gets
going to be
caught.
slapped down. He does get caught, but Karen's going to covering fire here. Back ramp, put up the kills.
बोला था मैं
Freak
जिंक्स
pushing
नहीं हूँ
forward, gets the headshot, opening things up a bit. But Meteor hearing the footsteps, swings out of the smoke, able to find one, but it's quickly traded by Divide. 1v2. Null command, 2 flashes available here for the side of Munchkin. Divide though could
Please stick to
reposition
the
if he so
statement till the
chooses.
end of the round ठीक है
Something
you are on
is
Gen.G's
low.
side please
Considering
remember
that op might be picked up, Munchkin surely goes for this. I mean, you look at the creds and everything, you have to. And if it's Munchkin, there's absolutely a possibility.
Here's more.
Oh, the second thrash.
The other thrash, but 0 point. Going out to interrupt, and it does.
Just in
Just
time as
बचा
well.
बे
Stops it in its tracks before the dive can come in. Flash sent.
Waiting for a peek out.
Spectator bug there.
Yep.
Pushing
Trying to find
forward,
the
trying to
1v1.
flush him out. Swings to the one side, but
Binks
can't
to Gen.G
transition
के side
back.
है
Munchkin making it damn close, still making
भाई
it
मेरे
costly.
को नहीं लगता
Right.
यार मेरे
मजाक
वजह से
Gen.G के side है
Barely so,
भाई मेरे
though. I
भाई
mean, yeah, off the back.
मैं
the
सीधा
thrash,
winner
sure, a
decide
nice
कर
triple
सकता
swing
हूँ
to take out what they thought was the operator. In fact, it ended up being the Odin and the Silva. But then the thrash, I mean, you get the detain onto the jet, and Karon's just there for
Chad,
backup.
with a
What a
good
guy to have as a
69.
bodyguard for the side of Texture. And Meteor, I don't mind the timing. He's trying to just make sure Texture can stay alive for just a bit longer. Misses, obviously, the kill just fast enough, but he's dwindling the numbers down for potential
another
clutch.
option too I know you know
Straight back into
step
it.
करो step वाला
Push
पोज आ
out
गया
mid.
भाई
5 ults
लैंग्वेज
available here on the side of Gen.G. One already popped. This is the
Good
knife
go,
coming
good
in.
go, good go.
Texture rushing up the top, and it goes down too. Something finally able to get the punish. The Hunter's Fury as well crashing in as Lakia hunting for a tag. Doesn't manage to find anything else. But still is a 2-for-1
बूढ़े
trade up
किसको
here
नहीं
for
पता राइट
Gen.G.
तो
They don't know about this. Mind Freaks lurk. I mean, surely you have to know. Paper Rex, they've been lurking so much this entire tournament on any map they're on. Munchkin,
he's
not
just
spotted.
shoulder to shoulder basically with Munchkin. He was just sat there
Yeah.
at top mid.
वो फिर भी देख रहा है
Swinging
शॉट
towards string.
They are
Very
aware
well
of it.
might think that this is protected.
हाँ
नहीं
TP forward to Lakia.
वो
Over the
blind
corner of
एक
this
second
not
late
enough.
है
Ends up
अरे
falling. Lakia somehow
Oh
survives. Gets the kill and Gen.G
Oh
just taking that momentum right back out of Paper X's hands.
doors
Well, I'm not sure if it was
Bell
just
बजा
spam
क्या?
through the smoke or what, but that seemed a bit disjointed even for Paper Rex
क्या doors?
on those swings out
Bell
from
बजा?
the smoke. Mind Freak's timing as well. I mean, Mind Freak, I think, waited to get the info, but this was good.
Sexy
We've seen
मारा
that move
बे,
time and time
sexy
again
push
with the
किया,
fast
sexy,
180
मजा आ
from
गया।
Texture for the anti-flash from his teammate. What a start for the
Wow.
team.
भाई,
And that
start
should
अच्छा है।
be the next timeout
Start
coming
अच्छा
out
है।
right off the bat for Paper Rex.
I mean, we saw this just yesterday.
किसको
You know, on that
support
opening
कर
game of
Gen.G
split,
Texture
Paper
भाई
X
भी प्यार
needing
है
to use both
PRX
timeouts in the first
भाई
half. And Yeah, they went on to win the map, but I mean, it was multiple
Map
overtime
kiska, map
resets.
kiska?
It's damn close. This is a very bold
Hello,
attempt
watch
here from the
party
side of Alex, but
अरे
he's
मैं
not
bathroom में थी जब
liking
video
what he's
हुआ।
seeing and is expecting to have more success on this attacking side.
And I do appreciate
सच्ची
the
में
style
bathroom
of
में थी।
timeout from
अबे
Alex.
9
Really
round से
just
ऊपर
as soon
लिखा
as
है
he
वहाँ
has
पे
enough
map
to
किसका
say,
है।
he calls for
मैंने
it.
देखी।
You can see he's not stopping. He's not missing a beat
मैं
here.
तो VCT
And
के Binks
oftentimes
Gen.G
it
support
brings
कर रही
results.
थी,
Is it
PRX
always going to be the
support कर रही है
safest
ना।
and wisest way to call timeouts? Maybe not. But if
Gen.G
it works for your
का-
players,
Gen.G
and
का-
if you have trust that in a best of series
बुरा
that's
लग
going
रहा
to
है
be
बे,
a
Gen.G का
long
map
haul,
था,
that you want to
PRX
correct
जीतेगा,
things as
बुरा लग
soon
रहा
as they go wrong, then I don't mind it at all. The real question is Gen.G,
अबे तो
their
Gen.G का
timeouts
मैं
have
पे
been
बोला
quite
था मैंने।
successful this tournament as well. I had my doubts on the coordination between Solo and HSK. Of course, Solo joining a bit late into the off-season.
हर
But so
बार
far, they
right
seem to be
देखती
on the
मैं,
same
हर
page.
बार।
Now,
PRX with another weak buy here.
that's
भाई
Hero
3
rifle
अल्टी
in the
है, ये
hands of
round
Vi.
जीत सकता है PRX technically।
Sheriffs across the board aside from something.
Fade by
Otherwise,
sexy
he
ult
does have
मारे,
that classic,
sexy।
which was putting in some serious work yesterday. Prowler, check forward, lock, yeah.
घुस
Get
गया।
caught by this one. Wingman going to be cleared out. So
Guard.
corner to buy, using
Oh,
that hero
no.
rifle to good use. He's
My
still in
God.
one, but Lock gets that to the corner. Down two. Now that can be an Odin recovered meteor.
Jard,
Can't get out.
Jard.
Headshots flying. They swing out, but Caron still anchoring here on the side.
Caron is nasty with it.
Forsaken grabs a Phantom. He has the spike in hand.
I believe, I believe,
Where does he decide to go? For now, just saying,
I believe।
sat here in market.
4 seconds में पीछे 2 संतरा पड़े
Around
उठा
the
है।
alley. And if he tries to push out, he's going to be giving them line of sight.
I believe।
Yeah, he has all the time in the world, though. Still a full minute, so playing for this mind game to try to get them to search for him first. I like it.
That and waiting for the haunt timing, which now has back online, but swing around. Caron eventually will find him a 3K. It's Gen.G moving up 7-3. Great effort.
ये round
You know,
Gen.G का।
still here from the side of PRX, considering the buy that they
2
had.
retake है, 2 retake
Dangerously close.
वो लोग को सिंपल काम
Gen.G
करना है,
improving
PRX
this
ult
tournament. They are the
मारेगी,
kings of the thrifty.
फिर
Oh, absolutely.
ये
I mean,
लोग
that's
ult
how they
मारेंगे।
shut down.
KO और
entire
Killjoy ult,
team of
easy
PRX.
retake।
And Lakia
क्या बोलते
just
हो?
dwindling down 2 is enough. It
Please for
slows them
scientific
down. Gives
reason
an opportunity
एक
for Caron
बार
to find these 1v1s.
Gen.G को दिल से
How many
सपोर्ट
rounds
करो
is that
फॉर
where
दिस
Caron's had a
मैच। दूध का
multi-kill?
दूध पानी का
I
पानी
gotta
हो
say, I
जाएगा
think
चैट में।
probably
क्या
all
हाल
his
है भाई?
kills
अरे
coming from
मेरा
2 or 3
गलती
Ks
नहीं है कुशाल
back to
भाई।
back as well.
Keeping pace with texture. And is effectively
Guard.
a brand new player.
Up मार, up मार।
That is always a good sign.
I'll
Something,
take-
however,
कैसे मारा वो?
better sign for PRX. He takes texture's head off. Nayak pushing forward, hitting the switch. Market door now going to be
ठीक
shut.
है something भाई।
Gets taken out by the nano swarm.
कोई बात नहीं, ये सब तो होते रहता है।
Bit of a brutal kill
Life is
found.
hard.
By trying to jump up there onto the half box. Narrowly avoids getting sprayed down by the Odin through the wall. Hit going to be
तीन
invested.
जन आ रहे हैं
That's
पीछे।
actually just to cut off that
Sexy
alley
तो है।
access, but as we can see, Gen.G,
इनको
they're not
ये
going
नहीं।
anywhere near it right now.
This is good
Flash
news.
in, taking turns from it, managing to find one. Munchkin picking up the kill, but Mon yet lurking, finding one, putting some shots there into Caron. Looks like he wants to go for the challenge. He wins it.
2v2
Takes him down, and suddenly it's the 2v2. The spike uncovered by this pit. Caron falls. Mind Freak able to find it. The spray coming in, but those tracer rounds just lead Mind Freak to his target. Locky goes down. PRX looking to rescue this half.
मेरा हो गया
Potential 7-5.
भाई जीत गया
Yeah, a
PRX।
little
भाई
bit
मैं
of
ये
an
नहीं कर
unfortunate
सकता
round
बे,
there for
बग बे।
Gen.G 'cause they had
PRX
the
जीता।
lockdown as well, and it looked like most of the team was on board.
भाई
to
नहीं
empty
भाई,
the
ये
site for
black-
potential
A true
nightfall.
supporter would do
Texture's just
anything
thinking he
it
could get away
takes.
with a
नहीं,
kill and
ऐसा
cash out
नहीं
in
भाई,
market.
चीप हरकत
She
मैंने
gets
करने
taken
वाला।
down, and
ना,
that's an instant trade all the
PRX
way
जीता।
onto Meteor, and the plan falls
भाई दिल
apart.
से सपोर्ट PRX।
But if they can get back up to 8, they should be okay for the
PRX
second
जीता।
half. Thrash online now, though. See if Gen.G is ready for it this time.
भाई ये लोग का W गेमिंग है
Last
अच्छा
time it was used, we just didn't see
Slow
much
में BT
value
होता
coming
पता।
through. Something getting caught, and then rush play outside of A. This time though, again, eyes set on B. Lakia, no Odin. Thrash is going to be coming in. Recon does get destroyed, and the Thrash not going to be able to make the jump. Sees connecting. Mania jumping forward, looking for him.
Got in 4K.
Even thinking about going for the drone there for a brief little second. The jump across comes in, but he's right in front of Meteor's gun barrel. He's able to take him out. They're still being approached on. Swing out some shots to the box, connecting there on a Forsaken, whittling him down.
Lucky's
Lock
still
in, trying to hold the line.
भाई एक और
Eventually
जिंदा।
fall. Something
और
cleaning up too. Meteor gonna get taken out.
God.
Caron will die.
जीत गया बे मैच
PRX.
हो गया 7-5
Picking them
अब
off one
पिस्तौल
after the other
जीतेंगे
as
गेम खत्म
rotations come
करेंगे
in. They
इजी
will be
कमबैक
able to
है
get this back to 5 at the half.
हाँ
I feel like Lockheed and Meteor did everything they possibly could in the
100
entire
टका PRX
multiverse
जीतेगा
to stay alive there in the back of
चैट
site.
में तो
Bottom half time.
चेहरे में
Yeah,
emojis
and
हो
yet,
जाते
as the
थे
backup arises,
गाली पड़ रही है
PaperX were able
chat
to
में
actually
मेरे
just
को
flood the site and then hold all the trade angles, all the
चैट
crossfire.
PaperX को
So
support
PaperX,
करो,
when
let's
chaos
go.
comes, they know how to adapt into it. They know how to really thrive in those situations. And I mean, now suddenly a 5-7 half. This is not what Gen.G thought they'd
जीत
have
गया
going
बे
into the second half. Of course, getting 5 in a row, starting with their first buy round.
Chat
Still do have that main advantage of
8500
having both
watching
timeouts in the back
जल्दी
pocket.
से लाइक
Sure,
करो
But
सारे
how
PRX
difficult it
फैंस
can be to stop PaperX if they start
देखता हूँ
stringing
कितने
together
PRX
those rounds and
फैंस
they
हैं
start getting
सारे
streaky.
PRX फैन एक
And
साथ
even the
लाइक दबाओ
timeouts might not be enough
सारे
to really try to slow their roll.
भाई मैं जिंक्स नहीं कर रहा हूँ
Gen.G
यार
going to be looking to come out here with that pistol,
वो देखो उसने क्या लिखा
tie
है
up that score
PRX
line,
इजी
and get
विन
that
ये
much
हुई ना
closer to
बात
closing out this first map.
Yeah, and
मुझे
something
तो पहले
Gen.G
पता था इंडिया
will
वर्ल्ड
have
कप
to keep
खेल
an
रहा
eye on is, of course, some of these retakes that PaperX has planned with this composition. I mean, so
मेरी
many
कैसी
projectiles,
गलती
so
है
many
यार
different mollies and nades that they can throw
मेरी
out.
कैसी
And on
गलती
top
है
of that, the toxic
ठीक
screen.
भाई
If you
PRX
watch
फैन
back
बोलते
to
खुद
their
को
gameplay, the
हाँ
toxic screen really does give a
500 लाइक
lot
बड़े
of
से
tells of
ठीक
what their
भाई
retake setup is
सेम
going to
सेम
be.
तुम लोग क्या
See
वजह
if
से हार
Gen.G
रहे
is
थे
able to keep
फुकट
tabs
मेरे
on
पे
that
बिल
round
पाड़
to
रहा है
round.
हाँ भाई मैंने लाइट बिल भरा है ना गांड पट रही है अभी लाइट गया है
And a wall cutting off mid, little bit of that catwalk access as well as B main.
Yeah, just trying to really funnel them in.
Something by
to
जरा
the A side,
crossing में
really, if
जरा
things
one
go
tap
their
दो
way
सोवा
for the
को
side of PaperX, and if it is a B hit, still a lot of options to delay even without something like the Killjoy, just with the fact that you have to
मार्टिंग
go
थोड़ा
through toxic
कैजुअल
screen
है
2-3 times.
1000 बढ़ गया लाइक्स सपोर्ट तो करते हैं हाँ सपोर्ट तो करते हैं
Spotted in mid so far and something hanging back.
बिल्कुल अगली बार इंडिया फाइनल में
over the top
ऑपोजिशन को
will be
सपोर्ट ना ना
spotted.
ना
Is he getting
Sorry.
ready to come through? And Drone should have seen Forsaken as well. Texture gonna come on. Yes, the flashes are in. Texture gonna be able to find two. A site very much open at the moment. So break the window, try to fake somebody going up. And Meteor is gonna look to hang back, lurk there within tree. Pulls all the way back actually over to short. So far, I don't believe he's been
बट
spotted.
सेट शॉट मार माइंड
No, they still have the numbers advantage in the site as well, so they're just trying to buy enough time. But
जॉर्ज जॉर्ज
Mindfreak-
दो
Check
मारा
for Forsaken as
एक
well
ही
off
मारा
screen, getting the shots through the box to be able to take him down. Munchkin now looking to try to hold the side. Dizzy up over the top, does manage to get the flash out.
No one's in main.
Blinded up, swing around the back. Munchkin actually able to steady the aim, finds a headshot there on a Forsaken, and now something with everything to do. He's been spotted, shock dart, a little bit of a botch there from the side of Lakia. Is the wingman now going out to try to start this defuse. The push forward, something needing to win the fight versus Karan, but he can't quite get it done. Gen.G will
ट्वीट
tie
करेंगे
up the
उनको
pistol round
बताएंगे
count
वेयर
and
एंड
now
हाउ दे
move up by
लॉस्ट
3.
शायद ये कि भी
I
पता
mean,
चल जाएगा
We
उसके
know
साथ
that
क्या
the
पता
devs
गेम
over
में
at Riot were just waiting for that wingman to finish that
करो
defuse just to
यार।
showcase what Gecko is possible of here at the pro level. Something, of course, someone who's capable of it. But what a great fake sell from Gen.G, sending both of your initiator, all that utility, all the way up through mid. You send the 0 point, you send the drone. Really selling that you want to go for a B pinch.
भाई ए
Then it's
स्प्लिट
just the force
जिसका भी आइडिया था
barreling
ना
through A link.
सेक्सी आइडिया था
PaperX just bit right onto
Sexy.
it. Nothing more than that.
ए स्प्लिट इज लाइक 90% वर्क करता बराबर क्या था
No force ups again. We saw them, going
मैंने
for
लाइक
that
बाय
force
बिकॉज़
spot,
सपोज
just
प्लेयर बन
uncharacteristic of
अनलॉक हो
PaperX
गया
overall
बिकॉज़ पहले
yesterday.
लाइक किया था
Finding
अरे
great success with it.
अरे ऐसा मत करो अमन भाई प्लीज
Just going to be sticking with these classics. One sheriff in the hands of Mind Freak.
गाइस मैं आज राइट हेडक्वार्टर्स
This
पे
is
बताऊंगा मेरे पास
this is a nice
50000
play
लाइक्स
by
है
PaperX,
सोचो
'cause this is that
मद्रिद
screen that
बुला
they often
सकते
like
मेरे
to
को
use for a retake onto B. They'll pinch in from both main and defender
You
spawn.
guys not umbrella?
Try to utilize that
Me
toxic
go
screen for a
Madrid?
nice pinch.
You guys not
Just trying to sell
umbrella?
the fact that they're
Huh?
not here, but no info now.
चाहते
They want
नहीं
to
हो
start
तुम।
dwindling it down.
They're swinging out, but Meteor still manages
कैसे?
to come up with 2. Despite the fact that he only has a ghost, and he also puts the buy down at 44. Mind Freak at 76. Couldn't ask for much more than that. Your Killjoy player in that position.
Where are you?
Now Spike can get planted.
Toxin screen down.
And if it wasn't for the Sheriff and the Ghost, you have to imagine this is one of those rounds where you just call for the save right away, go down to the Spike, but they're not even in a good position to do that. Looks like they will try to wait for it. Just trying to pick off some early kills, trying to bait them out with the audio.
Huh?
Seems like Gen.G just have such a strong read on it. 0 point to go check towards heaven. Now Munchkin is going to be spotting over towards trees. They reopen the door. And as they see nothing, they're very much assessing that everybody's going to be on this side of the map. Mindfreak will be able to take one more down
भाई
with him.
टेक्सचर ने कितने मारे जरा टैप दबाओ कास्टर भाई
Juggle it over.
Munchkin.
Can he get it? He got it.
He was celebrating for a little bit, so he wasn't paying attention there, but
16 बे
I mean, this esports thing doesn't work out, Texture. You can join the circus. Fantastic juggle.
दवाई भाई का नया रील आने वाला है नाइस थ्रो ला
it's things like that where you start to
Nice
notice
throw,
that
La.
Gen.G's really in it for the victory. They really want to get this first title in 2024 because little things like that could make or break the snowball towards a
ओडिन आ
map
गया
win.
बे जीत गया बे PRX ओडिन आ गया
This is, you know, the
यही
rivalry
चाहिए था
has
the
to be
missing
the turning point,
element
feels like here
मेरे
for
हिसाब
PRX.
से
Coming into the bonus. Still so much firepower available to Gen.G, but Odin now brought into the fold by Forsaken on the opposite side of the map. But once again, Gen.G just finally able to stray away from the heavy presences.
Huh?
And Defiant Maniat trying to swing out.
Blind ये लोग मारे लो भी ये लोग हो गए
That's going to hurt a lot. The paranoia down. You know that you scratched up a lot of members if you're a Gen.G
टेंशन मत
player.
लो चैट
So
बोनस
you know that
है
the A site should be weak overall. Meteor going back to try to just disrupt the
Boombot
default just a bit
nade
from
सब है
PRX. Make
बे
sure they have to spread out once again. Just activates its turret and now returns.
आराम से आराम से आराम से गुड स्मोक गुड
Yeah,
स्मोक
peeking back out. Smoke comes down. Gen.G just going to be cutting noise and starting to drift
ये लोग को
away.
लगता है इस शॉट से जाएंगे तो
Man not spotting anything.
जीत सकते नूब्स है बे
Potentially
Gen.G
recoverable here for the side of something, but
चार
still
जन का स्टैक है
considers to be a
चार
great
घर
risk.
जाएंगा
Now
Gen.G
certainly
आवाज
is
आ
one.
रहा है Gen.G आवाज आ रहा है भाई हेलो
Wise to this. A little wary of the catwalk push, but not quite down on the grass.
Oh, the timing jumps away.
क्यों रोटेट कर रहे हो वो लोग
Munchkin's going
All
to try
the
to
way
sell a
back.
fake.
रोटेट
B
क्यों
once
कर रहे
again.
He's going to do his damnedest. Maniat in position here. Just waiting a little bit more.
Just
Still
cutting off
coming
the
down.
backup should be enough here for Munchkin. Oh, he hears a rotate and he calls for them to go to B. What a brilliant call.
Swings out, but he's not ready for Mindfreak, but they actually miss each other. But Mindfreak, he could just be able to shut this down, depending on when he decides to swing out. The time's so very limited, but now he's turning his sights away so the spike can get planted. Maniat coming forward. Oh, what a shot from Munchkin! Looks for more. He gets the third. Mindfreak now the last one standing on this side of the map.
George
Something getting ready to join in, pushing his way in through Mark.
समथिंग
Texture
जिंदा है बे
on his
हो गया
lonesome.
टेक्सचर से नहीं होगा
Try to
Something
clutch it
in
out. Swing onto the corner. He gets the headshot, and they knew where Mindfreak was. Can he read where he is now? Push down, and Texture has it.
मेरा हो गया
The clutch coming
मेरा हो गया
through.
भाई
Gen.G now moving up to double
मेरा हो
digits.
गया डन सीन है
This is beautiful. This
मेरा
is
हो गया
beautiful
भाई
from Gen.G. You have an incredible call
भाई
from
मेरा हो
your
गया
who puts himself at risk to not only sell the fake, but you are still
अबे
looking at the
मेरा
clock
हो
to
गया
see
भाई
that we
मेरा
have
हो
time
गया
to rotate. If I
बे
hear
भाई
them
हो
starting
गया
to flood back to the A side, then a brilliant triple kill, and
क्या
then Texture to
शॉट मार
clutch it
रहे
on a
हैं
bonus. This is everything you could hope for. If Gen.G doesn't close this map out, I think these players have
मैं
plenty
चुप
to
बैठ
be
रहा हूँ मैं चुप
upset
बैठ रहा
about
हूँ
because this should pretty
दिल
much
भाई
spell the
शांत
end
रहो
of
मैं
it.
चुप बैठ
For
रहा हूँ
sure. I mean, Munchkin just beautifully serving that one up.
गाइस अभी के अभी 7 के लाइक्स हो गए ना तो मैं चुप बैठूंगा ठीक है देखो दोनों का फायदा होना चाहिए समझ रहे हो
Just slowing things down. Spotted now.
Yeah.
His Texture, something able to find the headshot with the Sheriff. Backs his way out. Meteor. Same
Ah,
time.
मेरे पे pleasant.
on that lurk forward out of B main.
भाई मेरे को इंक्रीमेंट नहीं मिल रहा
Well,
कर्ज
Trying
लगवा
to
दो
push this.
जरा
He does have a bulldog.
लैंग्वेज
Meteor at 11 HP. Severely disadvantaged here. They're gonna
बंद
back
बंद मुंह बंद करो 7 के लाइक्स करो मैं चुप बैठूंगा पक्का प्रॉमिस
Taking down something.
ये मैच होने तक ठीक है ये मैच होने तक
Sat outside of Gelato, and this time Maniat not going to be able to win the fight right around that ult orb.
Yeah, they should be able to go over to B.
Something
Meteor
with
heard
zero
Anderson from
latency
B main. You got the pull in mid as well, so you know that Forsaken was pretty pressured on the B side.
Great timing from Devi, swinging out right before that ping would come down. Catches Lakia completely off guard. Finds the punish, keeps things close, as well as recovering a weapon.
अंकी
You're on. It'd be wise to just
Yeah.
tuck in somewhere, make sure that you can
अगर
cut off the backup. Maybe
कोई
get some
तेरे
info.
को
They're a
एक
little
बंदा
scared 'cause Meteor's
गाली
so
देगा
low.
30
He's
seconds.
gonna try to find
तो
this
तू
right
क्या
now.
करेगी?
He's not thinking about it.
रिटर्न गाली देगी
मैं 9000 लोगों को कैसे
Find
दूं
the kill,
रिटर्न गाली
leaving out Devi on his lonesome.
maybe
Minus
if
quick
it's
pick on the Meteor
9,000
would bring it into a
people
1v2. He still
against
holds on
one.
to paranoia as well as 1
Maybe.
TP.
9000 को कैसे दूं
Yeah, but
Maybe
three
majority
members,
wins.
they can watch every single possible entrance. It doesn't matter if the mind games are here or not.
Shadows traveling.
Does he go for a shadow step here?
ये अच्छा
I love
था
that Munchkin enters that smoke right away. Doesn't want to take any risks.
Flash into the back, but now they're very well aware of his position. The swing out. Meteor does
क्या
remain
PRX
standing
को
at the end
समझेगा
of
कि
it.
उनके साथ क्या गलत हुआ है?
11 HP and 11 round wins. Gen.G 2 away from taking their map pick of Ascent in dominant fashion.
And finally an operator comes online for
technically
PRX,
अभी
but
तक
it just
7 के
might
likes
be
हुआ
too
नहीं है
late.
technically.
What
तो
Gen.G's
next
been
map भी
doing
हम
here is really just
मुंह
shutting
खोल के
down the
support कर
possible
सकते हैं. समझ रहे हो?
compositional advantages that PRX is looking for. I mean, they have so many
अगर
ways where
मैच
they could
खत्म होने
really
तक 7
initiate
के likes हो गए
this
तो मैं
attrition
next map
of all that
Gen.G को
utility.
support करूंगा full.
And
Next map में
And they just
full
have,
Gen.G को
I
support
mean,
करूंगा.
Gen.G just has the
ठीक है.
counters to it. Obviously, this composition, the classic composition I said, it's good for a reason.
अभी सब तुम्हारे हाथ
over,
में.
diving his way in towards the B side.
ये
but
map
no
तो
one
गए हो
there
वैसे.
to greet him. For the snake bite, now the free entry coming through. Spike will get planted.
भाई खेल तो अच्छा रहा है ना
Media plants
Gen.G?
this, that's also going to give him a lockdown.
Even the members of mob ही
So
आपको hate
the
दे रहे
ultimates
हैं
here from the
chat.
side of PRX that they're just one away
हाँ
from
क्या?
things they could
सालों
very
की
well
बम
utilize and would love to have to try to get this retake going, but now it's just going to be that tempo lockdown coming through.
You have to flood it.
They're going to have to try to rush.
कुछ तो दिखाई दे रहा है.
Dizzy is there. Knives coming back through though. Lockheed with the covering fire, able to take out Munyet. They got the lockdown, but they've lost the war.
भाई क्या कर रहे?
Freaking something last one standing. The off able to find one. The rush in, the right click. Senator takes him down, draws up the weapon, but Karen's already claimed the kill. Gen.G now at map point.
I mean, Texture pretty much asking how big's your mouse pad something because you ain't flicking
8
for this
अकाउंट से
one.
लाइक किया हूँ
Shuts him
PRX के
down.
लिए.
Even the high
तुम्हारे पास
set's not gonna save you
exactly
there.
मेरे हिसाब से 10 मिनट है 10 मिनट.
My gosh.
अभी ये मैच
And I
खत्म
think
होएगा
one of the things that
बराबर.
might be, I mean, sure,
फिर
they
दूसरा
face
मैच चालू
against each
होएगा.
other in Group C, but one thing that
फिर
really
मुझे मत बोलना.
is keeping PRX scratching their head
मैं
is
मुंह मत
you
नहीं
just
रखूंगा.
haven't
मैं
seen
मुंह
a
बंद नहीं
Korean
रखूंगा.
squad
देखो.
play for contact
दोनों
like
तरफ
this.
प्यार होना चाहिए.
Yeah, they
समझ रहे हो?
just
दोनों
grieve for
तरफ.
these duels, and they're not backing away from it.
पिंकी रेस्ट कर रही है. तबीयत थोड़ा खराब.
Confidence right now is just something that is so dangerous that PRX has to deal with, but breaking the
Karen
confidence
भाई
of
देख
Gen.G
कहाँ
has
पे है?
proven to
Second
be
floor पे.
incredibly difficult for every single team that has faced them thus far.
Oh, they
Full
would. They
push.
just, wow,
Three
they want to
players
send a
up
message.
mid.
बंदे कर्ज वाला टैलेंट कहाँ से मिला? पता नहीं यार.
Swing on the corner. Something dead. Pop flash up over the back of the wall. Gets the full catchy and on a Forsaken. Another one in hand. Munyet will be able to find the kill.
भाई मुंह पे फेंक
Showstopper
रहा है.
at the ready, spotting Lakia dead. Munyet keeping in this one, and also finding that spike. Texture, however, around the back. Regains his audio, dashes away. The boombot only able to find the kill. 7 bullets remaining here.
Ah!
Meteor, the covering fire out in mid, finds it, and it's a one tap to finish the map. 13-5, Gen.G.
6 के लाइक पे सेटल हो जाओ. नहीं 7 के का टाइम है तुम्हारे पास. नेक्स्ट मैच चालू होने से पहले 7 के नहीं होना. मैं फुल दिल से PRX को सपोर्ट करूंगा. अगर 7 के लाइक्स हुए तो Gen.G को सपोर्ट करूंगा. सिंपल हो जाए. अभी देखते हैं. अभी जिंक्स का पावर तुम्हारे हाथ में. तुम क्या चाहते हो?
And immediately, Coach Alex
6K
wanted
please.
to make sure he
6.5 करते हैं. चलो 6.5. ना तेरा ना मेरा 6.5 करते.
extend this best of 5 in the finals of this kickoff tournament.
Binks by PRX जीतने वाला ऐसा लिखा है.
23-9-3 from Texture.
Gen.G
on the
will go home.
scoreboard.
PRX will win. अरे ये सब लिख रहे हैं लोग.
Monstrous KDA from him. Gen.G, what a start. We'll see if that carries forward. His split
6
is
के हो
going
गए.
to be on the
500
horizon. First,
500.
let the analyst has break down all the
नेक्स्ट
action
मैच
here from
पहले
map
होने से पहले 500 और मैं Gen.G को सपोर्ट. डन सिट.
What an incredible performance by Gen.G. They definitely had the PRX zoo
That's
comp
it.
figured out. I mean, the moment
सिर्फ 500
Solo
likes
picked
बचे.
Ascent,
सिर्फ
we were
500.
like, he's either insane or he's figured it out.
Yeah, I was actually pretty worried about this pick, to be honest. I thought, oh man, the PRX look really good on this map. Like, what are you cooking here? But clearly it's looking great. I mean, it's so many things going right for them. The firepower is not lacking today. It's the same Gen.G we've been seeing throughout the entire year. And on top of that, you're getting some of this like mixed style of Gen.G. It isn't that standard Korean style, especially with players like Munchkin there who are just pushing their way through to the spawns of his opponents and just tearing them apart.
That round is like, it's reminiscent of what we saw in PRX versus EG
भाई
in that
कैसे
finals of
लेकिन यार
champions.
कैसे
You know,
इतना
these
अच्छा
deep
स्टार्ट था.
lurks that
अच्छा
PRX
खेल रहे
somehow
थे.
just
क्या हो
doesn't
गया
quite
अचानक
expect,
से बे?
especially down mid. And they have the aggression, you know, they got the early con.
इतना अच्छा पिस्तौल मरा था बराबर 2-0. इतना अच्छा W दिखाया था. उसके बाद क्या हो गया बे? हेलो
Binks.
हाँ
हम लोग ने 127 टाइम्स सेम इमोजी डालने का कॉम्बो बनाया है.
वेरी नाइस. लेकिन हुआ
हाँ, क्या
क्या?
पूछ रहा था?
PRX को क्या हो गया इतना अच्छा डब्ल्यू धमाके के बाद?
कहाँ है इतना अच्छा डब्ल्यू दबाया?
आपने जिंक्स किया यार, मेरे पे कैसे आ जाता सब कुछ? बंग भाई 6K पे सेटल हो जाते हैं। 6.5 200 बचा सर। मेरा ट्वीट रेडी है बंग भाई, PRX ये एंड अप समथिंग तीनों को टैग करूंगा विद क्लिप्स, साथ में ये वाला भी क्लिप ऐड कर दूंगा। उनको हिंदी नहीं आता, मैं बच गया। जेनजी सपोर्टर हो तो मैं क्या अनलैक करूं बंग भाई? नहीं मतलब नेक्स्ट मैप में तुम्हारा पावर दिखाओ नेक्स्ट मैप में। अब बंग्स भाई एम डिफ हुआ PRX सनराइज इससे हुआ है ना, पता नहीं बे, क्या लगता है चैट?
Raise, you got Gecko, you're trying to break things open,
भाई लेकिन
especially
दिल
off
से
of that
बोलो,
Dizzy.
दिल से कल जो मारा था ना टेक्सचर और कैरन ने वो डेडली डुओ वाला, तब से लेके अब तक बहुत मार रहे यार। 23-9 मारा है बे, मतलब कुछ अलग ही मार रहे। ये दवाई का ACS कैसे ज्यादा है जो 4 सेकंड में 2 किल एक्स्ट्रा मारा? कुछ तो गड़बड़ है। क्या बोलते हो? कितने लाइक्स बचे? 100 लाइक्स बचे, 100 लाइक्स बचे। सेटलमेंट किया अपन ने 6.5 पे।
There were
100
some of
लाइक्स
these
बचे।
rounds where he picks up impact frags, just holding boat
100
house
more,
on
100
B
more।
side by
सीड भाई के
himself.
साथ पार्टनरशिप कर
1v2
दो।
clutches, 1v-X's, and he just does so much.
ऑलमोस्ट हुआ, ऑलमोस्ट हुआ, लेकिन पूरा नहीं हुआ। मैच चालू हो रहा है अभी, उसके बाद मैं मेरा प्रेडिक्शन दूंगा।
In a way, Karen has leveled up, and he's shaken off a lot of the nerves. When you're playing through that many games
अच्छा खेला ना
in
टेक्सचर
1
लेकिन।
week, by the time you get to this one, you're probably super warm, and you know nothing's gonna throw you at this point.
Yeah, and
बस कमेंट्री करो, प्रेडिक्ट नहीं। नहीं अभी प्रेडिक्शन जैसे गेम 0-0 पे है ना, मेरा प्रेडिक्शन आएगा। जैसे गेम 0-0
PRX has to lean into, right? They have to say we have an idea of what they're going to do. This was different today. This was a Gen.G that I haven't quite seen just yet. But
भाई
also,
कितना
on the other
हरामी
hand,
हो यार
your
तुम
opponent's
लोग
going to be
भी।
warmed up. They're going to be comfortable on stage, especially with a rookie like
हो
Karen
गया
out
भाई।
there, able to get that experience under his belt, to really understand what it's like to play in front of a crowd, to play in front of
भाई,
tens of thousands, hundreds of
सच्ची
thousands
भाई।
of people online as well. So this
एक घंटे में 6.5 के लाइक्स कर दिए तुम लोग ने,
determination, their mental grit, things like that.
ताकि मैं जेनजी को सपोर्ट करूं।
Now I do have to bring up texture. Paper Thin, you've been a long
Dancing।
time believer
ये
of
मैप
the
जेनजी
texture
जीतेगा।
jet
Yeah,
power.
preach to us.
I'm the preacher.
अंकी, get a marker and a pen
Okay.
and a paper.
Marker and pen. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
जेनजी जीतेगा।
लिख रही हूँ।
ये मैप
लिख रही हूँ।
जेनजी जीतेगा। टेक्सचर बाय टॉप फ्रैग करेंगे, टॉप फ्रैग, वो भी टीम का नहीं, सर्वर का। सर्वर का टॉप फ्रैग करेंगे टेक्सचर बाय। हाँ, और मीटियर, ओहो, सेकंड #2 मीटियर बाय, सेकंड टॉप फ्रैग। ठीक है, हैवी।
हाँ, आगे क्या लिखना है? हाँ,
ठीक है, और दोनों पिस्तौल राउंड जेनजी जीतेगा, दोनों, नॉट 1 बट 2। मेरा प्रेडिक्शंस।
हाँ, लिखा। और
लिखा, बस हो गया, इतना जीत गया भाई।
बस ठीक है। ओके,
बस क्या लिखा, फिर से बोलो।
मैंने लिखा कि जेनजी जीतेगा। ठीक है,
बराबर,
टेक्सचर बाय
बराबर।
सर्वर के टॉप फ्रैग रह गए, मीटर बाय सेकंड रह गए,
Correct
और
लिखा है।
अभी दोनों पिस्तौल राउंड जेनजी जीतेगा।
डन सीन है, डन
Done scene?
सीन।
Goes a little bit. I mean, like he's like, I don't feel good today. I'm a little bit off. But then he tells his teammates, and they all step it up. That's the craziest thing, because that culture difference from like some of the other Korean teams,
वहाँ
and
से आओ,
how
कहाँ
PRX
से?
operates even, there are some similarities here, and they all definitely feel like they are close to that finishing line. They can taste victory, and I think that's something that gives them this extra boost, this extra surge of confidence. And Gen.G is really hungry today. Out of all days, today, they are the hungriest I've ever seen.
Texture is hungry again, and you know what happens when Texture is hungry. He gets a lot of kills, and he has
यार,
four more
members भी
matches
गाली
to
दे रहे
get
ग्रुप पे,
through.
क्या
Maybe even less at this point. Well, the next map, I mean, the triple duels comp?
Sure, why not?
PRX?
Sure, why
Sure,
not?
why not?
I mean, look, it got over the line yesterday. I mean, if it isn't for a few key moments, right, that could have very well gone T1's way. So
भाई लाइट
and
बिल
now you
भरा है,
look at
सच्ची
what
का पावर
Gen.G is
कट है
able
भाई,
to do.
अभी तो
You have to
पावर
start
कट है।
thinking that T1
Flip
probably
करके कोई
right
जिंजू को
now
टैग
isn't as
करके
strong of a
quit
team as Gen.G, and not just because of the way
चलो
this map
टेक्सचर
went,
भाई
but
रिटर्न
because
का
of how
टाइम
this
आ
whole
गया नहीं
season
बे
has
मार
gone so
भाई
far.
टेक्सचर भाई
And that
मारते
just
हैं देखा
the
ना
ability
देखा
to
एमवीपी बना
adapt and be
सर्वर
explosive
एमवीपी
and things like that. T1 is a much
अब
more
भी
stable team. They're a
हाईलाइट
very
बनाकर
fundamental team.
चैनल पे
This
अपलोड
Gen.G
करो ना
team
सारा वॉच
doesn't
पे
really
टिका
scream that to me. They're
एक टीम
screaming,
का अलग
we
अलग
are
अच्छा
going to
रहेगा
take
यार
sometimes.
सीन
and we're
क्या है
gonna win.
मालूम है
But we're
वो
also
लोग
gonna
की
adapt to
टीम
their
है ना
defender
बहुत
side.
बड़ी
You know,
है
the early contact plays that they tried
और
in the pistol round of the follow-up
टाइम
against
टाइम
PRX
से
didn't
वो
work, but
एडिटिंग
even
भी
adjustments
जगह
came in
जगह
round
पे
3
चालू
and
होता है
got them that 5
मेरे
round
टीम
win
में
that
है ही
we
दो
talked about.
बंदे
That's one of the biggest
एक
things,
एडिट
you
कर
know,
दे
about
कमनिल
this
बनाता है
Gen.G
तो वो लोग के लिए
right
इजी नहीं है
now.
यार
Yes, we've seen
It's too much
PRX. They got
pressure
that
for
triple
them.
duelist. Very interesting.
समझ रहे हो
Maybe they cooked it up like 1 or 2 weeks
मेरा
ago.
पूरा
That's what they
स्ट्रीम
said in
मेरा
the
स्ट्रीम
interview.
होता कितने
But
का
Gen.G,
8-9
we've only
घंटे का
seen their split once.
वो
They
लोग
played
डाउनलोड
against
करते ही
RQ
2 दिन हो
their,
जाता है
opening games against
30 इंटरनेट के
in
साथ
Group C. And they had this double duelist composition.
इसलिए
Maybe here on
शॉर्ट्स
the
में वो
jet,
सब आ रहा है
texture on that
व्हाट्सएप
raise.
ग्रुप लिंक
And it wasn't
मॉड्स
the
हेल्प करो
best
मेंबर्स
game
को
for
ज्वाइन
texture.
करने
They
में
actually lost that map to
भाई
RQ
तुम लोग
13
कितने
to
हो बे
11.
7
They
के लेक्स भी हो
really
सकता है भाई
struggled on that attack.
इतना चाहते हो
But
दिल
the
से
thing
मैं
is,
जेंजी सपोर्ट करूं
RQ had a more, you know, traditional composition. They had that double controller, so I think that's one of the main factors why.
एक और
If
चीज बोलो
PRX plays
जेंजी
triple
3-0
duelist
जीतेगा जिंस भाई नहीं
against a
नहीं
double duelist,
3-0
how
तो
does that
पॉसिबल
work on
नहीं है
defense? You know, you have to really think about how you want to make use of that.
अरे
hero, and
क्या
I'm
हो रहा है
pretty
कैमरा
sure
को
they are going to do the same thing again.
Yeah, I think if you're
Please
assuming
support
if you're
Gen.G, कर दिया
Gen.G,
भाई,
and you're
कर दिया,
assuming that
जीत गया।
PRX is going to lean in to that triple duelist again, I wouldn't mind seeing something like a double sentinel here from the side of Gen.G, something to really shut down some of that firepower, to utilize those gaps in the abilities. But it is going to be the same thing here for Gen.G. They're still going to use that double duelist, so probably just frankly didn't have enough time to really
इस
workshop
बार
anything.
तो
Like, it's
मीटियर
really
भी आ
tough, of
गया
course,
भाई मीटियर भी आ
you know,
गया
with the short amount of time and the insane amount of games that Gen.G has had to play.
ट्रिपल
Triple duelist
ड्यूलिस्ट
for PRX. Let's see.
Let's do it. It worked. It worked.
It did work, but what really makes a duelist effective is confidence. It is so important.
म्यूट करके
And
गाली
right
खाओ
now we
चुपचाप
can see Texture
लैंग्वेज
was definitely feeling it. Every time the cam was on him, he was screaming, he was singing, he was looking happy. He did at one point, but he got that like 3K. PRX, they need to feel confident. You have 3 duels. You have no confidence, that's it. All right, let's go into our second game split over to our casters to take us through the action.
Thank you very much. Yes, here we go again. Ladies
Let's
and
go,
gentlemen,
let's
if
go,
you
let's
weren't
go.
tuned into the
Let's
matches
go.
yesterday, first
Let's
of
go,
all, what
Gen.G,
the hell
let's
were
go.
you doing? What were you thinking?
Vaidul bye, love you.
Those
Thank you for the membership, मेरी जान. Thank you.
But you missed the triple duelist debut from PRX, but that's okay. They're bringing it out for you once again. The question is, can they get the win here?
Easy.
Yeah, and now starting on the attacking side as well. So
Easy for Gen.G, guys. Easy for Gen.G.
Against RQ, 11-13, as the desk touched upon. Now they're bringing it back. Now in that game, their defense was, you know, by miles much stronger. So trying to just get a head start here on the rounds. And guess what? PRX, they favor the attack here with this composition as well.
All right, for now, nice and quiet over here at B. So they get into some very deep positions. Flash held at the moment there from Locky as a nice interrupt on the plant comes through. The rush back out. Able to find one, yeah,
Yes,
two.
baby girl, that's my team. That's the classic I like.
Amazing fast hit coming back in here from PRX is suddenly Munchkin, the last one standing with just a sheriff in hand.
So my big, yes.
For anything here, but with another
वो
big shell as well.
पहला लाइन
Everybody
कट कर
hunting
देगा
down.
पिस्तौल वाला
He will
अंकी
fall to buy the only casualty.
क्यों classic अच्छी नहीं है?
PRX will once again claim an opening pistol.
Yeah, I thought
PRX की classic
Gen.G
अच्छी नहीं है?
might just be going for the delay there with
मैंने
the
बोला
pink
था
shells
ना
and then
Gen.G
take
दोनों
that
पिस्तौल
time to
जीतेगा
clear out
वो वाला
back alley
पॉइंट
once
कट
more,
कर देगा
but
मार्कर
they
से
kind
ठीक
of
है
initiate the retake immediately.
Yeah.
That actually favors PRX as they've already gotten off of the spike plant. They still have all 5 members available. Still good positions from within the site. So Gen.G, we'll see if they kind of reconsider some of those timings, because we know how crazy PRX's post plant
जीत
situation
सकता है
can get,
Gen.G
especially
जीत
with
सकता है
Forsaken
Gen.G
Hero.
जीत सकता है Gen.G जीत सकता है
Meteor still going to be picking up that
पॉसिबल है
Marshall.
मीटर के पास वो है बड़ा गन
Very standard eco buy from him.
7 इंच का गन है मीटर के pass.
But something coming in the corner. This is one of the things that we saw he was so damn good at was shutting down side player snipers, swinging quarters with the Vandals, and finding the headshot instantly. So he does it once more here. Start off this round. Mind Freak hanging back will take a bit of damage, but finds the elimination there on the Lakia. Now with Charon making his way over. I think he's going to have to take Lakia's
भाई
gun. because the
कैसे
retake probably not going to be the best thing.
Yeah, good backup from Forsaken as well. So we see that Mind Freak's pretty low. You don't want to lose those rifles. So Forsaken going down with the Sheriff is fine. You still have 3 rifles that you bought up.
भाई नहीं भाई देखो कोइंसिडेंस नाम का चीज हो सकता है कोइंसिडेंस नाम का चीज हो सकता है यार
PaperX once again.
Coincidence हो
Yes,
सकता है.
girl.
This is where we
अरे
saw the
boys
turnaround
खेल रहे हैं सारे.
for Gen.G. So PaperX, see if they're going to be
It's
able to
gender neutral term now.
clinch this
हाँ ऐसा कैसा बा?
conversion on the bonus round.
PRX
dude.
जीतेगा.
On the board, but
Dude नहीं आता वो dudes होता है dudes.
fantastic anchor just
Yes,
not allowed to
sir.
find
It's gender neutral.
any presence. around
PRX
this ramp.
जीतेगा या
Yeah, given
मेरा
the
prediction
compositions
chat
once again, and
Gen.G.
PaperX, the record that they had in yesterday's game,
Gen.G
I
जीतेगा.
gotta imagine they have to be looking to throw something out of the book.
खत्म टाटा
Get
बाबा.
this bonus round conversion. You want to get as many on the attacking half as possible.
Does it again.
It starts
Wow,
with
what a
that.
He does it
shot.
again.
He's up to
Swing
something.
main, kill player over at screens.
Should have heard
Something.
the footsteps.
Starting things off 2-0. Meteor just around the corner. Lakia swinging. They're going to try to double face here. As, yeah, it's not ready for that swing to come back through. It's going down. The rest of the team rotating over towards B, where Karon's still going to be sat.
हाँ?
Did he miss him?
Just kind of dodging
He
around
missed him?
that
He missed him?
Trailblazer a bit, and I'm blocking out.
Oh!
Just didn't see
I said that was
anything at
Mithul's
all.
signal. Binks.
No peripheral vision on the
कैसे
top. Most
कैसे
forsaken, but that
बोनस
elbow
कैसे
used
जीत
as a
रहे?
Karon. Texture up and half an hour will be able to trade one back.
बोनस कैसे जीत रहे?
ऐसा कुत्ता
Replies
dodge
with the kill
करना
of his
मुझे
own.
भी सीखना है.
Push out. Bit of damage there on him on yet. Cancel on the plan for now. Means that Meteor does manage to find at least one more. But widely, with the teammates coming through, PaperX not going to be concerned about their losses whatsoever. They convert the bonus and start off 3-0.
I'm a little shocked at how confident Divide was that the Trailblazers didn't see him. I mean, he just knew exactly the angles that it would be able to scout, especially
Binks
around the
are a
toxic screen. I
mad
think that's
cat.
more so what he was banking on. The fact that, of course, when you're right up against that toxic screen, your vision does get blurred a little bit already. And with all that distraction, you know that the site should be weaker, and that's going to be an early timeout. You got to imagine from
nice
the Gen.G
timeout.
side, finally using
Correct time पे. अभी भी Gen.G
Alex,
जीत सकता है. अभी भी
alright,
Gen.G
good
जीत
job,
सकता है.
guys.
Yeah, he's like, this time I want to tell you, good job for once.
Keep this up.
Gen.G को 2-1-2 defense दिखाना पड़ेगा. 2-1-2.
Yeah, I mean, first time out call that we're seeing from
एक
the
vent
Gen.G
पे.
camp, just given how
एक
far ahead
B
they
heaven
were. and
और दो A
in the
side.
driver's seat, they were on that opening map. Never
बंगल
needed
भाई
to
ले
pump the
कहाँ
brakes.
जाओ ये पावर लेके
After
30
dropping
सेकंड
that
में
bonus,
उतरो
we'll start
पापा.
talking about what the
डेमो
game plan's
अच्छा था
gonna be.
बस Gen.G को सपोर्ट कर
They're
दो. Good job.
identifying so far, but it's also difficult because at the end of the day, these rounds are starting because something just swings a corner and heads.
What's member का WhatsApp कैसे
I mean,
join
you're
कर रहा
already
था
down
वो
one man,
डालो
and,
Nightbot
you know, I was
command.
almost going to say PaperX not really gaining that much more space after
क्या
something
गुस्से
comes
से
from the
देख रहा
site.
देखना
Might
Alex.
bite them back, but it works out. Gen.G gets a little curious because they still don't have as much information either. Of course, they're also running a double duelist
Tamdung
team,
है,
so not as
Tamdung.
much util that you're used to having, especially with the sky changes. I am curious if Gen.G might consider trying not to use
Texture
the
भी
operator
like
too
ये
much, right?
साला
Don't try to build up to
Jinx
that
वाला
too much economically
big
because you might get the first kill, but when you've got the Raze Jet and the Yoru like all TPing into sight, that just spells trouble.
Oh, I mean, we saw how
अरे
easily
2-1-2
for the
बोला
most
था.
part, Forsaken was able to deal with that.
5-1 कर दिया ये लोग.
He was the one going into the dimensional drift or just TPing
मेरा हो
into a
गया
position where they
भाई.
suspect that side player was going to be posted up. More
मेरा
often
हो
than
गया.
not, he was coming away with those eliminations. So it could be the game plan that they try to stray away from that. We'll have to just wait and see as things continue to develop. For now, full stack from Gen.G over on the A side, as they are very quickly going to learn that
बंगल
they
भाई बोलो मैं फेल होने वाला हूँ.
unfortunate.
यार ऐसा नहीं मेरा
People
Jinx
are
नहीं हो रहा है
exposed
काम यार.
To have
वो लोग
somebody
lucky
that
हो
needs
रहे
it
हैं.
on point. Try to go for the spike plant.
Not yet finally volunteers.
भाई lucky हो रहे हो
I
लोग.
guess I'll take that.
And knowing that they had the time as well. Now, I'm going to be curious if PaperX all decide to push back out of main because it looks like that's the idea. They don't want to push any deeper into the site. So PaperX, perhaps the idea, not really necessarily going for kills, right? They just want to say, we want to snowball as much as possible. We want to keep the weapons we have. Don't necessarily hunt for kills. If they die to the spike, that's it.
Creep it up. Mind Freak finding one.
जॉर्ड बे. भाई Karen का aim तो है.
Off the back of that damage there, gets the nice headshot.
Yeah, you're going to want a double stack here. Something alone could be dangerous.
Monia checking all the way back over towards spawn. Heaven for the time being, not being
Oh.
checked. As Lockett will fall, but Karen with another nice shot. Texture as well. Getting some solid damage.
Oh.
ठीक है.
They clean him up. They can't stop the spike from going off. PaperX, they will be able to get up to 4, but
ये थोड़ा
Gen.G
shift
doing
थोड़ा
some damage,
वाला pick
recovering
मेरे
some
को भी
weapons.
वो थोड़ा cute था वो.
This is by far the
एक ही
absolute worst
direction में
case
मैं
scenario
करूँगी
for
tap
PaperX on that round. Sure, you're supposed to win the round. Yes, you can buy up to most of your weapons. But giving over those kills and the free weapon upgrades, that allows for the operator to
Light
still
armor
be
क्यों
a
कर रहा है
considered
Mind Freak?
purchase here for Meteor. That gives Gen.G a ray of hope to get back into this first half.
potentially, I mean, Meteor not going to give them the opportunity to really swing in towards main. He's just going to try to greet them off the rim. Does have Lokia to try to back up, peel
But said shot meter by
a bit, but with the dimensional drift coming through, he's just going to have to back away very swiftly. Now the paranoia as well crashing in.
They're all in.
Forsaken is out of the portal, and he's got a judge in hand. Lokia falls. Something is the one, of course, the headshot meteor at the same time. Munchkin will make his way up into heaven.
कर सकते retake कर सकते Gen.G retake कर सकते give up मत करो.
Such hard angles to try and clear. Divine holding ramp. Shuts down one. Karen just plus 40 into heaven. Still managing to find the elimination there. Texture waiting up that flash. Swings in, and Forsaken's going to be good for it. A 3K here from the AORUS. PRX, well, not going to be losing all their weapons this time around. And in fact,
good morning, bete.
Operated themselves.
Yeah, you can imagine how you're going to counter the Euro all you want, but once you hear that little whisper from the other dimension following you all into the site, things get a little chaotic. We even have the paranoia there to assist as well. That just really sets up all three duelists for a great entry. And I was going to say, overall, this is actually one of the first matches where I felt that Devi had very little impact, but right there, holding that close angle, trying to get back into the swing of things himself.
3 बंदे stack है भाई. Adapt तो करती है भाई Gen.G, adapt तो करती है. इसलिए मेरे हिसाब से winnable है.
As the Trailblazer, nice timing, does get cleared out before it can spot him in this position. Flash coming in, Texture on the swing. Not ready for it, ends up getting taken down. Dominance continuing from PRX.
Now, Gen.G, they can't get too curious about this. I like that they're retaking control of ramp, but that's about all you get. You try to push in through the smoke. That spells trouble.
But look at this. I mean, because of the just lack of sound, they're drifting off. They're moving away from this A site.
I don't blame them, because otherwise you're down to a 2-2 split, right? So I guess they're just saying, listen, worst case scenario, we go for a 45 retake. You do have the Cosmic Divide. We'll see what they have cooked up. So I don't blame them, but you're right. I mean, they go for the gamble because they don't hear the audio anymore, and it's going to be, once again, another free site for PRX. I mean, you know, they're happy to fight, but they're just saying, okay, well, if we go in for free with no content, we'll take that as well.
6 round में कुछ बोला 6 का 6 round कैसे उल्टा हो सकता है?
ये सब मत सोच, तू बोलते रहे.
How far do you really push to try to get this retake going before you
just तेरे बारे में अच्छा बोलने का मन कर रहा है मेरे को.
Please kindly just don't say anything at all.
You know, Chancer to try to complete some kills.
छोड़ दो.
Showstopper doesn't come out.
Pussy.
Oh man, but aside from out of sky with the shorty, Lokia will be able to find one. Karen now though, last man standing.
3 HP.
Push onto the corner. It's gonna be good for the kill or something. He was down to no HP. Snappy as all hell though. Finds another kill. Goes in the Astro Force.
Alt भी sexy. कर दिया big
Mind Freak sends out the paranoia. He tries to swing the wall. TP's in behind him.
That's my team. Mind games by Mind Freak.
Oh man.
The fact that, first of all, Karon thought he would have gone above, props to him. I mean, he threw his best shot he had in that chaotic 1v1 when he was just enshrouded in the darkness, but Mind Freak, I've been seeing it watching these games. I feel like we're getting right up close to peak Mind Freak once again, reminiscent of the performances he had back at Masters Copenhagen, where he was helping carry so many impact rounds. That's true.
That Astra play, the 1-2-3 on Pearl, lives rent-free in my head, not just because I was the one that said it.
6-0.
He had his spike, but I mean, right now, Gen.G looking like a very different team, and PRX absolutely thriving in this chaos.
Wow.
The second time out called after 6 rounds played. Nothing scooped up here for Gen.G. And I mean, again, the closest that they got was when they killed everybody.
अंकी मैंने क्या बोला था पता है? अगर 7K likes होएगा ना तो मैं दिल से Gen.G को सपोर्ट करूंगा.
कर दिया likes?
हाँ पे.
दिल से Gen.G, let's.
मैं दिल से Gen.G को सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ. 6-0 हार रहे यार. मेरा हो गया भाई. मेरा हो गया. 6 by Uplunder.
And we talked about this before coming into this match. I mean, sure, they might have cooked something up just because this tournament is relatively short. People aren't going to have as much time to anti-strat. So yes, there's merit to that. But hey, that's power to you. You know how to play the tournament. You know how to play the system. You might as well be ready for that victory.
Meter के पास पैसा नहीं है.
Every other team with hopes of Madrid around the world likely going to be looking at this
Meter
one.
के पास पैसा नहीं है. दवाई के पास अल्टी है.
Only for PRX to do something completely different when they make it over to Spain.
You're on PRX
forward, trying to see if we can get somebody out in the open. Something has now in mid. Locky just jiggling on the corner.
मैं बोला था बे, जिस काम नहीं करता.
No info, no flashes.
भाई
Your
board
retake is
paper
now more
hard.
difficult. You don't know if you want to stack
अरे मैं नहीं हूँ Jinx.
So Gen.G, if you don't want to give up this round right away, I think you do
मारा
have to play for contact. It's risky, but this is what you need.
Orb going down. Okay,
Oh, by
2v2. Surprise fight goes the way of Gen.G. Munchkin texture. Putting their team here in the most winnable position that they've been in, and Munchkin reads it perfectly.
ultimate is ready.
Turns the sights back over to main. The swing in. Snake fight at the ready. Full flash connecting onto him. He will just get sprayed down through the smoke as blast pack entry is attempted. Mania does fall. Texture now swinging back over the ramp. Forsaken winning the fight.
Jord alt baby something. Jord something बोला 4 second.
अरे दूसरी तरफ जा.
Rotating around. And it looks like they think that he's just going to end up snapping back over towards A. Fakes the teleport. Now exits over here at B.
भाई दिमाग तो है भाई.
They call the bluff
दिमाग तो है.
as much as they could, but it's Forsaken. He knows how this works. He sees their
Next
movement
game का
all
10
the way
lakhs
to
बोल
the
दो.
end, even leaves that
रुक जाओ,
one
ये game
extra
होने दो, ये
seed in
game होने
doubt.
दो.
Spotting Charon nearby.
That's
Nice
a tough
gate
one.
crash.
He is going all the way back around. He does have that gate crash set up. No other util to play with. 40 HP.
निकाल सकते
When does he tap it though? Surely this is a fake.
निकाल लिया.
Hold. They get it up to half. He's going to have to do something here soon. The fake TP coming in, but Charon's just stuck to it.
That's unfortunate. Just couldn't find the lineup onto the headshot.
जाना
Hero
भी
kill
वापस
as
जाना वो
well.
साइड.
The
बुलाए
setup
तेरे
was
को ये
there.
साइड.
You know, you can't doubt the master hero here in Pacific, but
एक
Charon just
round
sticking
मैंने
with it close
support
to the
किया
wall as
PRX
well,
को.
so good
एक
positioning to
round.
Peter able to cover him. This is where it starts.
कैसे?
Munchkin with the call that we
मैं अभी
can't just keep
prediction
him
नहीं दे
shaken
रहा हूँ.
up
मैं
back
अभी
and forth
prediction
like
दे ही
we
नहीं रहा हूँ.
lose
मेरा
one
हो गया
guy.
भाई.
We have to even out
वो
the
दिन
numbers, and this
दूर
is how
नहीं
they
when
win
before
a
match
lot of these
starts
rounds,
players
where they
of the
don't get
team
the first kill, right?
show
They
play
are
cards
very
saying
good at converting
Binks
these.
don't support us please.
Well, that's one step in
मैं
the right
prediction
direction
नहीं
here
दे रहा.
for
मैं सिर्फ
Gen.G.
देख रहा हूँ अभी. ठीक है.
And it was, widely that attacker side that we saw PRX
Nice,
getting
nice.
the most value from the triple
Very
duels.
nice push.
Understandable. As
नहीं 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 मत जा मत जा मत जा.
Prediction नहीं दे रहा हूँ.
चुप लिया जा जी.
backward out of that smoke. Not much damage taken here.
Gen.G guys hold the side for push. Meanwhile streamer and
Something swings up in towards heaven. Finds Locky with the right click. Texture looking for a little bit more, but Forsaken able to keep his teammate protected. Whittled
for
away
no
at them.
things.
Keeps them in with the man advantage.
अपने आप को jinx करो के 1 million कभी नहीं होगा.
They should have spotted the jet. Up
यार
in
मैं
heaven as
नहीं
well.
हूँ by coincidence है भाई. देखो 7 round coincidence possibility है.
Forsaken just playing right on the edge outside of the garage. There's the timing. He swings in. He will be able to find one.
कैरन भाई आपका ये एंगल होल्ड करने का
They're gonna
केरन
wait
क्या
for the
है?
lurk from Divide.
ऐसा कोई पूछता है उसे? क्या
We
बोलता?
still have so much time.
Swing out. Munchkin ready for it. Now looking for the push forward.
Jog,
Something
jog.
able to win out versus Meteor.
Munchkin has the pit.
But does he commit it here? It's still so risky. Maybe if he wins the opening fight, there's something jiggle peeking. Not a weapon. Ends up falling. Munchkin still though completely unaware of Mind Freak's position. Needs to just rely on his intuition, but now knows. Time is going to be dwindling. Smoke coming down. Swings out. Mind Freak
that's nice.
right in the corner,
Nice.
able to find the kill. PRX not allowing for Gen.G to string anything together. 7-1. The half becomes worse and worse as time goes on for Gen.G.
Yeah,
Comeback
PRX
मार
is
सकता है.
gonna be
Gen.G
happy
comeback
if they
मार
can even
सकता
just
है.
pick up one more round here, which is
Gen.G
looking very
comeback मार
possible
सकता
with
है.
the economy in this one. But a
Binks
very
wins,
quick
yeah.
kill and exit
हाँ.
from something on
Yeah.
that one. And I want to
गाली
give
खा
props
के
to
पेट
Munchkin.
भर
He
रहे
reads the
इधर
jump
यार.
timings onto the jet over from something, and he peeks out
अब
right as he
समझ
knows
गए.
the jump is landing because he
जीत
hears
क्यों
the
नहीं
float.
जीता उस दिन?
But at the end of the day,
यार
it's
ऐसा
Mind Freak
नहीं
once
है.
again. 10 kills and 3 deaths. What an impressive scoreline.
कोई ना. तुम लोग से प्रॉमिस किया था.
Vanya going on the
Gen.G
entry.
को support
It's the
करेंगे
full
अपन.
flash. He's going to be taken
तुम
down by
लोग को प्रॉमिस
Texture
किया
with the
था.
nade.
ये मैप
Still
Gen.G
finding
जीतेगा.
one now. Showstopper. Texture goes leaping forward. Sends it into the corner. Mind Freak TP is actually on the back end of the Showstopper going off.
खोद दिया बे. पूरा smoke खोद दिया ये लोग ने.
Gets himself tucked away, but the spike for now getting drifted over towards that B site, rotating back around through the attacker spawn. Meteor, however, way out ahead, and he can hear these footsteps.
Oh yeah, notwithstanding the weapon situation, this is the best round Gen.G's looking at so far.
Shot.
Guardian putting him down.
नमन पका एग्जाम
Want to continue
अच्छा
to
नहीं
hold the
जाएगा.
angle,
ना
not
ना ना.
respect
बस
the
ले ले
opponents
लो.
that he's facing. He pulls back, also
ना
very
ना.
well aware that that sewer lurk could come through from behind.
भाई देखो मेरा रेट 40 रुपए तो नहीं हो सकता. समझ रहे हो?
Oh,
अगर मेरे पास ये पावर है.
One looks for another
लेकिन मुझे
headshot
नहीं
out of
पता.
Mind Freak. I might have lost my damn mind. Paranoia going to be sent
40
down.
रुपए रेट
Pulling
नहीं रख
back
सकते.
over in towards heaven. Now it is just Divide. And Mind Freak to try and see if they can somehow engineer this.
Supernatural power का 40 रुपए is less.
Otherwise, Gen.G, I mean, it was on the tip of my tongue.
500,000 ऐसा कुछ.
They push the go button so
Premium.
quickly. These guys, they're thrifties. Throughout this tournament
left.
have been impeccable. And they're
1000 कर सकते हैं, 1000 कर सकते हैं.
That's how they're
Be positive. PRX का clip भेजना. Why they won?
2 more in B main as well. So even if they get
यार
through this
मत
race,
करो
it's
यार
a
ये सब
difficult one.
बकचोदी मत करो यार.
So with the Sheriff looking for the shot. This time not going to be able to find it.
Gravity well.
Grab well coming
Mar,
through.
Karan,
With
mar.
12 seconds. Divine
10 seconds
tapping the
left.
rope. And Karan just trying to slow them up. Divine able to find one, but he needs to get the plant down. Taps it, fakes it. The round is already over. He's well aware of it. Won't be able to hold on to the weapons. The Thrifty will come through.
बोला था ना कमबैक है
Gen.G
जीत गया बे 7-2 अभी
We're gonna have to
7-5
go back
होएगा
and look at
ठीक
this
है
entire tournament, 'cause it
फिर
wasn't
Gen.G
just
पिस्तौल
yesterday.
जीतेगी 7-7
Gen.G,
होएगा
They have been clawing their way
भाई.
back into not just maps, but entire matches and stages, phases of this entire kickoff tournament to stay alive off these Thrifties, off these 4v5s, 3v5s, things like that.
प्लीज बोल दो
And you wonder
Crash
just
ना
what
ना
it
ना
is,
ना
and I
ना
think
फ्री में तो
Karen's a
बिल्कुल
big
ना
part of it. Just the shots
मेंबर्स
you can make with
व्हाट्सएप
these
ग्रुप
sheriffs,
मॉड्स जरा
with
वो
these
दो ना
guardians,
यार
things like that.
मेंबर्स व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप कैसे ज्वाइन कर
He's
सकते हैं
leading the charge right now. He and Mind Freak. Top in the board.
भाई ये लोग इतना राउंड जीते थे पैसे कहाँ गए बे
उन लोग मरे ना इतना.
Testing the limits there,
round
coming
जीते
out on
उतना भी उन
top.
लोग मरे
Numbers are
बहुत.
going to be cleared. Meteor's got the covering fire.
एक
Forsaken
hero
thinking
handle
he was
तो
going
भी.
to have the jump. Ends up getting punished for it.
7-5 बेबी
Gen.G looked to get the 3.
बहुत अच्छा खेल रहे हैं
Well,
Gen.G.
vehicle for a
हाँ,
brief
बहुत
moment.
अच्छा खेल
Meteor continuing to have his sights trained in
कमबैक मार
towards
सकता है
mid.
बे कमबैक मार
By
सकता
swinging
है
on
I
the corner,
believe
will be able to find that follow-up headshot through the corner now. Grabwell goes out. For now, not wanting to challenge in. Still formidable opponent to the other side, even if it's just the Sheriff's in hand. But Texture arriving through vent will be able to take out the Divide. That's the Spike now stranded. Mind Freak has no
God,
choice but
God.
to swing in and try to fight.
I'm
He'll
not,
go down.
I'm not sure if this was necessarily called out in their comms, but Karon not peeking once more after activating the grab well, it just shows how much experience he's gained throughout this tournament as an
बस मारा था ना
entirely
लाकिया
new
ने
rookie. Because obviously with the grab well activated, he saw that the
stream कर रहा है
Omen
नहीं कर
was
रहा
still stuck in that area of
भाई
effect.
अभी उठो.
He could have gone for it, but
क्या हुआ
if he
बे?
dies there while everyone is
अबे,
waiting
बीबर हो
for
गया
that
बे, बहुत
extra
सर्दी
duel,
हो
the
गई
last
है.
duel in mid, that's a
मेरे को
rifle
headache हो
giving
गया
over
होता.
one more chance for PaperX to claw back into the round. So he just says, I won't give it to you. I'll wait for more backup to come, and we'll swarm you for the last kill.
And we only have the timeout
7-5,
being
7-5.
called here from PaperX.
क्यों है,
So, I mean,
क्यों है?
a bit of a
7-5
moment
for
to
Gen.G,
kind of
bro.
talk about
Gen.G
Karan a little bit
जीतेगा.
more and maybe explain
100
to those who don't know what a Royal
Gen.G
Road
को
is.
क्लिप
Ah,
भेजेगा
yes,
कि
because I
एक
guess for
इंडियन
Karon,
स्ट्रीमर ने
this is
आपका मैच
exactly that
करवाया था
opportunity.
with this
It's when
super
someone
power
obviously
team.
just enters into that tournament for the very
Alpha
first
Zer
time
Leo,
and they're able to go
Alpha
all the way to the very
Texture
end, winning the
Forsaken,
title.
your
And for Karon,
favorite
it's not just this
Forsaken,
tier of
baby.
tournament, it's not just this event or this series of VCT. It is just everything in the entire professional Valorant ecosystem. This is going to be his first time playing at an official tournament during a regular
दिल से
season. And
Gen.G
for
को
him to win
सपोर्ट
a
नहीं कर रहा था
title
दिल
of
से कर रहा हूँ
Pacific
भाई
Kings
7-5 बोला ना
would
मैंने
be nothing
कमबैक
short
मारेगा
of miraculous.
Yep. It's on a good pace and
ये राउंड जीतेंगे Gen.G
Gen.G.
उसके बाद
Let's say they
PRX
take the
इको
series.
जाएगा कुछ
Right
नहीं
now,
कर सकते
Karen's making a damn
7-5.
good argument for
7-5.
MVP of this grand final.
It's time to prove I'm not
So what
jinx
happens?
guys
More Valorant to be played. PaperX still out
मेरी
by
एक्टिंग
4
थी वो
rounds.
एक्टिंग समझ
Gen.G
रहे हो
want to try to claw
मेरा
that
रीड
back as
बराबर
much
था
as humanly
तुमको
possible.
ऐसा एक्ट करके बताया कि मैं जिंक्स हूँ
Defy, anticipating
Acting
some forward
थी.
aggression.
दिमाग
Keep that
बंद
staved off for the time being. As
गलत
majority of
गलत
PaperX find themselves out here in mid. Lock it
Bye.
out, snappy with a headshot.
भाई
Taking
लाख
Forsaken.
क्या
क्या
Again,
मारता है
Lakia
बे
go rushing forward. They will get some nice trade damage back there on the Lakia. Putting him down to 48, but kill is not found.
भाई
PaperX,
सेक्सी
they
कमबैक
have good
कर तो
position on the
सकते
map,
बे
but they
लोग
just have no
हाँ,
idea
ना?
how many more members might be
ये
near
जीता
ramp
next
in
eco
the
है
site
वाला.
on A, so they are a little cautious, and that gives time for Lakia to get the information he needs to start the rotate over to A.
Lakia gets back in. Ooh, somehow making it out of there with his life intact. Drop down from Monyet rushing forward, and Munchkin cannot find the spray.
नाइस वन
Come up with a kill against all odds. Bring it now back into a 4v4. Rest of the team rotating over. Divide ready. The pit now going to be invested.
All 4 in the pit, though. I mean, this is a gamble if I've ever seen one.
ये उनका अल्ट ये लोग को ही हेल्प कर रहा
How
है
much it's going to be realistically doing here for the side of Gen.G. We'll see how they often play around this one, but something spotted the gun barrel. We'll find the headshot there on a Meteor. Just continue to play around the back side. Lock in, finished off something coming up with yet another kill. Now up grabs here on top of the screen.
Oh my.
Karon pushing forward, is able to find one, finds two. Something will get the fourth.
Something nigga mara.
Stop the potential run back from coming through. PRX.
Last round
Timeout
Hey,
working for them.
मेरा हो गया बे.
Now up to 8, looking for 9.
मेरा हो गया भाई.
8's where you feel okay with it, but 9 would make it very
यार ये राउंड 100% Gen.G जीतेगा बोला था मैं कैसे?
Surely you just cook up a
8
little,
round
more options for your pistol
कैसे?
rounds. Make sure you secure the 2 free rounds on the half off the back of the pistol. And then try to get it. This third kill is just not
Anki, as
right at the end of the spray.
best friend of mine, तेरे को भी लगता है यार मैं Jinx यार, सच बताना please.
हाँ मेरे को जो PRX जीते इसलिए मुझे चाहिए कि तू Gen.G सपोर्ट करे. As my best friend, please do that for me.
Starting off this last round of the half.
Friends लोग भी दगाबाज निकले.
Rushing forward, judging.
Huh?
He finds Karon. Meteor swinging around the backside of her. Able to find one, but now he's completely surrounded and he's going to get just chopped to bits.
Yeah.
The Blade Storm finding the kill. The man advantage for
ये
now going to be
7-5 की जगह पे 9-3 कैसे हो गया?
Off left side. Picture swinging out, trying to get the transfer. Can't make it happen. Lakia arrives to the Odin. Munchkin as well. Up to the
Oh,
Raptors.
nice retake.
Takes down something
9-3 बोल दिया ना गंदा इंसान. 4-8 होगा.
But a very long walkabout. Playing on this alley
Nice
side.
retake भाई.
Locking out. Giving credence to his potential position. Starts checking in behind.
Yeah, you gotta suspect it one way or the other. I'm fine with you refilling the pit, but you know where Devi's been playing in that match yesterday against T1. No, he loves those Zergs. Now 50 seconds. I mean, Devi could clear here, go back up to heaven. He's got all the options he needs.
Does, but he's going to be spotted. Checking right. Munchkin finds it. Gen.G will be able to finish the half with 4 rounds. Which is more than it was looking like it was going to be.
Yes.
But PRX still in very firm control.
No, I think the scoreline itself, both teams are probably okay with it, but given how it started, Gen.G probably feeling a bit better going into the second
Gen.G
half,
को
looking
support
at
कर
their
रहा.
chances.
तुम लोग को promise क्या
Both
करूँगा
teams
तो
going to be
करूँगा
buying
भाई.
that
Tension
They
क्यों
ever
ले
so
रहा?
precious
Promote कर
pistol
रहा.
round, to see
Yeah.
if they can chain
एक
it
काम
in
कर तू ना
to the
कुछ
2
खाना
free
चालू कर
wins
दे
that would
ताकि
get
तू ज़्यादा
PRX
बोले नहीं
just
राउंड
3 steps away
Especially
from
जब
trying to
PRX
tie up
जीत
the
रही है.
series 1-1.
यार मैं डांट पीऊँ ना.
कोई नहीं तू आलमंड खा.
It's great to see so many
Hey,
fans
that's
out
what
here,
I
not just for Gen.G, but of
Salad
course the
ka.
reigning champions.
Yeah,
Pacific as
cheat
well. The fan base that they've
आज
created
तो
here
Sunday
in
है.
Korea after
Yay!
massive performances last year,
Yay!
including the finals at the Changchun Stadium, has been very, very amazing to see.
Guys, they are
Now
very
have to
close
prove
to
it once more
10k
against Star.
likes. जो लोग स्ट्रीम पे नए हैं
2024
लाइक कर दो. दिल से सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं हम. Gen.G का कमबैक हो सकता है. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
You know, just their history and camaraderie with PRX throughout the multiple internationals. That
Chat. ये वार्निंग है, धमकी नहीं है. लेकिन अगर 10k लाइक्स नहीं हुए ना नेक्स्ट मैच तक मैं PRX को सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ. पिंचो अभी ऐसे लाइक्स मांगने पड़ेंगे. हाँ क्या हो गया है मेरे को? ऐसा
Split. The pistol, this is where it starts.
मेरा हो
We
गया
have 3-2
भाई.
split for PRX. No
हाँ,
gate crash just yet.
ऐसा बे. इसके सामने तो अंडी मंडी भी फेल है. एग्जाम्स भी फेल है.
get milk.
हाँ अंडी मंडी लाइक्स
Leave it
मांगता
right
था
there.
वो भी नहीं होते थे.
Okay, we'll finish it, I guess.
मेरे चैट में बोल रहे हैं बिंक्स भाई
Well,
चुप
of course
बैठो
they did go
योजना
for the
चालू
sheriff.
कर रहे
It's a
Oh,
fast
the
push
rush.
in.
The flash is good. Texture
पीछे
gets the back
देखो.
first kill, but they didn't check on yet. They
Yes,
didn't look to the
girl.
left. Gonna take it down. Forsaken trying to hold here with that sheriff, but has the gate crash back across the opposite side of the map.
Two
Succeed to
sheriffs.
be mara bhai.
PRX are just
आगे
looking
प्लस वन
to
गाली
swing
करने
and
से
win
अच्छा है
these
खाना खा लो.
duels. The train.
बस आप मिड राउंड जिंक्सिंग का कितना अच्छा कर लेते. 0 latency.
Happy with the first one. The swing out the back pillar. Munchkin catching
भाई
the line,
Gen.G
unawares.
next level खेल रही है भाई.
All
अच्छा
on
खेल.
Forsaken. Low HP part finishes off the enemy Astra.
Let's go Munchkin.
Still more work to be done.
टाइम नहीं है, टाइम
He's
नहीं है.
down the stairs, but this is going to cost him a significant amount of time.
Yeah, he's just going to need to swing at the last second, get that kill. But it might just
Oh.
work out. Oh, no!
Okay, for a second, Munchkin could have got the
ए
headshot.
मेरा हो गया रे बेंचोद. ए
But
मेरा
the
हो गया.
devastating loss, but PRX
मेरा हो
maintain
गया भाई.
dominance in this
I
pistol
am
round. Now
done.
3-1.
मेरा हो गया.
They will get up to 9.
बिंक्स भाई चुप
Onion
बैठो
still
योजना.
has a statue in that corner, and you just don't suspect it in the pistol round. Especially after, you know, the guiding light hits, you see one person flash, there's just no reaction, no spray,
मैं अभी
nothing
भी नहीं
else.
मानता भाई, मैं नहीं
Gen.G
मानता.
thought they had it all.
मैं मानती हूँ,
But
please.
the double kill,
मैं नहीं
stabilized just
मानता.
enough. I
करो.
was afraid that we saw the double team of Divide and something trying to go for the early peaks before Forsaken was able to
Me and
arrive, but
9,000
really the
others.
numbers down just enough.
जिन्हें Binks को exam
Now
time
double
पर
outlaw.
बोलना तो
They
stop
want to snowball
करेगा.
as many rounds as they can, because listen,
तू
just
fail होएगा
one
बोलना
round
पड़ेगा
here,
ना.
then maybe another with all your ults online, and then
Junior
you're close
Binks
to
को
the
तो
win.
fail होएगा बोलना पड़ेगा.
I think one
भाई
outlaw.
सारा अभी उल्टा
easy
करना
enough to
पड़ेगा मेरे को.
read. Do you expect that there's going to be two?
Shot बे.
I mean, it's such a commitment too.
Forsaken looking for it. Shot whipping, but hey, you got 2 bullets.
down mid.
Swings further out.
भाई
finds
गन
Karen.
sexy लगता है यार. Best gun.
बढ़िया
Don't even
गन
know
है
that something has
Best
one on
gun
this
दे,
A side,
best
which is
gun.
where they're
और
about to
actually
start
अगर
heading.
next round भी
Yeah,
use
the
कर
gate
सकते
crash
हैं.
once again set up for A side as well, and it almost just feels like Forsaken gets some kind of armor when he tries to gate crash out. Always so good with it.
Something now. Ooh. Sends the shot. Divide pushing forward, able to find one, but runs out of bullets.
Back up,
Lakia is able to
making
take
back
him
up
down.
लाके भाई sexy खेल
More
रहे
damage
हैं.
from here, though. Let's start hurting PRX a little bit more, but for now, Lost the Spectre not going to be too devastating as something.
जोड़ गन है
2
बे.
bullets, 2 kills. PRX get the double digits.
A lot of value
जीतेगा.
off
अभी
of
भी
this
जीत
new
सकता है.
weapon
अभी भी जीत
introduced
सकता है
here in
Gen.G. अभी भी
2024.
जीत सकता है.
And they can continue with it. Now, most
Still
people on
winnable है.
Gen.G will have full armor,
Gen.G
so it
भाई
won't be
give
as
up ना कर.
devastating
Still
as if
winnable
they
है.
had, you know, all bought up to things like marshals and sheriffs, but with the shots that these players are able to hit, and this position on Divide, as soon as he knows that there's contact on ramp, he's been using that to really punish and just cut off a little bit of reinforcement. So Gen.G's gonna have to watch out for that.
10k likes कर दो. भाई मेरे को क्या भाई नहीं किया तो मैं next एकदम खुले दिल से PRX सपोर्टर.
Something going to be going for
वैसे भी I love Forsaken भाई.
Sends out one. It's a flash. Extra trying to chase in. Will get a good amount of damage through the wall, but now it's a swap over onto the shorty, but decides to pull back as that Trailblazer does come through. Shorty once again drawn out the push into the Cloudburst. Something finds the kill. Drops out on the top.
Oh, bye.
Takes out Texture. Lakia, however, arriving. Comes up with 2. Manyet, backside, judge in hand, finding them all. Oh, a bit of a stutter step, but it doesn't matter, because
Bonus भी निकाल लिए.
comes out from screen.
बस बॉन्डिया कहाँ से आया साइड में?
Gen.G pistol जीतेगी ऐसा बोला था.
And they're bringing the chaos back. I love it. I mean, you just don't expect that, right? Sure, you see the outlaw, you chase it down. It did seem like Meteor was somewhat wary of the shorty standing by, but then you're trying to chase.
क्या आपके पास अभी भी वो permanent marker है?
Cleared it all.
हाँ जी.
But yet still
हल्का
one
सा
more
तीनों
final
point
boss
को
behind
minus
the
कर देगा
map.
यार.
And now PRX so close, and this
And
outlaw's
that
going
Texture
to
server
the
है.
value that
Texture
they've
on
been doing this. They
Meteor
did it
को.
on Sunset
ऊपर
against
क्या?
Gen.G as well. They just keep rolling with it.
Meteor hashtag hashtag
Way
तू
out
ऊपर
front.
से नहीं थोड़ा
Hell of a
नीचे
shot
से हो
to try
गया.
to stop this one, but, I mean, even covering fire there from something.
Hashtag 21
So
हो गया
Manyet
Meteor.
getting a piece. Meteor will be taken down. Mid has been cleared out.
हो गया भाई.
Spike stranded in Ramen.
And the gate crashed back as well. And it's things like this that'll really start to make you
हाईलाइट तो बनती भाई यहाँ पे लौड़े लगे पड़े तेरे को हाईलाइट की
because
पड़ी
obviously
है.
some rounds you just can't help it.
हाँ
but
लोग मेरे को
how
सुपर
many of
चैट
those
करके
rounds are
बोल
you
रहे हैं
willing
मुझे
to
कर्ज
make
दो. तुम
happen?
लोग पागल हो गए हो
Because
क्या?
of course you might have your own
Jinx
set
करने का
plays with
सुपर
some
चैट आ रहा
rifles,
है.
maybe with shotguns, things like that, but the
सुपर चैट
moment you
मींस
buy that half armor,
नहीं वो पढ़ा मैंने
it
दोनों
just
पढ़ा.
feels bad. Got sight.
Yep.
नाम है मेरा
Enough of
Binks,
each other
पावर
there.
है मेरा
Manyet
Jinx.
winds
Love
it
you
back
हातिम
away,
भाई.
knows that
लेकिन पावर it's just a
clean
coincidence.
shot to the chest will take him down.
It's just a coincidence bro.
The weapon recovered. We'll see if Munchkin can deal any additional damage here.
One
Working
enemy
his way
remaining.
up, but as he stands up,
GEELI भी
he's
नहीं
right
है।
across
ओ
there.
भाई,
Forsaken
ए
gets
ये
there.
जो मेरे पास सुपर नेचुरल पावर है
Barrage.
इसका कुछ तो कूलडाउन रहेगा ना
12 for
कि
PRX.
Point.
Clearly not
समझ
flustered
रहा है अब काम
whatsoever
नहीं
with the
करेगा वो
loss
कूलडाउन
on
का भी है
Ascent. Feeling
कूलडाउन.
right at home with
वो
this
कूलडाउन आई
triple
थिंक
duelist.
डेली बेसिस पे
everyone
होता है.
put
अभी
up the
देख कुछ
numbers
दिन
they
चला
need,
नहीं था
playing the
जब
role
तू
that
अपनी
they
टीम
need
को
to.
सपोर्ट कर रहा था. समझ रहे हैं.
Obviously, some of these long-range duels really
तो
assisting the
ऐसा
scoreline for
alternate
something
days
in
होगा.
Forsaken.
आज चल रहा है.
ये फाइंड आउट करना
नहीं
मेन है
चलेगा.
अभी.
The
ये
main
फाइंड आउट
ones that are
करना मेन
creating
है.
a lot of these
समझ रहा है.
distractions. I mean, now and then it's a division between that Jet and the
कल कर
Raze.
रहा है कुछ कल है.
Once it comes to that defense,
पैसिफिक खत्म
just
है
one
EME और
more
वो
round is
नहीं,
all they
दूसरा वाला
need.
होगा
Now it's
ना.
an operator.
उधर ट्राई
Close this
करना.
out as soon as possible.
हाँ.
उधर नहीं चला तो alternate days है ये. ठीक है.
या फिर रीजन बेसिस पे भी हो सकता है.
Have the tempo to try to really rush in and take it down. They're also wary about
तो
that.
2 दिन try करना अगर
Guys, 5 मिनट का टाइम है तुमको 10k likes करने के लिए, ठीक है? 5 मिनट
Barely
का.
off to try to be able to find the kills. Five still there. They're going to be taken out. Mind Freak fighting one, Monyet getting the other. TP in the backside. Showstopper comes in. Monyet just blowing Karen to smithereens. Finds the kill. Munchkin on the rope somehow winning out that fight, but he's now going to work it
बाबा
up
प्लीज
around
बोल
this
दो
spot.
कि
He
मेरे
doesn't get the
एग्जाम का रिजल्ट
opportunity.
ना मैंने 1000 रेट डाला है, 1000 रुपए का जिंक्स
13
रेट है
to
मेरा.
4 in response to the 13
भाव बढ़ा दिया
5
मैंने
loss
अचानक
on
से.
Ascent. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a series on our hands.
Hashtag OP
No
in the
trios
chat.
in
Hashtag
sight.
OP.
We absolutely do.
भाई अभी देखो सिंपल है, अगर मेरे 10th के लाइक्स हुए तो मैं Gen.G सपोर्ट करूंगा, अगर नहीं हुए तो मैं PRX सपोर्ट करूंगा. समझ रहे हो? ये अभी पावर का फायदा उठाना पड़ेगा. एक टाइम था हम गेम प्ले दिखा के लाइक्स मांगते थे, अभी देखो जिंक्स करके मांगना पड़ रहा है.
ये पे थोड़ा 2 हफ्ते से हुआ नहीं है.
तो है. 2 हफ्ता हो गया वॉच पार्टी करके नहीं रे.
1 हफ्ता?
1 हफ्ता हुआ. 1 हफ्ता से ज्यादा एक्चुअली.
8 दिन 8-9 दिन 8-9 दिन.
8-9 दिन.
भाई 9 दिन से रेगुलर चल रहा है.
9 दिन से बिंक्स ने सिर्फ वैलो देखा है.
सिर्फ देखा है भाई. नींद भी मैंने नहीं देखा जितना मैंने वैलो देखा है. हाँ? बेटा हल्की सी कुचली हो रही है बेटा, आओ इधर आओ.
लैंग्वेज प्लीज.
Son, I am getting some scratching. Come here, come here.
चला जाएगा तेरा, वो भी जिंक्स कर दिया तूने.
हाँ लैंग्वेज बोल दे सीधा, लैंग्वेज चेंज किया मैंने. लव यू. चैट अभी तुम लोग के हाथ में, ठीक है? 10 के करने गए
to
कि
really
नहीं?
workshop this map a little bit more. They
मैं
could have
बोल
come in
रहा
here
हूँ,
with
मैं
something
हेवी
different,
PRX
but
सपोर्ट
with how
करूंगा. मैं
fast
हेवी.
paced they've had to play, with how they've had to play
बाद
for
में
the
तुम
majority
लोग
of the day.
अनलैक करने का दम
Uh,
के लोग
कुछ
कुछ नहीं
नहीं
I
करना.
frankly think just not
मैं
enough
हेवी
time to really
PRX
try
सपोर्ट
something
करूंगा,
different.
ठीक है?
I completely agree. I think this
क्या
would be
बोले?
a very different
खुद के
outcome
खुजली को जिंक्स
if
करना.
Gen.G had more
किसको
time to
jinx करो?
prepare. That
खुद
said,
के
PRX,
खुजली
I
को.
mean, they used this comp
नहीं भाई
yesterday,
हेलो
and
पागल हो
they
क्या?
also
मेरे को
गायब हो
अभी
जाएगा
हो रहा है
वो.
कि
Works
शक्ति का पावर से.
wonderful,
एक
especially
एक मिनट
on
चैट पढ़ना,
that
मैं चाय बना
attacking
के आया.
half. You saw how Forsaken makes
बनाते
use of
थे?
that Yoru, basically like what Asteroid said before, human recon dart. He just dives out, gate crashes
What's
away,
up,
gets
Jack?
information for a team, they come in and swing off of it, or dimensional drift, and it actually, you know, instills a bit of fear into players like Texture. If he's trying to off, suddenly dimensional drift is a foot and right in front of you, you start to feel a little bit shaken, and that happens for
Guys, कितने
several
likes हुए?
rounds until Coach Solo calls 2 timeouts really early on, and then you start to see some adjustments coming in. They start to set up for retakes. They start to play, you know, really far back, and you really have to
Get well soon. Thank you यार.
Gen.G's Guardians right now. The way that they shoot is so sharp sometimes that you actually see PRX players kind of whiffing for a second or two. I mean, Karen's still a very, very outstanding player, really scary to play against. But then again, once you go into that second half, Monyet started to show up. Monyet started to have some crazy movements and ways to kind of hold down the site or play in that retake. So PRX just making quick work of Gen.G for this one. But again, kind of like you said, Paper Thin, just not having enough time to prep.
ये क्या है? 200 येन भेजे इसने.
is so sharp, and that's the
Binks
guy you're
का
talking about
jinx.
on the Guardian. Even on an eco round, it's
ऐसे पढ़ता है chat tricks.
अरे अलग ही currencies आ रही है भाई.
A couple of these wins here that they have were thanks to Munchkin just nailing them in the head on those rounds. And you know this, I think there was a point where Alex.
भाई सब लोग गाली देते क्या पढ़ूं chat?
A lot of these two teams were just going into contact plays. There was no utility.
Hello Binks के chat.
Losing straight up to these 1v1
कुछ अच्छा नहीं करे बाबा.
भाई मेरे को ही गाली देंगे, देखो नहीं देंगे अभी.
Hi chat.
Unfair है chat भाई.
I mean, yesterday in the 2 maps against PRX, Munchkin had 11 first bloods. I mean, think
Hi
about
chat, मेरे को गाली नहीं देना please.
He's not the duelist. Like, he was all over the map. And that's something going into Lotus that I'm definitely a little bit concerned about for PRX is how they're going to deal with that very spread out style that Gen.G likes to run. Meteor and Munchkin are like to lurk around the map, so you got to be aware of that. But I think Alex just said during that round that you were talking about, just like, guys, just deathball it. Just stick together and just go. Just come on now.
And now we're going to see something versus Meteor stats instead of our 2 duelists.
Hi, chat.
A little bit. You know what? I just miss seeing something.
PRX के side वाले थोड़ा सा heart emoji डाल देते तो.
It's like we see an old friend that you haven't seen in a year, and then he gives you a warm hug, and you're like, oh, I remember how this feels. That's really nice. And then he picks up the outlaw and starts shooting, especially on that end. The round that PaperX played in that second half against Gen.G, it really shows that this something is
Guys, देखो,
Red hat, pink hat, कोई भी color का hat चलेगा.
aggressive enough to dive into A heaven and wait inside of smokes as Gen.G tries to push against him. So if they can keep up this momentum,
Chad,
keep up this
why so rude with tricks, है ना?
really great. I mean, Meteor had some of his moments as well. Maybe
Dictionary
not quite
समझ
as
ले, इतना rude क्यों है भाई?
so there's that slight difference. But as we
Hat
go into the
emoji,
next
hat
map,
emoji,
right? I mean,
PRX,
I
hat
still
emoji.
feel as though like PaperX aren't out of the woods. As a fan, I'm gonna say that like PaperX are not out of the woods yet because this is a Gen.G that's starting to wake up. Meteor's gonna go back onto that Killjoy Sentinel role. Their Guardians, their Sheriff shots, some thrifty rounds that Gen.G pulls off are
Yes,
still really
इतने सारे
fucking
अच्छे अच्छे
scary.
हाथ इमोजी के बीच में भी
And, as an
स्ट्रिक्स
analyst,
गाली खा रहे हैं. कैसा फील हो रहा है स्ट्रिक्स बताइए.
Solo really has some
क्या बोलूं भाई, बीमार इंसान को
definitely.
गाली दे
And,
रही
you
हो.
know, just to recap the stakes here, whoever wins today, both of these teams are going to Madrid. Whoever wins gets those really valuable points to qualify them for champions, which is back here in Korea this year.
वैसे
I can
मेरे
tell
को
you right now, the
जानना
audience
था
who stepped into there
हाँ.
earlier, a lot of them
ये
are here for
अपना
PRX, but even more of them are here for
जो
Gen.G.
अपना
Even
कितना
yesterday,
आर स्ट्रीम
apparently,
देखा
all
है वो जानने
three
के लिए कौन
teams
सा कमांड है
playing. A
स्ट्रिक्स.
lot of people are
Exclamation
actually
माल.
enjoying the underdogs, Gen.G.
नहीं
Oh
नहीं
yeah, the Gen.G fans have really come out
वो
for
तो
us. And players like Munchkin
माल है
have been
लेकिन
playing for a
कितना
really long
आवर्स
time
देखा
across
है
multiple
स्ट्रीम.
different teams.
तो उसके
वो
बाद
जो
भी दिखता
आवर्स
है, you have
दिखाता
watched the
है.
stream
But
for
bringing a lot of those fans
that
over,
many hours.
you know, from the
माल
hype
के
that
बाद
they were able to
दिखता है.
generate over in Japan in particular, now coming back to Korea, coming home, all those fans
तो वो
have
कैसे ऐड
coalesced
करते हैं
around them. They are
कि
so
कितने
loud
आवर्स
out there
देखा
right
है.
now. Like I went down there for a second just to scope it
Actually,
out.
Streamlabs का
And
chatbot है ना,
everybody
वहाँ
from
से
Gen.G doing some
आर्स
good
का भी
music.
दिखता है सिर्फ without
Yeah,
माल.
you looked really energized when you came back and they were like,
मेरे को कमांड ही नहीं मालूम कि सिर्फ
Guy
कोई
is
अपना आर्स
ready.
कैसे देखे. मेरे पास
Friends
भी है
chat
वो
लो.
बॉट.
and while all
वो
Wait,
ऑन करना
10K
पड़ता है
likes, game
Streamlabs
चालू हो रहा
के इसमें लॉगिन करके वेबसाइट में.
watch party
गेम चालू होने वाला है.
watching this right now.
मेरे को बताना वॉच पार्टी.
तुम्हारे पास हार्डली 2
मेरे
मिनट
को भी
है.
देखना पड़ेगा. प्रवासी हो तो
उसके बाद
उसका
मैं
पक्का.
प्रेडिक्शन दे रहा हूँ. हार्डली 2 मिनट है 10K लाइक्स. फिर मेरे को ब्लेम मत करो, मैं अभी बोल रहा हूँ. तुम लोग फिर चैट में एक
600
दूसरे को
लाइक
ब्लेम
और
करो.
चाहिए 10 के लाइक्स के लिए. पीआरएक्स के असली सपोर्टर होते तो कर ले.
बात कर. मैं रेडी हूँ मेरे प्रेडिक्शन के साथ. एक बार 0-0 होने दो स्कोर.
सारा Streamlabs बोलता होगा ये बिग 69 चैनल वाला कौन है भाई, इसके इधर से सबसे ज्यादा क्वेरीज आती है ये माल वाली.
मतलब
Streamlabs chatbot बोलता होगा ना कि ये बिग 69 चैनल कौन है भाई, सबसे ज्यादा कमांड्स आ रही भाई यहाँ से.
हाँ ना.
स्पैम हो रहा है भाई.
Yeah, I mean, Gen.G here just, you know, wasn't able to really
नहीं
play the
आएगा.
style
वर
that they
क्रैश कर
want.
दोगे भाई एक दिन.
Really slow paper.
यार 10K नहीं हो रहे यार. फाइनली मैं मेरी टीम को सपोर्ट कर सकता हूँ. लेट्स गो.
In my opinion, their rotations were
बंस
rather
भाई
strong.
आज
हो जाएगा
गलती
10K
से
पता है.
आरसीबी का नाम
अभी
मत
2 मिनट
लेना.
में हो जाएंगे.
भाई देखो आरसीबी जीतने वाली, ये तो मैं बोल के रखा है. ये तो कंफर्म है, कंफर्म. ये तो तुम लोग मार्कर के साथ लिख के रख सकते. चलो गया.
Yeah, and the typical PaperX comp, you know, you see those duelists, you see them bring out that firepower.
Okay, guys, you are late.
Lotus.
You are late.
Think about.
rematch.
चालू हो रहा है, चालू हो रहा है. You guys are late.
Wait. Oh!
रेना.
I like it. Yo, PaperX never disappoints. We were talking about this yesterday. You never know what you're gonna get.
रेना बोलते.
He's
ओ
hovering.
भाई रेना बोलते हैं, मजा आएगा अभी.
Is this it?
Oh.
Little tease.
I think it's locked.
Dallas, it's gotta be.
I think
This
this
is
is
it.
it.
रेना
I
बोलते
think
हैं.
this is it. I mean, why
रेना
not?
पहला
It was
होगा
just
ये
a
पता है
four,
इवेंट का.
But if you go
हाँ.
into arena now,
कोई
I
नहीं
have to
लेता
think
यार.
you're trying to play off of device
Face में
flash.
Actually only PRX.
9.5 डन. नहीं 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 10 बोला था, 10 बोला था.
You know,
हर बार डिस्काउंट थोड़ी होता है भाई. हेलो.
तुझे पता है रेना एक्चुअली अच्छा है, बट स्काई के साथ उल्लू.
PaperX, we've seen it on Ascent before, and I'm not
KO के साथ
surprised
भी
that
अच्छा
they're
है.
gonna lean into this. I think maybe they felt like
वो
they
नहीं
needed
पता,
to
but
change
स्काई के
versus
साथ
last time.
बहुत अच्छा है.
कोई भी
Give
डबल
Gen.G a
बैंड
little
जहाँ
bit
पे
of a
एक
different
साथ
look,
कर
because
सकते हैं ना,
Gen.G
थोड़ा
looked
कॉम्बो.
really good on this map last
अबे पर स्काई का फ्लैश बहुत अच्छा है
So
KO से.
excited for this Lotus. It's gonna be a brand new
डिपेंड
game
करता है
for
बे.
these
KO
two
का लाइनअप
teams.
वाला
We're
जो
gonna go
फ्लैश
to
है
our
वो बहुत
casters, we're
गलत है
gonna
बे.
break it all down and talk about all the action.
स्काई का डॉज करते, KO का थोड़ा डॉज करना ना मालूम नहीं पड़ता कहाँ से आ रहा है क्या.
It's back. It's back.
For a second, I mean, for a second.
Much different look.
Guys, PRX, let's go! Finally!
You know what?
मार जीत जा PRX!
I'm curious how
पहला
this is gonna
राउंड
work,
तो
'cause I think one of the
डब्लू
ways
दबा
that
के
we're
20
gonna
साइड
do
में
it
घुस के मारने वाले लोग.
Gen.G's Lotus the first time around was with the double
Let's
duels of
go,
Gen.G.
let's go,
He
let's
can't
go,
just
let's
power
go.
your way through that C-side setup. A lot of other teams have been having trouble with that.
यहाँ पे blind
Now with
देने
the
वाला
arena,
रहना.
you basically have to send Monyet in on an island again if you want to go into that site. But of course, again, lots of flashes, lots of projectiles to distract when you're trying to go through the opponent's toxic screen.
Okay, looking for the creep across, but they do get the reveal there on a Munchkin, but he and Binks together.
एक राउंड हारी ना PRX तू
भाई
वापस
ये लोग ने 10 के नहीं किया सर मेरे के
Binks तो एक राउंड चुप रहे ना भाई
From behind.
जॉर्ज
How about we try that? अगर Binks एक राउंड में दोनों ही टीम के साइड ना हो
With the heal available.
नेक्स्ट मैप कर सकते हो नेक्स्ट ये मैप मैंने बोल दिया PRX
Health will return up to 100. As for now, PRX.
मैं तो ने ये राउंड बोला कि PRX मिड में जाके मारेगी
Especially with that deep push from Texture. You know, if you're a fan of Texture, I think he can be forgiven for showing a human moment across 8 days. Still consider him a bit of a demigod at that point. PRX just cutting noise, trying to just make sure that they're not exposing themselves, trying to stay huddled.
अब समझ गया बाकी कंट्रीज इंडिया से क्यों डरती है
PRX team capsule as well on that classic. See if we can find some more success with it here for Divai.
Gen.G just looking to stay widely corralled together. We'll wait for that spike plant to come in before getting ready to execute. It seems like PRX finally sufficiently happy that
camera.
They are in the clear.
It's not as much utility for the retake though, whereas
By
PRX
blind
have
भी हो
everything to
इनके
push
पास
out if
बंस्किन
they
भी
get an
लो है
inkling of Gen.G approaching close.
Well, they slow things down right before they would have gotten into audio distance. Binks coming down. Trailblazer in the presence of at least one gnome. They anticipate that all three players are going to be right around this corner. Flash comes in to try to slow things up. Munchkin taking a ton of damage through the box. Now down to 4 HP. Fight holds close. Smoke blooms. Munchkin still able to find one. Now Lockheed going to be taken out, but a lot of this rests on Karen, who's now going to be revealed. The push up into the smoke. Munchkin gets himself to 4K with 4 HP remaining. The fuse will come through. To get him even closer to that pit. And Gen.G will take this pistol round away.
What a monster! I thought PRX had everything set up. They had the trip, they had the cam to make sure these spots so you don't have someone who's sneakily trying to go for the defuse. It was good. It was meant to keep Karen.
भाई मुझे गाली मत दो तुम लोग ने 10 के लाइक्स नहीं किया मुझे मत गाली दो भाई नहीं भाई जीत गया भाई PRX जीत गया ये मैप तो जीत गया भाई मेरा हो गया भाई
Oh, but look at this.
सिर्फ 400 लाइक्स दूर थे पता है सिर्फ 400
Saw him going for it yesterday with a lot of success, but now the force by coming back in once more.
नेक्स्ट मैप दूसरा चैलेंज
दो आईडी सेलेक्ट कर दो और कितना करूं
तेरे पास 2 आईडी क्यों है एक पक्का पिकाचू आईडी है ना हेड देने के लिए
पर्सनल वाला
हां वो बाद में Binks जब तू कुछ बोलता है ना दूसरी आईडी से आके
गाली दूंगा मैं
गाली देता
Pump bullets through that toxic screen. Line free tagged up.
भाई Gen.G खेल तो रहा है अच्छा कुछ भी बोल क्या फायदा PRX जीतेगा
bulldog fire, but so quickly shut down here is this force by.
एंड क्या भाई तुम लोग ने क्या मैं एंड और वाह भाई वाह
find a lot of value with it for sure.
Swing in.
भाई एक गन मेरा फेवरेट गन है बंग भाई लास्ट मैप आपने हमारी सुनी और जिंक्स प्रो हो गया इस मैप आप अपनी सुनो फॉर क्लियरिंग द सेल्फ डाउट गन्स
Texture a little scared.
अबे ये भी स्पैम लगता है क्या
The camera reaction.
शायद से
wasn't anticipating that.
हाँ लगता ओडिन से लगता
ओडिन नहीं है ना ये
How much damage can he deal? But
गार्डियन ओडिन शेरिफ आई थिंक इनसे लगता है वो काफी जगह पे स्पैम बुलडॉग से नहीं
भाई ये लोगों को पता है कि आउटलो है सीधा सी जाएंगे सीधा
It can work, but when you're going up against the likes of Viper, Raze, and Killjoy, where you can just get so much chip damage done to you before you even reach the site. Surely PRX will reconsider that in the future against other teams, or maybe even if they face Gen.G once again. This is a map that Gen.G has felt very confident on throughout this entire kickoff.
Just going to be the Sheriff buy coming in here from PRX. Paranoia sent their way. Paint Shells just driving them out and over towards Meteor. He's got the Outlaw in hand. Finds 2 kills, just the classic for the backup here. And not really anybody to try to bail him out. Munchkin now arriving, but they already managed to push forward and take him down. Weapon is grabbing Munchkin. Finding him, looking for more. Forsaken, swapping back over to the Sheriff. Going to be good. Just pick up another kill here. Swiftly shut down by Lakia.
कुछ बोल ही मत भाई थर्ड राउंड में जीत गए लोग
मैं कुछ नहीं बोला ठीक है मैं सिर्फ इतना बोला PRX जीतने वाला है मैप ठीक है मैं अभी और कुछ नहीं बोल कोई प्रेडिक्शन नहीं दे रहा ठीक है भाई ये क्या चुतिया चल रहा है बे
approaching these sites at all in these 2 rounds, and if that's the comms that we're going to continue to see, Gen.G should be able to go right back up to 2 points.
बेचारे mods भी मुझे नहीं बचा सकते
really
आज.
wants to continue using that.
Mods
It's a
बचाओ
good
ही
pickup
मत.
for the Killjoy as well, right? I mean, we've seen some of the pros talk about it. The turret, the nano swarm, everything,
Mods
even the alarm
design
bot
कर दो.
assisting for those one-shot kills. GG's ready for this.
Something trying to rush in. Does mention catch count by surprise. Gets the kill on the texture as well. Picks up Smith back in towards
भाई
three.
क्या
Line free.
खेलता है
Covering fire.
बे
Comes up with two
something
more.
बे.
And suddenly, it is just Meteor
भाई
by
क्या
himself.
खेलता है something बे.
It is
क्या
nice to see
खेलता
the
है.
dismiss be a work of art once again.
मैं भी नहीं दे रहा हूँ.
Creating
Round
such a
predictions नहीं दे
distraction.
रहा हूँ. ठीक है? Round predictions नहीं दे रहा हूँ.
Against the smoke here.
PRX जीतेगा.
Run forward. Instant headshot from Meteor, but
क्या खेलता था यार something.
go now pull back. Wait for the reload.
अच्छा इंसान था.
हाँ क्या खेलता था क्या player था यार
Sheriff in
something.
hand. Spike now planted. Trailblazer at the ready here.
मेरा हो गया भाई बेचो मेरा हो गया.
On the hunt, seeing what he can spot.
तेरे
So
सब
far, it's
तुमको भी
just the
jinx कर
turret.
दिया.
Meteor managing to avoid getting detected here. Push downstairs. The double swing could be
spam
brutal for
आएगा
him.
इधर.
Spots one. Oh, worked down 12 HP. Somehow snaps over,
Bro.
finds him, looks for the shot. Barely misses.
Oh!
4 bullets remaining in the Sheriff. Time dwindling. Meteor, can he do the impossible? The tap onto the spike, trying to see if he gets any aggression out of
Time
Devi
there,
whatsoever.
time
But Devi, stalwart.
Nice.
Nice try,
One
brother.
round
It's the kill.
insane.
But nice try, huh?
हाँ.
Good
अबे
lord,
मीटर का
so
opening
much
मस्त लगता है
damage
मेरे
dealt
को.
here, and
उसको
he will barely
chance मिलता
survive,
नहीं है.
knowing the limitations of that spike explosion.
Man, I was worried when he stood still for a second there because Meteor's goal was clearly just take down all the weapons because we will
चुप हो जा.
continue to
चुप हूँ
stride
ना
ahead.
मैं चुप हूँ.
I'm real scared when Meteor got the first shot, but this is why you use Arena. If you're able to get those first kills, create that aggro, and then the rest of your team can follow up once again at a cross angle. And Gen.G, they'll have to keep note of that. You cannot hunt for something like the Reyna anymore.
कैसे जिंक्स भाई मैं नहीं हूँ यार जिंक्स.
Still not in a fully comfortable spot. Plenty of half armor out here, but it's for their sake on Paper X. No outlaw on the opposite side. So there are some very critical ultimates.
भाई लेकिन
available
मजा तो आता रहेगा ना
for
रेना के साथ
Gen.G.
घुसने में.
Lakia
हाँ भाई यार.
downstairs. Smoke about to dissipate. Pulls back around the corner. His texture being posted up on a very deep angle.
Alt है something के पास
Knowing that
ace मार
this is
सकता है.
everybody stacked up on the A side here for PRX.
भाई दवाई को देख.
भाई देख उसने वो गार्डियन स्पैम किया ना पीछे.
हाँ.
देख.
Spamming.
वो था ना.
Sending out that
Oh,
paranoia.
sublime.
Master connection, but something not
Except
caught by it.
some.
Managing to
Ulti
finally cover and kill.
something ace time bro.
Maryland Neural Theft infested. Meteor. Just hanging out backside. Slot pulling up angle. Red Signal swing again. Cleared out Monyet.
मैं तो jinx कर दिया वापस.
Classic from Monyet with that
मैंने कैसे
vulnerability as
jinx
well.
किया?
Going to allow
Ace
to get
मार
the elimination.
मारने का बोल के मर
Texture.
गया हूँ. अकेला मरा
Operator
वो.
can do nothing more but sit back, maybe try to find an exit frag.
Is
but
there
needs to hold on to this
something
hop.
wrong with you, Binks?
You know, I was just
I
thinking
think
about
there
it.
is
As Devi was
something
trying to go
wrong
for that
with you.
Ultra as well. With the Reyna now,
Jinx,
you've got
bye,
3 agents on the
please
side of
help
PRX
PRX.
who don't
Binks,
really
you should
rely
do
on their
भाई देखो
ultimates.
10k
You're
likes
not
हुए
really
नहीं.
looking at those ultimates to
यार
turn
सब
an
मस्ती
entire
मजाक साइड
round
छोड़ के जी
on
वाले
its head.
बकचोदी मत
Sure,
करो प्लीज.
Neural Theft does help a
No
lot if you're able
hate
to get the
or
first
false
kill.
comment.
But
तुमने
outside of
टेंशन
that,
नहीं
yes,
है. You
Reyna
can't say
with the
anything now.
Empress and Ghost
बराबर
has been seeing a lot of aggro, but
Love
again,
you कुशल भाई.
things are building set plays
बराबर
around.
बराबर.
It's curious that they're using that on a map like Lotus.
देखो मैं अपना जुबान से पका. अगर होता था 10k तो फिर मैं नहीं करता था. अबे नहीं हुआ तो मैंने प्रेडिक्शन दे दिया कि ये मैप PRX जीतेगा. उसमें मेरी क्या गलती भाई. तू है जिन तेरे को पता नहीं लेकिन तू है.
Paper X.
मैंने मेरा जिंक्स करने का रेट भी रखा है अंकी.
Gonna catch up.
₹1000 सुपर चैट.
Significant amount of damage here to the economy on the side of
जिसको
Gen.G.
उल्टा
All player
jinx.
obviously still held over
हाँ?
the texture, but the rest of the
मैं
body.
अभी मालूम पड़ गया पावर है थोड़ा तो यूज करूँ.
You know, a force up on something like a Marshall.
Never do
Well, let's wait and
something
see
you
what
are
they
good
have,
at for
but Very
free.
nicely
हाँ
taken.
ना.
मेरा कोट ने ऐसा कोई
And
बोला
okay,
था
looks like
याद
a
नहीं.
hero rifle in the hands
लाइक्स
of
की
Meteor.
एमपी रेड बताओ
Smart
जिंक्स भाई.
voice
हजार, हजार.
At least one way or another. Make sure you don't go into rounds
पिंकी
back
को
to
बोल
back
के
to back
सेलोटेप
where you're
लगवाओ
just trying to
बिंक्स के
save
मुंह
it.
पे. अच्छा
All the
आइडिया.
support he can get.
पिंकी
'cause
का
right
तबीयत
now,
खराब है सॉरी.
once again, Paper
क्या
X looking
हुआ?
to just send it over towards A.
And the showstopper this time, it can be even quicker. Going in through tree.
फीवर मतलब वैसा
They fall
हेवी
down
वाला
the ready
तबीयत
lock.
खराब.
Yeah. Ooh.
अच्छा too much palward वाला
Oh,
तबीयत.
through the torment. What a
Shot,
great
bro.
headshot. Finds one. but
भाई
not
माइंड
free.
फ्रिक को देखा.
Back in kind. Helps take down texture before that op. Find any value.
टेरिस से बे टेरिस से.
Players left and Munchkin caught, trying to work
10
his way
के हो
down
गया
rope.
10 के हो गया 10 के हो गया 10 के हो गया 10 के हो गया
Meteor actually tucked
10 के हो गया
below
10 से
the spray there
जा
or
Gen.G
something.
जा वापस
10
जा
के हो गया ठीक है
Avoids it, but eventually is sussed out.
Something
10 के हो गया
Now it's
bhai.
down to Karon to see if he can deal any additional damage here. And he can.
God,
Finds a
God,
headshot.
God.
Now in a 1v2. Pi gonna stop him before
ये
he
मैप
starts
Gen.G
heating up.
जीतेगा
Paper
10
X
के हो गया
tie us up
10 के
3-3.
डन हो गया
Karon once again proving though that he's not a guy that you can underestimate. I mean, that was really anybody's shot there if they kept
4
coming out
ulti
one
है
by one
easy
by
for
one.
Gen.G
So keep your eye on that newer
Gen.G
crew. We've had
जीतेगा
so many successful newer
Done
crews
soon,
here
done soon.
at VCT Pacific as we watch them grow even just within the past week of kickoff. But obviously Karon, one of the brightest
With
shining
great
stars
power
as he has
comes
already reached the
great
finals
results.
going for that Royal Road
6
here.
ने क्या किया Jinx मेरा बेटा भी है
Now,
Jinx
Theoden.
बेटे
And we're piecing together
मेरा बेटे
the
का 500
true
रुपया
paper
ठीक
race, one
है
piece at a time. We got
What the
Librina, we
fuck?
got Theoden.
आधा रेट
Now they're very well aware of this.
Harami bhai.
Want to try to back away. Take some
भाई
safe
मेरे
positions outside of
गर्लफ्रेंड
the
के
A
साथ
site.
लड़ाई हो गई है तो
Munchkin
जिंक्स
setting
वर्क
down
कर
that
रहा है तो
fight.
बोल दो
Lear
कभी
cleared out.
शॉट नहीं होगा ऐसा नहीं
Playing
है
Trailblazer for a bit. Dive in should clear that
बातों
close
से
left
सब
side.
चीज शॉट होती है ठीक है
Yeah, with the nanoswarm still here.
और मेरा
That's
rate
been
1000
the
है
real bane of it. The poison cloud into the nanoswarm, and just one snake bite still on hold. That's good enough. No one's biting that shadow step. There's still 2 members in the side of C, and Paper X is not exactly aware of that.
I mean, it's effectively 3 players here. You still have Lakia lingering around Waterfall. Tap onto the door. We'll make him rotate maybe back over towards this B side. But for now, it is going to be Karon who's looking to intercept all of this aggression that's coming through. To the
Needs to
blast
get
packs
out.
forward. Monyet gets himself around a back rubble.
लग
Shots
गया
exchanged. Karon getting the worst of it. Now it's down
Karan
so
bhai,
very
कर
low
लिया
on HP.
Jinx, बच गया
2
भाई.
health remaining
लग
for
गया
him as
Karan
Mind
bhai.
Freak TP's in a drop.
Mind Freak's been hit.
Prowler not scouting him though.
God.
So as he swings out, he finds one.
किससे मारा
away with a headshot.
नहीं भाई,
इसके तो
कर
लग
लिया.
गए थे
Now
कर
the
लिया
ship,
Jinx.
Paper X working their way over towards C. The nanoswarm's the alarm bot still available. Karon as well, also going to be TPing over.
He just wants to buy time. It doesn't matter if he's low on health. The nanoswarm should be enough to help him.
कैसे
take
दिखा
out one
उसको
more time.
12 seconds remaining. Spike still being brought forward into the site. Handed off now to Monyet. Swing onto the corner in towards Waterfall. Something finding one, but Texture quick to reply. But there's the Odin spray.
Yay.
Texture will go down. Now it's all on Munchkin.
भाई
He's
Gen.G
at
के
the
पास
camp,
4
this
अल्टी
place
था
is Odin. It's going to prove to be a pain in the rear for him.
Jinx please Jinx भाई किसको फ्लूपी भाई बताए
And a little bit of damage there. I mean,
न्यूजीलैंड
$34
$34 मतलब 1000 हो गया मेरे हिसाब से हाँ
This is still such
फ्लूपी भाई बता क्या जिंक्स करना
a rough
बता
task for Munchkin.
Such a strain.
चार
Yeah, you
ulti
have
था
to
Gen.G के
save.
पास
I mean,
मार
maybe looking
किया
for that early kill and knowing that you might have gotten the tags. Maybe see if you can take down the op, bring it back. But outside of that, it's Paper X finally gaining
ए
some
अभी दोनों
momentum.
मदरिद तो जा रहे हैं ना ये सीडिंग और प्राइज मनी के लिए हो रहा है बराबर
Yes.
They've been taking the lead here. For the first time on Lotus. Gen.G just
Gen.G
continuously
and
getting knocked
PRX.
down time and time again when it comes
if
to
you
this
give
economy.
me 10%
That's
of
sometimes where they thrive. So
the prize
I don't know if
money
you
I'll
really count
support
them
the
out
other
just
team
yet.
love you
But the calls have been good for Paper X. Yes, it was.
10%
They were cutting
ये
it close.
देखो
I won't say that rotation was necessarily very well
with
calculated.
great power comes
But of
great
course,
responsibility
the push onto the site, drawing them all
और
the way over
trophy हाँ
because of
बे
the front
trophy
of
बे
shadows.
trophy
Him
की
getting
जरूरत
that kill onto Lakia really sells it all the way
1800
to
हो
the
गए
end. Forces Gen.G to have to come in.
Flippy back
Karon
किसको
saves it because
करना
if he
है
doesn't get the kill there, surely it just ends on the A side right away. But outside of that,
किया
it's Paper X just saying immediately, okay, we still don't know exactly how many more have arrived just yet. We don't have anyone in the site to help with the page. That's the call to rotate over. And of course, you can see Coach Alex also not entirely happy as it has been a close map here on Gen.G's pick.
just on किया था
Doing a lot of talking. Solo here doing listening aloud for the secondary coaches as well to get involved.
how's your fever now how's your
And I want to give a good shout to HSK as well. We all know Solo from his new turn days, but HSK also kind of from that era and squad alongside Solo and CHUMMI from the old days. And now, after finishing his military service, a lot of the Korean pros were wondering if he will enter Valorant, if he'll enter as a pro, if he'll come back as a coach. He had a very brief stint as a player, and then
Flippy bhai thank you for the New Zealandese
last year.
$34 मेरी जान
And it's just building doubt
35
amongst the
बोल सकता
entire
था
global
वैसे मैं
community. And he comes in and builds this squad, taking down PRX, taking the title of Korean Kings, and now looking to take it over for Pacific.
मीटर के पास मार्शल है बे बेस्ट टॉपर
So the takeover can start here on the round, where Paper X are going to be able to stretch the lead. Spy still not looking great. Spray through, Texture hanging far enough back.
3, 2, 1, part se.
Meteor with that Marshall for shot to go wide. Swing out from Munchkin as well. Not finding pressures. 2 kills picked up here for Divide. Now the Trailblazer into the site. Try to scout. Caron around the corner is going to be noted over in Waterfall. Something wants to push the issue. Full flash into his face. Shorty claims the kill.
But something is
Nice and
built
easy setup as
different, bro.
PRX way out in front here on the round.
Something is built different. कुछ भी
turning
बोलो.
that corner with the shorty, knowing
I agree.
that it's going
सबसे
to be
पहले मारा
some
meter.
shorter guns here for Gen.G. That's just some heads up, classic something maneuver. And this is a good round to abuse that C
Thank
site,
you, Full
knowing that they're
Purple.
going to have weaker weapons, weaker utility.
Full support Gen.G.
Plant that seed of doubt that the C site can always be struck.
Hello.
Oh my.
Well, that's a
Oh
nice trap.
भाई ऐसी भी
Nice
चलती
one
है
indeed.
गन.
See, looks
Lakia
at
still in a really rough spot. Will not be able to hold on to the Vandal, not be able to do any additional damage. 4 players
T-back,
strong here.
holy.
And
ये
plenty
नहीं
of
करना था.
ashes.
ये नहीं करना था. ये नहीं
Something
करना था.
is working out those legs.
Something है तो कर
Swats are
सकता
coming
है.
in.
Yeah, a
बाकी
little
कोई
bit
नहीं
of a
कर सकता.
rumble from the crowd. Of course, you know, the Korean fans no strangers to it, thanks to
मिलेंगे विनर को
particular members
जो
of
चैंपियंस
PRX.
में सिलेक्ट होने के लिए हेल्प
Won't name any
करेगी.
names,
हाँ. Oh.
Nice to get a little bit of that rivalry going.
Kiddo.
You can see just how tough it's been for both of these squads. I mean, PaperX usually all just laughing and enjoying the game regardless of the scoreline. And right now,
Laka
they
bhai
don't wanna
counter
lose
loading
that
मारने
title.
वाले
They
मस्त.
also, obviously, both teams looking to get the higher seed at Madrid as well.
Higher seed, but also championship points
Yes.
on the line. As they try to go Odin v Odin, it will be Forsaken getting the worse end of it, but still relatively healthy. And Devi, of course, with the heals could just
Come
hop
on,
back
meter
up to
back.
100. Tap on the orb, something checking close. Poison orb obfuscating as much as possible as the Lear now going to be sent in.
They heard the
Camera.
Prowler in B as well.
I'm getting the reveal, but
उनको पता है दो
not
बंदे हैं.
spotted. Quick little jump peek, checks down below, Nightfall.
उनको
crashing
पता है
across,
3 बंदे
Trailblazer
हैं.
coming
भाई
in
वो
from
स्पाइक
behind,
लेके
though.
चला गया वो.
Noted, taken down. Monyet trying to get
at
through.
Spike. I'll cut
Falling,
his.
and now the pit going to be invested. Texture at the same time finding free, but Munchkin gone. The pit instantly dropping as Devi brings it down, offshot from something. Whipping a bit, he re-peeks, and Karen has to swing back. Showstopper in the ready. Is he ready for him to be close? Yes, he is. Texture taking him down, but now dead as the paint shells come flying through. Devi forced back
क्रॉस तो नहीं कर
versus
सकता था.
Karen. Both players having been so
नहीं, मार
clutch
नहीं
for
रहा।
their
अरे
teams.
रे,
Karen will
रे,
be able to get the kill.
दवाई के बाद चांस था
Close
वैसे.
आ रहा,
Have
close,
the
close.
HP advantage.
मीटर फिर से
Gen.G
पहले मारा. Sorry.
will stop this round win streak that we saw from PaperX. Was 5 consecutively.
I'm ordering pastry.
Been
Done,
close.
done.
You know, I
I
thought
have to order
maybe,
food.
I just thought
Today's
maybe PaperX would
cheat
try
day.
to sell this as much as possible, draw out that Nightfall, and rotate back over to B. They still had
ए
time. They
चीट
still
डे
had
में
time.
मैकडी हो जाए क्या बोलते हो? Fries
This
and nuggets and
season
some burgers.
has just been a
मुझे भी मंगा के
wall
देना.
against their opponents for Gen.G,
ऐसे नहीं
and they are pushing them
मुझे
into
मंगा
that
के दे,
C side.
PRX
They're doing
जीतेगी.
everything they can to force him out there.
Gen.G जीत रही है ना already.
Jump forward. Texture likely noted. Yep. Has been spotted. Has to try to blast back his way out to safety. Does manage to do so. Boarding all this.
Texture भाई क्या और के दम से गोल.
Push it comes in.
Something
How does
bad,
he do it?
yeah,
Continues to
goal
push one
for
towards these
Tasia.
operators and find the kills. Lakia flushed out for
ए
some with the
बेइज्जत मेरा हो
elimination.
गया भाई.
Managing to find it.
ए मेरा हो गया.
Getting the spot. The instant headshot
बोल
and
रहा
straight
मेरा
out.
मेरे को
Mind
खाना
Freak
मंगा के दे
eliminates
जीतेगी
Meteor.
PRX.
And just like that, PaperX say, okay, you want to stop our win streak, we're just going to hound you down.
It's just unfair that PaperX has this hidden card that they can use against operators, and it's simply called something. He just swings out, takes down the scope every single time.
Push forward, Judge able to find one. Monyet needs to be the one to wide swing in to try to save them here. Dink is going to be found, but 20 HP in.
Ding तो लगता है.
Caron off in Narnia. I think much else is going to
मैकडी
be
पे
found
कैसे
here
है?
for
किस
Gen.G.
चीज का?
PaperX is going to be keeping them at an arm's length distance.
Oh, they want this kill. I mean, he's not that close to his ultimate. Credits are running very
आपका
dry.
नाम
I mean,
बदल दो.
absolutely dry for Caron.
भाई coincidence भाई
So
ये सब में
PaperX is
believe
trying to
मत
snowball
करो.
whatever they
Coincidence
can.
रहता है.
That's
Coincidence.
the confidence they have. Now
समझ
reaching
रहे हो?
that 6
Coincidence रहता है.
on the scoreboard. They would like nothing more than to extend it at least to that 7. Feel a
पिंटू
bit
देखो
more comfortable
PRX को
going into
jinx
the second
करवा रहा था.
pistol.
मैं अभी Gen.G के साइड हूँ ना मैं Gen.G के साइड.
Laser guided.
Yeah. Not much more to break down on that one.
चौड़ baby. इस बार latency
Something
negative
on the
में गया
arena.
अभी से improvement.
delivering once more.
Minus 0.5 latency था यार.
Gen.G, and that's when PRX look to C site once again. I mean, they always start to try to shake things up. The problem is there's so much utility to try to get through before you sell the fake. But now they know it's a weak buy. You don't need to sell it. You can just commit to it.
Haven't spotted that Nanostorm quite yet. We're fishing for it.
Let's go.
It looks like something. He says, "I'll just heal it back up.
Yeah.
Let's get a kill, and then I'll just you know, go ahead and use a devour."
That sounds like a good counter to the
Big
Nanostorm.
space on the side. Lock his spawn. There's the dismiss. Gets himself out to safety. Meteor finding one, finding two. Karon getting involved. Gets another. And now suddenly it's just Mind Freak and Forsaken. Mind Freak still rotating over. The cam goes in. Gets the. Tries to get the dart out. I believe he actually whipped. Comes up onto the box. Finding this one elimination. It's Mind Freak now put into a 1v1. Meteor swinging out. Down so low.
Come on, Meteor. Come on.
Kind of toying around with Mind Freak, who's now going to drop down off the box.
Meteor solo. Mind Freak has to know this.
I mean, he knows exactly where he is. Only took one bullet. The fadeaway shot finally will find him. The damn close, but Gen.G just not as reliably able to find the thrifties here today. PRX counteracting them nicely.
भाई Killjoy अभी भी है retake कर दे तो.
Once again, because this was again very
PRX को घुसने दो. Killjoy ult and boom up.
And it's just a classic.
Chat 9.3k watching इसमें stream अभी तक like नहीं किया. जिसको मजा आ रहा है, please make sure to like the stream. This is the last day of Pacific watch party. जो लोग सिर्फ Pacific देखने चाहते हैं, I will miss you. And I love you. Gameplay जल्दी चालू हो जाएगा, rank pull जल्दी चालू हो जाएगा, ठीक है?
No one's done it successfully so far in Pacific.
And Meteor in a far forward spot. Poison Orb does give it an opportunity to maybe rotate up
love you यार.
on top of the side itself, back away,
love you यार.
position where that lockdown could find value.
गुरवंश भाई कैसे हो?
It's already both guiding lights gone, by the way, for PRX.
Just popping them off the rip. Now going to be relying on those layers. Showstopper does come in.
Lakia क्या मारा बे तीन.
Going off right before he gets taken down. Could be everything for
Karen
them.
भी रुका है यहाँ पे. दो जन रुके beacon.
Just gotta hope that the Empress comes in big for something.
Hey, modern Mac, do you want coach?
Lockdown still held.
Munchkin देख रहा है crossing.
Clear out. Something swings the corner, but now not going to come to play. Mon yet now.
अभी तो ult मारी जो लग.
Tries to get himself up onto the site. Munchkin.
Round खत्म होने के बाद मारा. Love you यार Meteor भाई.
Last round of the half going the way of Gen.G. 7-5. Scoreline separating the teams.
And this is where the trouble is going to be in
Nice
for
up क्या बे?
PRX.
Gen.G देख अभी कैसे comeback मार के.
13-7
for Gen.G buddy.
The paint shells, everything.
13-7 नहीं 13.
Yeah, you can do it. But if they don't
13-8 या 39 for Gen.G. 13-8 या 39 for
retake is
Gen.G.
looking nigh impossible.
Night disorder मत करो. क्यों
And
क्या
it's a
हो
great idea
गया?
against the enemy Viper. Try to break through that toxic screen, even with the decay. Just kind of eat that disadvantage and go through it. But again, Gen.G, after a couple of rounds, surely, if that's the style that PRX brings, they read into it and they hold back. And PRX just won't have much to work with on the retakes.
Hey, क्या कैसे हो गया बे MacD पे?
20 more seconds to gather their thoughts as we get ready to swap sides and see how Gen.G is going to be faring on this attack now. PRX
बताओ chat में कौन से case चल रहे?
making this look a bit more like an international Lotus rather than a Pacific one.
That's true.
No cheat.
Keeping it on the side that it should be. Pacific's always had these
MacD के
weird
burger
tendencies
में
across
चूहा
a lot
मिला.
of the maps,
वाह
quite
वाह वाह.
frankly.
They were using fake cheese.
See though if they can maintain the
found
dominance
guilty
here
also.
on that defending side.
Fake cheese.
Now they're going to be
one
piloting
outlet
this
is
Reyna.
already shut. So don't order abhi. Order.
A big part of
from
it you have to
Burger King or
imagine
somewhere.
is you push them
That
out on one
order,
side.
that outlet is shut.
Funnel
No.
into Forsaken setup says he's always been so good with the Cypher,
Okay,
especially
ordering
once he
Burger
gets the
King.
Odin. So Gen.G, if they can shut that down early, they should have a lot more breathing room.
There.
So far, I mean, the biggest achievement really here for PRX.
Chat में बोल रहे हैं MacD
been
की
just
आइसक्रीम मशीन चलने
denying
लगी तो
texture from
कस्टमर
body
को
value.
मजा नहीं आया.
Karon as well. Down there at the bottom of the scoreboard for the side of Gen.G. We'll see if that changes.
यार ये जोक
now that
सुन
they go
के
to the
पता
attack.
क्या मन हुआ?
KFC खाने का?
Texture not finding nearly as much value. PRX got to be feeling cozy.
Double बजा बे.
Turret noting one. Meteor trying to break line of sight. Makes it around the corner just in time. Now re-swings.
Let's go Meteor. Bye.
Multiple as well.
Show them the one taps.
Continue.
Show them the command.
Decently close
One
here.
tap,
Sheriff
one
shot not
tap.
connecting yet.
One
It's come
tap.
forward, but Munchkin with covering fire.
Meteor किधर है?
Find the elimination. Paranoia. Munchkin coming up huge. Texture in the meantime, taking out Forsaken to take on the Dubai. Full rotate around from the back. Might not be finding value here for PRX. Nade goes forward. Texture finds the
shot one time
pistol round for Gen.G.
पहले kill पे बोला था 5वें पे मिला.
Well, the Gen.G marketing team smiling on that one as the Gen.G Classic comes out on
back
top.
bolte.
But it's a good call from Gen.G. They realize that PaperX is just not stopping at anything. And they just say, hold, stop, turn around, just one person watch out.
That was, I guess, one outlet.
Whoever is anchoring on A, we will meet them right here on Rubble. A very different look of the Rubble fight, but a Rubble fight nonetheless.
Let's see the Burger King. कहाँ अच्छा burger मिलता है?
He's feeling that confidence once again. Back on
Burger.
top of the scoreboard as the IGL for Gen.G.
कुछ places होते हैं एकदम बड़ा वो burger बनाते हैं.
No force buys this time around.
Burger King ही ठीक है. क्या बोलते हैं?
ज़्यादा ही बड़ा हो जाता है वो.
Gonna see if they can try to get a thrifty done naturally. Just that sheriff here in the hands of Divide. Once again, everybody overall on that C site.
You can just tell exactly the positions they're holding on the minimap as well, just stacked on top of each other at close range.
Succeeded. Gen.G का read था.
Yeah, at least get that ult orb.
Good flipping burger वो बहुत बड़ा रहता है यार. Jimmy's burger, good flipping burger.
That's all they'll get, quite frankly.
ये सब बड़ा है.
Haven't been as successful as Gen.G on these thrifties, so not gonna hold my breath too much on this one.
You say that, I'm thinking about yesterday. On Ascent.
Burger King ठीक है. ऊपर भी पर है.
We'll be able to find one kill.
देवरा भाई नाम आंड्रे. देवरा भाई thank you for that 10 pound.
Any more than that would have been.
हमारे कॉलेज में 2 month बाद valorant tournament होने वाला है. उसमें enemy team को जरूर टॉप करना 10% आपका. Done Smith by Done Smith. Thank you for the New Zealand's $5.
Yeah, considering the circumstances, you know, PaperX, you did what you could. Got a couple extra ult points. That's all you were going to get, especially coming out of that choke point over by Baby Door. But now the real question is that Odin is going to take a little bit.
Veg burger,
wow.
Makhani bashed burger mast hai.
You know, there's something about Lakia. He just hides his power until Texture needs a break. And then he just rises to the top.
Makhani blast
Has
mast
some
hai.
impressive multi-kills on a lot of these maps. Some good acrobatics as well.
और एक taco
And going forward. C's coming out, it's Mind Freak, they're swinging out the door. Not yet, however, going to be able to find an opening kill. Texture going to be taking down Locky as well. Bound, Parent on that swing, able to get a connection.
क्या हुआ मैं देखा नहीं.
Which people are on something, he'll back away.
जीत सकता है.
Why? Doesn't have the
भाई ये round Gen.G जीतेगा फिर सीधा comeback है सीधा.
With no charges either.
8-7 होएगा फिर एक और 9-7 फिर 10-7 11-7. 13-9 खत्म है बे.
They're trying to absolutely win the round, turn things around. They don't really feel like they have a numbers advantage. So they'll stick 2 people together still. Forsaken, just watching.
ये मेरे पे कैसे तेरे बेंच.
So close to tracking him.
ये मेरे पे कैसे.
Last player standing.
I will be able to find him. Now it's all on me here.
KFC का zinger, KFC में मेरे को वो पसंद है यार. Wings.
Is in hand.
कोई beat नहीं कर सकता वो Wings को.
He wants a challenge for a
Taco
kill
बेकार है.
first.
Taco बेकार है क्या?
Exactly. He wants to dwindle the numbers down, and he knows, he should know something is low.
Well, push out. Okay, device swinging in, dead. Clear now, going to be cleared out.
अभी थोड़ा light मंगा दे. शाम को एकदम रोटी सब्जी मंगाऊंगा.
Looking for the double push. Can't even get the one somehow. Something dodging out those bullets keeps himself alive.
मैंने कुछ नहीं बोला था.
around here for PaperX.
मैंने कुछ नहीं बोला था बे.
Something swings. You know, his swings have been just so good, whether it's against the
price मंगा रहा हूँ.
That last kill.
Price मंगा रहा हूँ.
Running forward as the person who's supposed to be. Had a great dismiss amidst that chaos and rubble to keep the aggro going.
You want peri
Again,
or
that's why you
normal
picked
one?
the Reyna. Now we've seen it try time and time again, of course. As always, it gets shut down once you can't get that first kill. But in a team like PaperX, it'll work.
Look at the Vi though. Glass cannon.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no armor. Just the cash right now. The situation not looking good for them. They want to be able to
अच्छा large है ही नहीं, medium है सर.
Full rifle in his hand, I suppose. Instead of going for something like a bulldog. Texture wanting to grab that orb, but the camera is enough to dissuade.
Pinky को नहीं पसंद इतना peri.
Going for that no armor, just trying to get some extra damage. And I think they're really trying to feed something these kills, make sure that they can go for the trades. But that means they're banking a lot on this round to try to win out the map.
By heavy force क्या है बे?
Stations back over towards the safe side.
जितना
Already
ही
begun
पड़ेगा
Meteor.
Gen.G को ये वाला round. Option
Just
नहीं
outside of
है.
B, alongside this trap wire. Clears it now, so Monyet made aware. Just gonna go back and away. Mind Freak trying to swing out, but Karen finding the headshot. Shoots down the enemy Omen. Paranoia now.
कैसे बचा Forsaken?
In this retake attempt. Forsaken goes sliding down, gets himself situated over a drop. Pushing forward ahead of his own trap wire, up against the cyber cage, and as it drops,
Oh,
tries to get that transfer.
गलत ना.
Nearly had it. Karen answered
Shot
back.
देखा.
Him in the lead. Paranoia now going to be sent out, connecting on Amanyet as he pulls away. Something starts swinging in behind, over at Baby Door, which now is going to be broken. The Lear down, Munchkin still. Sights turned over towards where the spike is at. Karen finds one, Texture gets the other two. And Gen.G tie it up at 8-8.
Let's go, Gen.G.
I don't know if they calmed it ahead, if it's just built in to their protocols, whatever it might be. They did not all turn to shoot down the Lear. They knew exactly what each other's jobs were.
That was not
and
prediction.
This is where this team starts to get
That
scary.
was
All of them
जीतना पड़ेगा ही पड़ेगा. समझो. जीतेगा और जितना पड़ेगा इस
kills on those trades.
मेरे
So as long
हिसाब
as
से
you're not
खत्म हो
all
गया.
distracted by
पक्की
the
बात है
same
मैं
thing,
कर सकता हूँ PRX
you're
को.
usually going to win out on these fights.
पक्की
Very
बात है.
good post
Come
plan
back.
setup from Gen.G, and that'll
Risk
draw the
में लेते,
timeout,
risk में
especially
लेते,
with that
risk में
buy.
लेते.
Paper
वरना
X
लोग
doubling
गांड
down
मारेंगे मेरी.
on that 16th round. Now they'll have to take a bit of a breather.
Risk में लेते.
For the life of me, I mean, Munchkin just right in the line, standing right outside that door.
Gen.G जीतेगा मत कर. नहीं, risk में लेते, risk में लेते.
Ends up
ये
working out.
prediction नहीं था.
8-8.
Burger Singh से try करो. मंगा लिया.
Timeout called here from Paper X. One apiece burned so far in the map. See more.
बेटे देख के
can be
कुछ सीख रहा
utilized.
बेटे.
Alex wanting to
बेटा.
just make sure that they're not letting this slip away from them.
बेटा क्लबिंग बुक कर रहे हो.
Trying to get the win here. Take this all the way up to that match point.
Wonder if Gen.G is going to suspect a different default setup here and maybe try to go for something like a B push, because I would have imagined that one of the things Paper X can try, of course, I guess this one's going to be an eco, but outside of it, will be to try to really push out from one side, hold their defender spawn entry points with two people, and then go for the retake with something like the spy cam. We'll see if it comes to fruition in the next buy round, but for this one, just the singular outlaw. And it, of course, outlaw on the other side to really abuse the econ situation as well.
10 सेकंड में घुस गए.
Find the box. Haunt not going to get the reveal there on a Forsaken.
दरवाजा खोल के बुंड मार दो.
Fly. Texture low. Swaps over the classic. He's confirmed the kill. Munchkin, however, finding one. Heron situated forward.
Guard.
Trying to hold the line, but I mean.
Guard.
बोल रही हूँ मैं खत्म हो गया Binks.
Gen.G
Risk
very
ले रहा
swiftly
मैं.
dealing
Trust in your friend.
with what limited firepower Paper X had.
You know, Munchkin's been
होना ही चाहिए
hitting
भाई.
amazing
Sexy
shots
खेलती
throughout
है
this tournament, but if you
Gen.G. होना ही
look carefully, a
चाहिए.
lot of
Munchkin
it
भाई अभी और
is
बुटाएंगे.
very and
चारण
shining
घर
through
जाएगा.
just knowing how these trades are set up, how
Burger
the
King.
crossfires are set up, going
Price
for those
burger taco.
pre-fires. That's how he's so snappy. A lot of times he's correct.
Taco का
That's how
पता
he
नहीं
gets
कैसे
these
लगेगा.
17 kills so far in the 17 rounds, leading by example.
ठीक है मतलब.
Now the operator in hand for something, and the Odin. I mean, they desperately needed this. We'll see if it works.
Binks तुम्हारे यहाँ cook आता है.
And yet again, rushing forward, trying to
तो
get a
वो
catch.
क्या बनाता फिर?
Get pinged by the
आज
Haunt.
वो है ना cheat day.
अच्छा cheat day.
No one
तो
there.
रोज खाना बनाता है.
Fine. Everybody from Gen.G. Hand out on this left side of the map. As Prowler goes and checks forward. Nothing going to be spotted. Texture is going to be leading in.
Winner and best
still set
balanced
up here
duelist
from
of
Forsaken.
Pacific.
Oh, they
Now
find
going to be
it.
spotted.
नहीं समझा.
Clear out on the dart, and wisely does back down. Not a default plan. It's just off to the side, and now the pin is going to be invested as well from Gen.G.
Seekers are on the way. Something gets a nice opening kill through the door, though.
Here
Fair
gone.
done, fair done.
Trying to
ये
hold
क्या
things
था?
close.
ओ
He's
वो
bouncing
था.
forward with that dismiss. Now the Vi swinging
मैं
back
बोला
out.
something का नाम मेरे को नीचे से
Showstopper
कैसे
in,
दिख
Texture
रहा
finding
है?
one, but Manyet with a nice headshot equalizes. Gives this advantage over to PRX. Munchkin take it out.
down.
Hit now going to drop block. You spam down.
Holy.
Will be eliminated in Paper X.
Let's
Very
go.
nicely.
Paper X.
Tie us up once more at 99. Just trying to stay inseparable.
कर सकता है. अभी भी कर सकता है. Gen.G अभी भी कर सकता है. अभी भी कर सकता है. Let's go.
The chaos that they bring, just the way they use the Odin, and you see this with
Price
a lot of
अच्छी
teams
नहीं
that
है
use the
Burger
Odin
King.
often, is that more often than not, it's not even suppression fire to keep them kind of zoned in. It's just this distraction
बदल दो
of
चैनल
the
का नाम
audio,
मजाक से
really
हटकर.
muffling everything up, just trying to make sure they don't know where to look, that they can't find the other tracers, and you just don't know where else you can move. You keep them pinned in, frozen like deer in the headlights, and that's the retake for Paper X.
Reset of the blast, back to jump forward. Manyet and Texture both racing over towards Rubble.
भाई अच्छा था ना वो.
One apiece, but now Texture doubling up. Finds himself another elimination, but
दवाई बोल दो.
Just readjusts, finds the elimination. I cannot believe my eyes. Something now. Without anything to do, but Texture is so hungry for it. Won't be able to get himself
भाई कर दिया भाई, वो लोग के पास पैसा नहीं है. कर दिया.
Good God, it feels like Texture just bailed Gen.G
PCM.
Start of a round, they had no right
What's
to win.
up?
And that's the composition coming to play once again against PRX. I mean, if you're going to have the Reyna, ideally you want something like the Lear that can really help you push up against that toxic screen. But without that,
Arre.
That's deja vu. Just give this man.
I can understand.
Happened yesterday on Vine, it happens here today. Again, I mean, Texture is just... He just is a content mill. It's just GIF reactions.
Oh, and
Solo with a very rare smile.
He's very happy with it. It's got to be something that he's hearing the comms, right? Reactions like that, knowing that your players are kind of feeling good, able to joke with each other despite it being a very tight game, and knowing that your players had the right read in that last round to bounce back.
That's it.
I mean, Solo looked so nervous coming into kickoff, and I can't imagine.
क्या हो गया फर्सन कम भाई, डर गए.
People globally looking at you as a
जो
legend
टीम को मैं
for
सपोर्ट
Asian
करता है ना,
FPS.
जीतना 101% है.
I mean, quite frankly, tanking your stocks quite a bit as a coach
Gen.G.
when you first started over on D+. Now saying, I'll take one more shot, be the figurehead here, be the grand leader for Gen.G alongside HSK, and really guide these players who are just looking for one more chance to prove themselves. And he's seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And now another absolutely broken buy. A judge for something buying down to 850. Sure, it's the Reyna. You can always kind of try to rely on that half armor, but the outlaw is in the hands of Meteor. Don't know if something's going to come from that.
चलो.
Showstopper at the ready from Monyet.
नहीं जा रहा बे.
Feel that they can get this into a winnable position. We very well could see that pulled out. Try to turn the tides. For now, Gen.G taking things very cautiously.
Boombot net double satchel.
Spamming boxes, checking.
Let's go. Easy entry.
And it's just going to be a stack. No early rubble fight. PRX just saying, this is the best shot we got. Again, you got to take your chances when you're on these broken buys, these ecos.
Tap on the door. Something on the opposite side of the box. Not going to be spotted. As Meteor, he's pushing into this one, but he's got the outlaw. Something says hello.
Now he can open the door.
Snatches up the weapon. He's going to look for it. Gets the shot. Get him with a nice headshot. At least trade this one back with the door.
A जाएंगे क्या?
PRX reading a rotation. How far forward do they want to try to push here? Forsaken. Wanted to maybe get posted up top of A over at rope to try to put this outlaw use.
Yeah, they don't spawn anyone B main either, so he's going to have a shot, but he's a little shaky with it.
Just on the opposite side of Munchkin's legs. Cannot find the connection there. Munchkin somehow still in this fight. Paranoia in cross back sight. Mind Freak getting clipped by that for now. HL's sent his way. Showstopper up close and personal. Monyet putting it at the feet of Lakia, taking them down, but yeah, time is ticking. Mind Freak swinging around. Spike gets planted. They're from Divine. Good for one.
Kimnara's textures real name हाँ क्या? Oh, ये नहीं मालूम.
11-9. Gen.G 2 rounds away from moving up 2-1
दो rounds और texture के पास ult भी है. बस UC नहीं करेगा. UC नहीं करना चाहिए.
Mind Freak had gotten just one kill up into that tree a bit earlier and really shut that down. But Texture's just so fast with the reaction, peeking back out right at the 5-second mark. So Munchkin had a little bit more to share just to make sure they can close out this map. And they're ready for it. Showstopper online for Texture.
Fast B पे ult मारता मजा आता था bro.
Smoke down. Aggressive push out of B. Just to clear the turret for now. You're back away, avoiding that aggression as Munchkin, the lone operative now.
Jinx करो क्या Jinx करो भाई ulti है भाई.
Wants to see what the rest of the team can report. As far as the setup here on B. The smoke as well. Going out of Mind Freak. Both of those now on cooldown.
You just have the double tripwires right up close to the entrance here for Forsaken. It's a bit of a gamble, especially with the Raze, who has a showstopper.
I spotted him. No movement here from the PRX camp. Not necessarily believing that this is going to be a stack.
Careful here.
Oh man, it was a double for the jump. I thought it was one above, one below, but you really want to take down the showstopper. Forsaken has the read that that's going to be the execute. You know the ult's online.
Munchkin dead. Something finding him. He tries to cut across to the rest of the team, and there it is. The trap wire coming through. Has to reveal with the haunt. Also finding Forsaken. He tries to backpedal. Get himself out to safety. Rocket. He goes too deep.
UC bolte.
Kill not going to be found.
अबे तूने बोला UCB हो गया.
Dueling with something. Finding one, trying to push back up. Take some space here on the side. Lakia able to shut it down.
वो साइफर पे डाल देगा लेकिन हल्का वो
Forsaken
टैग हुआ.
Shot पे
Angle
Karan.
watch. Karan finding it. Lakia trying to
Shot
go
पे
for it,
Lakia.
but baits the bind forward. Finds the kill now. All on something. Heal rolling. They interrupt the plant again, passing it now over to Karan.
निकालेगा निकालेगा.
Looking to hold the corner, swings back around, puts him low, puts him down to 21.
नहीं है possible.
Spike
बोलो अभी
planted.
reposition करेंगे गया.
No leers, no dismisses, no nothing. So the haunt goes out. Something now revealing himself. Another smoke invested. He's looking for the cross. He's trying to get the headshot, but he cannot. Karan.
एक का round end करके बता दो कि ये सारा सब कुछ coincidence था. Love you, Gen.G, bye. Love you.
Running across the screen one last time before being to make sure
मैं
that
इसको
something
बोली
doesn't have the
थी
opportunity to disrupt the
8-9 और
plan.
9-9 पे के
Yeah, it's
इसका
back-to-back
खत्म हो
rounds
चुका है
where
जिंक्स.
it got dicey with the
सुनता
timer.
नहीं है ये.
But Gen.G keep their
मेरे
calm.
को भी लग रहा है खत्म हो चुका है.
मेरे को भी
Power
लग रहा है.
खत्म है भाई.
मैं
It's
8-8 पे
unfortunate
बोली थी
for
8-9
भाई
बोली
पावर
थी.
का एक लिमिट तो होना चाहिए ना. फुल टाइम थोड़ी. अभी
हाँ,
हल्क
तो बोल रही हूँ
हल्क
खत्म हो
बाय
गया
को भी
तो
देखो.
भी
जब भी
पिछले
ग्रीन होता है
पकड़
तभी
के
पावर
पकड़
रहता है.
के
नॉर्मल
पकड़
इसमें नहीं रहता है.
So few seconds left.
मेरा भी तो कोई क्रिप्टोनाइट है.
PRX looking to fight fire with fire. Somebody finding one. Mind Freak getting texture. I mean, it's just a quintessential PRX round.
Munchkin निकाल
We
सकता
now
है.
find ourselves in a 1v2.
Yeah, you still have all your setups for Cypher on
देख
the
लो
other
chat,
side, so
इसको मैंने
just
बोला
stay
था
doubled
खत्म हो
up.
गया
That's
Binks.
the game plan for PRX. Surely they'll just hold that rubble. Not sure if they'd be curious enough to push
बेस्ट
off
फ्रेंड कार्ड भी प्ले
toxic
किया था
screen.
मैंने कि अपने दोस्त की सुनेगा
wanted to go
नहीं
to B,
बिलीव नहीं
Trapwire
करेगा
is
ऐसा
there.
ऐसा भी बोला था मैंने.
खत्म हो गया.
Destroys it. Just going to be a plant here into the open. Does he get to read that this is going to be approached from main?
भाई मेरे को मेरे पावर समझने पड़ेंगे
No
यार.
bites to speak
दिमाग के
of.
ऊपर जा रहा है.
Just way in the top B. Flush against the wall.
He's going to want to pop that poison cloud.
क्या
Yeah,
लगता
try
है
to
Munchkin
activate
निकालेगा?
the
PRX
smoke as
starting में.
well. Just some extra distractions.
नहीं.
We'll see if it works.
वो मत
down.
निकालो अभी इससे.
Here's
ठीक
one.
है. लूप होल्स
Poison
मत
now
निकालो.
coming
नहीं,
down.
मार
And they're
करो.
just holding for this one. The spray. He gets him off the defuse for a moment.
Nice.
Mind Freak swings
पूरा
back out
spray
of the
कौन
smoke.
करता है?
He's able to collect the kill. PRX.
खेल लेना जाके तो
भाई,
फिर.
कर भाई.
हाँ खेल ले जाके.
To decide who wants to defuse it.
Yeah.
What- if there's any weapons they need to try to recover. PRX, they keep themselves
अभी
in this
दोनों
game.
मरते तो जोड़
2
बोलता था
rounds
बड़े वाह.
to try to take us into overtime.
You just know it's a good match so far when we have back-to-back of these rounds where the double left just have really good teamwork. You see Forsaken pop, sticking it, and then goes for the spray first, gives the chance for Mind Freak to pop out as Munchkin is distracted trying to fire back against the Tracers. Small things like that really make
Simple
the difference
casualty,
between a
eh?
clutch and just a standard 2v1 victory.
पोस्ट प्लांट मारो. पोस्ट
Now
प्लांट.
the Odin for Lakia really trying to
Post
bully
plant
their way,
casualty
punish
मारा ना,
PRX
जीत
for
गए.
pushing out aggressively.
Seekers at the ready here from Dubai as well. Once again, I mean, they're looking to take the fight again over at A, but Gen.G saying, we didn't like how that went for us. No, we're not going to try to challenge into it again.
But that's all of Rubble cleared. A main cleared. I mean, you could just leave one person holding here and you have the entire map figured out.
At least for now, especially considering the trap wire is still set up.
ओ वो लोग वापस
Pushing
ए का
towards B
कंट्रोल ले
now.
रहे भाई.
हाँ.
PRX expecting that this
साउंड
is
दिया
just
ना
going
लोग
to be
पीछे भागने का.
हाँ वो
pile
लोग को लग
into
रहा है
the
कि
site.
एग्रेसिव आके बैठा रहेगा
This
तो.
is good from Gen.G though. Before the 1 minute mark, they're going to reclaim some control.
ये
You
देखिए
heard
अच्छा
the
ना.
footsteps, it sounds like Munchkin making that call immediately. Now they know
Prowler
this
to
is
check.
holding.
Double push out, turn for the flash, Meteor.
फ्लैश है
Still
फ्लैश
safe for now,
फ्लैश
now
डालो.
Munchkin gonna
आगे
take it
भागो.
down, tuck it to the corner, Meteor trying to survive, but cannot.
God.
चलो.
Ends up falling.
ए जा रहे
That's
हैं
that
लोग, ए मिल
potential
गया
lockdown
उनको.
now taken away from them,
Four
but
four.
if Gen.G get to the side, they still do
थोड़ा अंधेरा
have
क्यों हो
that
गया
hit
बे स्क्रीन पे?
that Munchkin can
अल्ट में ना
invest.
वो.
Yeah, Divide going to be looking to use those Seekers, but you're going to have to give up the site for now, so it has to be used
Sexy
to
अल्ट भाई.
try to attack
Sexy
through the
ult.
pit.
Everest, 25% remaining.
Oh, they
As the
don't.
spam starts coming through, trying to prevent the grab on the door.
Nice.
Finding the kill.
Nice, very nice.
मेरा हो गया भाई.
ये हमारे
Now
इसको.
sparks him out. What is the
वाइपर
retake?
के मॉली तो डाला.
My God! I thought only Forsaken was close enough to follow up against the Seekers through the pit, but as soon as they go through the site, as soon as they figure out everyone's next to the door, they take the gamble, open it, hold the doubles right around the revolving door, and something just with the one taps, the dismiss end to the site to get them
भाई
vision.
something by है बे, something by है. कुछ तो उसको अंदर से दिखता है जो आपसे को नहीं दिखता है.
Nothing more to be done. Timeout now called, and we'll see. It is going to be from the Gen.G camp.
बाहर आ गया
This
गोल्डन
one
का.
was
Wow.
very
कुछ
much
नहीं
up in the
आया
air.
है. तुम लोग को ऐसा लग रहा है बे, तुम लोग को लग रहा है.
PRX called the second one,
ये
I think,
राउंड
right now.
Gen.G जीत के 13-11 क्लोज आउट है. 13-11 क्लोज आउट.
Oh.
I thought they still had one.
You know, PRX, yeah, I think they used it a little bit early on.
Chat, almost then keep watching और likes NH तुम लोग से.
ये अभी जैसे
The
मारा
real
ना,
crazy part here
वैसे
is I
मारो.
think that had to have been off of the
ये
Seekers.
बोला वो.
जिसने लाइक नहीं किया ना, हो सकता है कि मैं बोलूंगा कि तुम्हारा दिन आज बहुत अच्छा जाएगा. समझ रहे हो? तो तुम्हारे ऊपर है. अगर तुमको रिस्क विस्क लेने का है तो समझ रहे हो यार. मतलब अगर तुम लोग जिंक्स बुला ही रहे हो तो ठीक है. जल्दी से जल्दी लाइक करो. जल्दी से जल्दी.
Go as Meteor was taken out on the flank, and that's
लाइक
something
टाइम
that
आउट है. जल्दी से
PRX
जल्दी
will look
करो.
to do again, cutting off the lurk nice and early. So I wonder if Gen.G, do they just go for a rush this time around? You have the Nightfall as well, just push through. Then
भाई
put up the lockdown on
मोने
the
भाई
post
का
plant.
ड्यूलिस्ट का वो नहीं है
option.
लेकिन मोने भाई
Looks like it
बेस्ट
will
वो
be
है
it.
कंट्रोलर. क्या
Tremendous
बोलते
amount of
हो?
options here for Gen.G. And one that, you know, if you dump these many key ultimates into a round and end up going into
भाई बट से
overtime,
1000 लाइक्स हो गए बे.
it'd be a little bit tilty.
I'll find you.
On down for now, up over the top, the check towards Mounds. Nothing going to be spotted. Forsaken again, just playing the side solo with that Odin in hand.
कर दिया. Love you. सीधा 1k plus.
Box lockdown now going to be invested. Looking to shove them
धमकी
back.
दे
But,
रहा
I
है.
mean, you see something. Mind
Love
freak.
you.
They're actually inching their way forward. Paranoia going to be sent in, but Munchkin not going to be caught by
Yeah,
it.
he
Ends up
cancelled
finding the
Bye.
kill.
Heavy.
Lockdown now, getting ready to roll through. One more second
Heavy
remaining. They
ultis,
managed to back
heavy
out. No
ultis.
one's going to be detained here. How smoothly can they try to retake? Boombot not getting cleared. It's drifting, in fact, over towards Texture. Finally manages to clear it out, trying to hold the door versus Moniat.
नेड भी नहीं है बे. नहीं ले सकता ये
Flush
कंट्रोल.
up against the wall, Divide looking to try to help.
भाई मैं जिंक्स
Comrade
नहीं हूँ
push
भाई.
through
खत्म हो
that
गया भाई.
position.
खत्म हो गया. जिंक्स
Flash
नहीं हूँ
goes
मैं.
in. It turns from it. No, Moniat still able to get taken down. Lakia now trying to survive, trying to backpedal.
but
Karen
that-
swings
GG,
in
I
from main.
think.
On the side itself, I should say, to find the kill. Finds himself another one.
Well
Freaking
played,
Divide, the last
Gen.G.
one
Well
standing.
played.
You know
Well
where this guy
played.
is at. Now it's all on the Sultan trying to get it done.
God,
He
NT
finds
रे,
still,
NT.
but cannot get the third. 13
Something को शायद
जिगल के-
Gen.G
जिगल में मार दिया रे.
will
भाई मैं नहीं हूँ
narrowly
जिंक्स.
close
ठीक
out
है
this
गया.
map.
अभी
Pick
कुछ
up
नहीं
Lotus.
बोलना. ठीक है.
They now move up to match point.
It's a good call after that timeout. In fact, just one step further, not going for the rush off the bat, but trying to
भाई
figure
जीत
out who's
सकते हैं बे
stationed over
Gen.G.
by Mount,
जीतेंगी
who's
शायद,
there.
मेरे को भी
They
लग
hear
रहा है.
the Odin, and they immediately
भाई आई थिंक मेरे पावर्स खत्म हो गए हैं. एंड नाउ इट्स टाइम फॉर सम काउंटर पावर्स. जो मैं बोलूंगा वही सच होएगा वाला पावर्स. ऐसा पावर्स है मेरे पे. अभी PRX जीतेगा. 2-2 होएगा. 2-2.
मैं बोली थी बिंग्स तेरे को 8-9 पे खत्म हो गया है जिंक्स.
कद्दू बोली थी. उसके बाद 2 राउंड जो
बोली
बोला
थी.
उसका ऑपोजिट हुआ है.
नहीं मैं बोली थी जिंक्स
नहीं
खत्म हो
भाई
गया
कुछ
है.
तो एक टाइम पीरियड है. टाइम पीरियड है कुछ तो.
खत्म हो गया है.
ना
हाँ
ना.
हाँ
तो वो 2 राउंड कैसे पूरा उल्टी हो गया. उल्टी मतलब उल्टा हो गया.
वो होना था इसलिए
Rematch on
हुआ.
this
It was
particular
PRX
map
जीतेगा.
against
Let's go.
PRX.
Yeah, I mean, I really like what I'm seeing from them on their attacker side. Their defender side looked a little bit strange, and a lot of that is just like losing holding angles. Like Texture so many times with the operator was just sitting there, and then, you know, something would just swing a corner and just take him out. And I mean the player, not just like randomness. Like, it's like literally just walking corners and just smacking Texture out of the way. So that their attacker side looked good, but it's always the concern with PRX. Like their defender side is always a little bit shakier than their attacker side. And Gen.G is slightly better so far this year on their attacker side on Lotus than on their defender side. So it was just enough to get them over the line.
Definitely. I think the
ऐसे
Reyna
chat पर ना
probably
मैं खाना
threw
लेके
them
आया.
in for a little bit of a loop. They probably prepped to redo
हाँ, पानी भी
Lotus
लेके आया.
and
चाय भी
Reyna,
खत्म हो गया.
kind of threw them for a loop. So their aggressive pushes though were
खाना लेके आया. खाना लेके आया मैं.
Superthin was saying when they switch sides.
It happened so many times. I think
Chat,
people
कैसे हो?
had an idea of what they wanted to do, especially with the Reyna Sky combo coming in. Some of the retakes
Chat prediction.
worked out a little bit, but then at the same
3-1
time,
या फिर
they wanted to kind of play off
2-2.
of something's operator. I mean, we saw so many rounds where he tried to make use of it.
मेरे को तो लग रहा है 3-1 है भाई.
From a few successes, it it's not very consistent, you know, until he shot back with the Vandal. Very nice retake in towards Tree, took down Lakia's Odin and everything. That just, you know,
भाई बहुत सारे लोग 3-1 लिख रहे हैं भाई.
almost overtime, but by the end of it, I mean, you could still see how sharp. My goodness, these Gen.G players are.
Well,
Caron.
It really
Mods
felt
Dudu
like
को time
both
out.
teams had a good read on each other's operator positions. Like neither side was having any success with the operator. So credit where credit's due. Both teams
Spam मत
able
करो
to, in a
भाई.
short amount of time, kind of identify some weaknesses in their opponents, and that's why it's really so back and forth, and why neither defender side was really able to get the ball rolling. And it's quite surprising that only 6 and 9 in the post plants is Gen.G, which means they're winning those scrappy duels in the Paper X like scrum. You know what I mean? Like they're just like trying to duke it out sometimes, and a lot Gen.G is coming out ahead. The post plant's something to be desired here in terms of fixing that for Gen.G, but like the fact that they're able to go to the Paper X like this in these just intense, chaotic battles, you know, the blink and you miss it rounds, is super impressive.
I think that is going to be very indicative actually for the rest of the
हरामी है
year.
भाई Zen.
You know, even with kickoff's over, we still have our two splits. And Gen.G, the way they are dueling against Paper X right now, the firepower is, I would arguably equivalent here.
It actually does feel really pretty much equivalent, if not slightly higher, actually.
Yeah, they're winning.
मेरा भी खाना आ
Today,
गया.
they're winning these duels.
Really, that's the wildest thing. I remember like round 20 off of Alex's timeout. Still, somehow, even with the retake ideas coming through, some of the swings that.
Six तो बोलेगा वही होगा. Gen.G, I think guys next map कौन सा है जल्दी बोलो. Next map कौन सा है?
Against Paper X, like they would swing out really wide, really confidently.
Depends on the next map.
Against them. But the reaction time coming out for some of these Gen.G players, they were able to take.
क्या मंगाया Six? मैंने मंगाया तंदूरी मोमोस और फ्राइड मोमोस.
You know, Paper X needs something extra this time, and that's crazy.
Bind?
It is. I'm actually.
I think PRX can win.
Myself here, but I'm already thinking of Bind, and Bind was the 4th map of Champions.
If PRX wins Bind, then third last map Gen.G will win.
Very much actually in this order. It was Lotus and Bind.
PRX जीत सकती Bind actually.
Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go. You might be right with your predictions today.
Bind PRX का है. भाई जीत सकती भाई PRX.
All I know is no matter what happens today, I'm beating Achilleos in the predictions.
You already won.
So I've already won. This season is over. Like I've done it. Like I'm already like popping the champagne. Like we're good to go. No.
6-1 RR Immortal 2 हाँ ना.
What you're seeing here from Gen.G is right now they're just more of a complete package. You're still seeing Manyet really struggle on some of these maps on the Rays. I mean, 11 and 21 is really painful on a team that used to rely so much on excellent Rays play to really break open sites, to break open fights, to hit opponents.
कल तेरा रेज देखा आसपास भी बोलोगा मेरा हो गया हाँ ना. अल्लाह क्यों भाई मैं. भाई 290 ACS.
One of those plays that lives in your mind, you know, Jing coming up with a 1 HP clutch against EG or whatnot. But in this one, I mean, Manyet is kind of used differently. He has this different style with the double blast packs, and he's kind of going in as a
थोड़ा flip हो जाए.
The team has to follow up, but sometimes that impact is not quite felt. There are times where Manyet is not quite able to hold a site by himself.
Can I get some Malio?
He dies, he gets information for the rest of the team to respond quickly. So when it comes down to it, drawing the comparisons now between two key players, it's Mindfreak and Munchkin, who Munchkin stepped up.
ACS full form average combat score.
Pit timings, the way that he positions himself, and Mindfreak, although he definitely tries in some of these like clutch situations, it's not the most successful. It's a different map.
We haven't seen him be what we're kind of used to with Mindfreak in some ways. And he's usually a pretty good big game player. Like he's a guy who steps up multiple times. Like the casters were talking about earlier at Copenhagen, you know, he was one of those players where everybody
10 CR दे shout out दे. भाई तुम लोग क्या करोगे इतना मार लेके भाई. ये तो भाई इधर. सबसे next friend how ACS works? Good question.
Good question. Next question.
आज तक वालों में किसी को नहीं पता. क्या? How does ACS work?
मेरे को पता है भाई मेरे ACS सबसे ज्यादा डैमेज रहता है.
भाई देख मेरे को इतना पता है कि डैमेज से पड़ता है. फिर उसके बाद तूने जितने क्लच निकल उससे भी पड़ता है. फिर जितने 3 के लिए 4 के लिए या फिर एस लिए उससे भी फर्क पड़ता है.
बराबर.
और बस उतना. मैं ऑर्डर लेके मेरी
हर किल पे कुछ तो थोड़ा ACS ज़्यादा मिलता है every consecutive kills.
Things is that also PRX is now, they're so used to just kind of like aim dueling and really getting these confident big swings against their opponents. Very overwhelming stuff, especially with some of the chaotic utility that they throw into the game. But on a map like Lotus, especially a site like A site, for example, with the changes coming in, you gotta really think about your routes. Tree is now like blocked off so much, and it's very difficult for some of these players to come in with these big swings.
वो भी jinx हो गया क्या?
Now we're gonna recap a little bit what's happened so far.
मैं तो जैसे स्टार्ट से ये और रहेगा.
I really think we're gonna see breeze again between these two teams, which I'm very
और रहेगा.
excited
सौरभ बातें को बॉडी.
really
बोलो
point.
बेटा.
Earlier
I mean
we were talking
बढ़वे.
a bit about our predictions
बोलो
in
बेटा.
Gen.G. I've said this a couple of times. While I really
गाली
believe
दिया
in them as much as Paper Thin does,
सब बड़ा हो
I
गया.
thought they would have needed more time to really pull together and see, their
8 इंच
top
का हो गया
form.
चाहिए.
But maybe it's
अच्छा
actually
तेरा टाकू.
PRX. They have
Excuse me?
amazing
Okay.
creative plays. You can see them cooking constantly with their ideas, with their team comms. But maybe you guys are right. Maybe they need actually more time to adjust to this new style.
बहुत
with
मेरे
Binks in the
मेरे
loop.
गाली देने के इरादे.
G is one of a kind.
इरादे
There is no other G
मेरा
in
गाली
this
देने का जो
world.
इरादा है
And there is, but
उसका height अगर नापेगा तो वैसा.
fantastic. So the thing is, a lot of their
So
plays in
according
the
to
past
two
was
match analysis
circled around Jing's
map
particular
prediction
play
confirm
style.
jinx
So
होता है.
they
बाकी
need to
zero
figure it
लेकिन
out
jinx
again.
cooldown
But
रहता
Binks तो
है.
मोमोज के साथ मेयोनीज खाता है फिर
No, absolutely
ग्रीन
not.
चटनी या फिर लाल
Paper
चटनी.
X is out of this. You are wrong.
लाल
Like,
चटनी.
there's no way in hell that
और भाई थैंक यू फॉर द 100. मुझे जो PRX का
तो मेयोनीज खाता है.
गुस्सा आता है. इतना
We
क्या
know
फ्लेक्स
how
करते हैं जैसे
Like,
VCT
that's the first thing
जीत
that
के आए
comes
हैं.
to my
4
mind is
सेकंड का
I can
सबसे
foresee
ज्यादा
a
आता है.
whole
पूरा
bunch
बेटर
of
गेम प्ले.
futures on this Binds
Sorry,
map,
it's personal.
and I
अबर
don't
भाई
think I'm gonna be right about any of them. Like I could see something
और
with
भाई
Reyna here.
लेट मी एक्सप्लेन की क्यों. ठीक है, अभी आप फ्रॉम हेटर टू सपोर्टर में आपको कन्वर्ट करता हूँ. PRX ऐसी टीम है जो सबसे ज्यादा डब्ल्यू दबा के अच्छे लोग जो 6 महीना 1 साल प्रैक्टिस करते हैं उनकी गाफ मारते हैं. पॉइंट नंबर 1. ठीक है. पॉइंट नंबर 2, डब्ल्यू गेम के साथ वो लोग हर बार पैसिफिक रीजन में टॉप 1 या टॉप 2 में रहे हैं. समझ रहे हो? पॉइंट नंबर 2, अगर आप देखो फॉर्सिकन का जो आपका पर्सनल हेट है बेटर वाला, अगर आप देखो तो वो एक ही बंदा है जिसको हर रोल में उसको चेंज करना पड़ता है डिपेंडिंग ऑन हिज कोच. समझ रहे हो? कभी बेचारा ओमन खेलता है, कभी ये खेलता है, कभी वो खेलता है, कभी ड्यूलिस्ट खेलता है, और बाइंड में योरू खेल रहा है. समझ रहे हो? और मारता भी है. तो फॉर ऑल दिस रीजंस इफ यू थिंक वेरी न्यूट्रली यू विल थिंक दैट PRX is very good.
Plant on B side.
Do you think ISO would need to be paired up with another duelist, though? Or do you think he's like
Well,
pretty
it's Paper
good
X, so
as
they
a...
will, but
That's very true. Now, let's talk about the first and the second map. That second map on Split was very dominant by Paper X.
इतना खास नहीं है, ठीक
How
है.
do we think, like, yeah, we don't know what they're going to do with their comp now, but judging by how these first 3 maps have played out.
Judging by how the first 3 maps played out, I mean, first of all, you got to talk about Ascent and how much Gen.G adjusted. They had the really
भाई योरू आएगा.
extra Karen, of course, still doing Karen things. But then that support coming in from a player
समथिंग
like
लास्ट चीज़ें इतना इम्पैक्ट नहीं डाला. भाई हो सकता है कि वो लोग को सीडिंग से फर्क भी नहीं पड़ता रहेगा यार, क्या पता.
And they really knew how to aggressively take down Paper X, fighting fire with fire, although they started out on defense. And I think that was one of the things that carried them over at the edge. And then once they swapped over onto attack, they started to lurk. So Gen.G shows a lot of flexibility. I think that's one of the biggest things because they always adapt, they always change things up, and they have these like anti-execute, positional plays when they start out on defense. We saw a bit of that on Lotus as well.
Counter अच्छा क्या?
Split was just a bit
Understand, bro.
because
W करो, but flex all the time is bad. It's not bad, yeah.
Triple duelist of
How
all
is it
things.
bad?
How do you adjust to that?
Yeah, I actually want to talk about Bind yesterday. You were.
अगर कोई बार-बार जीत रहा है तो बोले भी ना. वाह भाई.
I've lost track.
Was
You were casting yesterday with
I was,
the TRX game.
Yeah. I
और वो लोग
yeah,
पर्सनल लेवल पे फ्लेक्स नहीं करते.
so intense because
वो ऑर्स
it
करता
felt
है
like DRX kind of just had
हेल्दी
some,
बैंटर
like,
क्योंकि वो लोग
he
सब
was
दोस्त लोग हैं.
his thing on Yoru,
अगर
things
आपने
were going well, Flash
मेरा
was
इंस्टाग्राम
having
ब्रॉडकास्ट पे
normal
रील
stats,
देखा रहेगा वो लोग की बकचोदी का, तब
everything
आपको
seemed
मालूम
to be
पड़ेगा.
going the normal DRX way, and then all of a sudden like you talked about earlier, Vic, like it's that one moment, that one clutch. I think it was Karan, right? Who
Karan,
had that one clutch, and then all of a sudden, all the momentum was gone for DRX. All their mentality seemed to just kind of leave them. Mako started kind of visibly having a hard time at his desk, and that completely shook them. And from there, it was just, you know, Gen.G has shown, again, tremendous mental resilience. That's my biggest takeaway from them so far, is that even though this is, you know what's fascinating to me is this is a team with players who have kind of a reputation of maybe being tiltable, but it hasn't shown so far this year.
Yeah.
Not too much. We did see
Bind driven prediction था तेरा कभी-कभी गलत हो जाता है prediction हमेशा नहीं
He's
होता
a little bit tiltable.
Yeah. Well, he looked a little upset, especially when his ace was taken away from him, but not a fully.
Yes, coming up huge with the 10 gifted.
Their off-cam chemistry.
Guys, we are very close to 12k likes. जिसने नहीं किया है जल्दी करो फट से करो.
Tiltable player like Texture, when you have a support, like a team that's supporting you like this, maybe that's the missing piece. And we were talking about Munchkin.
It's time for some peri-peri shit, bro.
Crucial. What I really liked in the last map is he started using his util again.
Yay! I was calling for it. Like sometimes I don't know what has gotten into some of our Viper players in Pacific this year, where they're just not willing to use their Viper's pit.
हाँ बे मैंने भी बहुत देखा है.
What's going on? If they're just forgetting about it, if it's just so intense, they're just kind of like getting lost in the moment or something
Plus
like
one.
that. But all right, here we go.
मैंने बहुत बार देखा है. Especially Viper.
Okay, Yoru, Raze, Gecko, Fade. This is basically like
what we saw with DRX.
Yeah. Similar to what DRX does, but not quite the same. It's so
Well,
like
there's
obviously
second
with the
duels
Raze.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello, friend.
So second duels in the form of Monyet. Forsaken's Yoru a little bit different from Buzz Yoru perhaps, but then again you got to look at that.
मैच कब चालू होगा? हो गया ना? एजेंसी को होगा अभी 1 मिनट में होगा. PRX baby, PRX baby. Let's go fucking PRX.
Difference between the regions and how some seem to be more sentinel heavy, and clearly here in Pacific,
we don't believe
especially PRX. Look at them, they're just
Very,
like,
very
I
OP.
don't want to use sentinel.
I mean, they're the team that makes the most sense for them. Like it's like they don't really play like they need one anyway. So.
मजा आ गया. चिट्टे के दिन मजा तो आता है कुछ भी
Go
बोलो.
into our fourth map, Bind, and we know this is going to be a hot one. Let's go back to our casters, Achilles and William.
Thank you very much. Here we go. Bind for map number 4. We'll load up and
भाई
see
मैंगो शेक भी
PRX
मंगाना चाहिए था.
can rally back on yet another one of their
बात तो. Okay, I'll reset and look at neutral. Love you, Amar bhai. Love you.
Away with a 3-1 score line, become champions here at Kickoff.
Oh, that would be one heck of a storyline. What a bounce back for Gen.G as a team and all these players individually. But my eyes for now on this Bind is onto that PRX having just one controller. This is something that a lot of us talked about being such a weakness of the composition that Global Esports brought out at the very beginning of this tournament, saying how are you going to play this map? With a similar controller of Brimstone. PRX says, well, we have our own ideas, this time putting in that Yoru alongside. So it really feels like triple initiator alongside the Raze. Now just, it's going to be a huge fight here for Shower's control.
Texture will find something. Does take down the enemy Raze. TP's now coming in around the back with Meteor.
Oh, bye.
In that cyber cage, able to find one. Toggles over onto the cam. Dart going through. Sweeps back out. Why now drop something. The last one standing. Put some damage.
टिपी अच्छा था. Something को थोड़ा वहाँ से दोनों वो फेंकना था.
तो चल देना था क्या?
हाँ.
Takes him down. Gen.G.
तो go blind है ना. दोनों फेंकना था.
And it starts to feel like the
निकल रहा
fans
मैं.
feel that they're close, that we're close to bringing that title back to Korea. But PRX, they're no strangers to this. Had to play in front of a massive crowd last year against TRX at the Junction Stadium for the Pacific Finals, and they overcame it.
They reverse swept out.
Yeah.
भाई जीत
Of course,
सकते
Texas
बे.
feeling it too. They're one step away.
वो तो आपने VC में भी चिल्लाया.
Just a sheriff for Davai. Hasn't had as much of a blow-up performance as we're used to seeing from him.
Have it.
Great Orb.
Wanting to get this. And TP coming in to try to bail him out. Munchkin just one touch Forsaken as soon as the door is open. Good lord.
मेरे को अभी नहीं चाहिए.
Something.
रात को.
Trying to hold him here for the whole world to be able to get Lakia. Nice reply fire from him.
फ्रिज में रख दूँगा.
Is Mind Freak and Davai going on a bit of a push forward here. Karan being very well back. Spots one, takes him down, saw the other.
भाई करन का गेम खतरनाक इंप्रूव है लेकिन ना.
Aggressively, but Mind Freak does punish him for that. Weapon
कैसे
Site taken. Texture not looking to try to guard things. Needs to bring this spike forward.
Yeah, and considering that only we had 3 people buying up from Gen.G, this could actually be a bit of trouble and a lot more damage that PRX can do. Now, of course, that does mean Gen.G can also buy up to match in the next round. But right now, Mindfreak has a good opportunity alongside something.
Launching smoke.
On the trap wire, something still making his way over.
क्या लगता है round? 2 लोग के पास buy नहीं है.
The setup, Texture looking to take those hopes and dreams away. Your Munchkin can also rotate over to try to grab that.
Texture next level है.
At the end of the round, something hearing toggle on the camera. It's a trigger there, and Meteor just
something और Falcon का जो deadly duo duelist है ना वो ज़्यादा मस्त है.
They lose 2 players, but widely, you know, some of the weapons recovered here.
ठीक है बे पेरी पेरी.
It's 2-0 start for them on Bind.
Yeah, great start. And a good read, too, that it could be the split just to try to take away more weapons. You know, having that Cypher utility set up across all the different ways that they could get taken out. Wow. Yeah, just keeping calm. They know they're close. Don't want to overheat just yet on the 4th map. They haven't won it till the very end.
Neural Theft nearly online already. Meteor just 1 charge off of that. It's Forsaken getting darted. Staying tucked for the time being.
Yeah, and we're seeing this a lot with the teams that are experimenting with Yoru, that, again, with the Sky gone, you know, not able to just constantly cycle through utility to check B long, you have to invest 2 people there alongside the flashes. Now they've been pushed back.
God, man.
Yeah. Now online. Makeup goes rushing forward. Forsaken swinging out. Spraying does get quite a bit of connection there.
Doesn't have help.
But now, yeah, is getting flushed out. Quick turn on the flash. The neural depth going to be invested. Waiting to see if they can try to take him down. Karen able to find it in the end. Drops down on the top of Hookah.
भाई क्या बसड़ हो रहा है.
Finding 1. Smoke dissipating.
God, Karen.
The aim there. As blast pack sent forward. Volley out from something will be.
मैं मार के मरा.
But now it's all on money.
अरे
so low.
मर जाता.
हाँ speed डाला था
The
ना.
heals come in.
You have to save. You don't have anything to work with, and you're already going to be down 3-0. And not the start that PRX was looking for on their pick of Bind. Haven't shown it this year. They've been known to be the leaders of Yoru compositions on Bind. Really brought it
हो सकता है मैंने हल्का सा 3-1 PRX बोला था. हो सकता है.
Just going to say tucked right alongside this trap wire. Doesn't want to give them any inkling in case they come for the hunt.
The crazy part is they know, right, because of the double trap wire set up, but they're not going to risk anything further either. They want to snowball the lead as much as possible. Just be wary just in case. Maybe he had another blast pack left over. Did use to, I believe, onto that site, but not taking any chances for Gen.G.
Yeah, and that's a big one because, I mean, Lakia went into that with just the ghost in hand. Carries one of those rifles, so it's only one weapon
prize हो गया अभी. मेरा favorite burger बचा है.
Meteor already has 5,000 creds banked up here.
मक्खनी बस.
Yeah. Activated that first neural theft already.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, just going through the comms as well.
कितनी
It seems
शांति
like
है
that's what
बे.
we talked about during this break. Just saying, don't get overly excited.
मैं अगर फाइनल जीतता रहता तो हो गया था.
And they're only 10 rounds away.
एक बुड्ढा गाली देते रहता है.
Trying to catch somebody off guard
एक बोलता है lag हो रहा है.
That carryover rifle.
एक सिर्फ आरे करता रहता
Back
है.
away though is Gen.G. Now turning their sights once more over towards the B side. Trailblazer rushing forward. Not catching a glimpse of Divide before he makes his way back over in towards Elbow. The walk down, the drop into the smoke and Texture. He's taking him out well, softening up Nayak.
Hacker! Texture is better by PRX in grand game.
For now.
He's a very good
now
player.
within the tube.
Spike planted.
Crash.
Okay, the check.
बच गया बे.
Not getting caught. Around will finally be
बच गया बे. 100 का नेक्स्ट और ना.
Scoreline continuing to build up for him. Forsaken trying to find
ये भी
some
बच गया.
sheriff in hand.
Close था.
Can't make it happen. It's now once again on to Yet.
Peri with prize and nuggets.
Nice round,
He's
man.
going to have to be the one that saves again.
Binks इनका मैप
So
है PRX.
far, obviously, 2 rounds with some iffy
अबे
purchases
वो
on
लोग
the
का attack
side
बहुत
of
strong है
PRX,
PRX.
but what we're really seeing here
क्या
is Gen.G
फायदा?
aware that that's going to be the setup that you often find with these Yoru defaults. It's a Yoru on B, trying to gate crash out somewhere else, maybe ready to take the TP just to throw a bit of a curveball. But oftentimes you're going to need some other support. So Fate is there with him.
8-4 से comeback मारा था शायद PRX ने if I'm not
as
wrong.
fast as possible. Worst case comes if the team goes through. Meteor's ready for it.
Next
He's
level
watching for that teleport, for that showers control, so he's not giving it up for free. It's a strong default from Gen.G, and quite frankly, one that PRX, as the defending team, has to figure out the answer to.
Yeah, Meteor's so clean so far here in this map. The movement there, dodging out on the flash. The trade one before getting taken down. Dangerous signs for PRX, which is why we see the timeout again being forced out very early on.
Yeah, and you're not even on the attacking side right now, so you can't even just say we're going to rush one site anymore. That's not going to work.
You can rush out of one side.
You could rush out of one side. I've seen that before for PRX, and sometimes that's what gets them apart, but I just feel like this map right now, Gen.G is ready for it. And the thing is obviously Gen.G showed one iteration of their bind yesterday against DRX, who also was running a Euro composition. So PRX, they, not much time, but they had some data to go off of. And this time Gen.G is just saying, let's try to get a read on PRX first. So let them make the first move. They're going to be antsy for it. They would have identified that absolutely correctly.
नहीं भाई comeback तो करेंगे भाई PRX.
It's going to be here after Alex's intervention. Operator does come through, being put into the hands of something now, which I don't have the updated stats right now, but coming into this map, even being down in the series and having Gen.G be at match point, something's impact has been impeccable.
Yes.
Tied for top fragging alongside Karon, both of them dropping 50 kills so far in the series. They've 16 and 5 in first kills, first deaths. The start of the value here, something that's been amazing. First goal of his own. Does so. Pushing forward, trying to take that deep, hard angle outside of B. Just gets punished.
Yeah, and he just thinks because of the hard push that they're going to be holding further back away from Fountain, but Meteor's just up close.
Tell him, hey, this is how it feels. To be scoped in and instantly dome. Instantly finding 3. Texture answering 1 back, not yet. We'll be able to finish it. Mind Freak. Open the build but yet another round lost, keeps them alive, gets them on the board.
It's great to see Mind Freak performing as he has been the entire kickoff, because he's had some ups and downs throughout his career, obviously very storied alongside the rest of the PRX squad. But when he's at his peak, he's so clean with it. And just the comparisons and the stories we're getting just from this finals alone, right? The controllers, Mind Freak and Karon, you mentioned it. Obviously, there's the fragging potential between Something and Karon. The duelists, of course, Texture. Really
by dual day, every round
Okay. Like ship passing in the night, but there's
no combo. क्या combo किया? वही बोला मैं, क्या combo किया भाई?
He gets isolated. About into the corner, Forsaken makes his way into the dimensional drift. You see what he opts for here. As flash out, Showstopper sent towards heaven. Mask comes off, that's the fake out. Texture falling for it, but eventually just gets flushed out into the open. The kill comes in. One Forsaken with a nice tap, takes out Meteor. Munchkin lock yet, now the last one standing. Spot on the one. Mind Freak heading across towards Showers.
They should know that he's trapped somewhere in Lamps. He saw a little bit more info coming out from that Prowler as well.
भाई क्या सक्सी के लाभे for second.
Mind Freak going to be creeping all the way around.
Body block भी try किया. दो मारे भी.
Safe, and I don't mind that, but that could be what gives Gen.G this opportunity. They have all the time to explore the entire site. And figure out a different exit.
Nice shots, way. Mind Freak
मार रहा है. Mind Freak to just go on a walkabout. Gets himself rotated around. Hearing the jump peeking. Dizzy going out. Munchkin with a click clear. Be worried about potential wall bang coming through. Reads this very nicely, but Mind Freak nails the shot. PRX picking up 2 in a row.
भाई टाइमआउट के बाद ऐसा क्या करते हैं बे लोग जीत जाते हैं.
Be your crazy duelists that are putting the round wins on the board. Someone's got to do it, and Mind Freak's here to answer the call. Barely bringing them back into this. Forsaken committing to that spray was good, and also the dimensional drift just to make sure they can't commit.
हेलो वापस एक शॉट पास करेंगे.
And then the flash as well to try to trap some of them with that blinded vision within that Brimstone ultimate. I like the entire sequence of it, and it eventually leads to that round win that PRX oh so desperately needed. Op still, of course, in the hands of Something as well.
Locked out. Lakia actually does swing. Marked by in there. Holding back to see if there's going to be another aggro push out from Something with his op.
but that does seem to be the adjustment that they've made since that timeout. Not pushing entirely out, not full W gaming, but they will force the hand a little bit. Make sure that these default setups for Gen.G can't stay the way they are. Getting the read that Gen.G's playing this offense like a defense. The classic Forsaken Yoru.
Blown out, jump peek. Not going to be spotting anything here. So for now, PaperX still trying to really get a read on what Gen.G's movement's going to look like. This does send Forsaken back over towards this A site. So 3-man stack there, but the operator still posted up from something. They have to be ready for this. There's texture off the back of it. Yeah, he does get shot through it. Manages to stay alive and lock it.
I know exactly.
Throw those heals out. Now another neural theft. Second one for Meteor so far here in the game. Coming down. It's going to be a little bit of a bait and switch attempt here with the teleporters, but yet still hovering nearby. Shot sent on that entry. Tucks back into his lamps.
Yet now stuck in lamps. No one there to back him up just yet.
Shot fly with it's actually Yet finding a kill. Count on going to be taken down. Extra quick on that reply as Meteor just dancing around inside of the cyber cage, and as the kills come in, cleanup will be there. Four members still standing. Answering back with a fifth round win.
That's a really well read round. A quick adjustment to PaperX. As soon as PaperX starts to pressure the initial default Gen.G just cuts all audio, doesn't invest more util, creeps up.
पता नहीं रे मेरे को मॉर्निंग का duelist वैसा वाला नहीं लगता है.
But it's going to be that entry point. Jing का replacement है. They want to suss out this operator. They get it correctly, and that's what you get when you're not using something like the Razer the Jet. You just have to escape.
Jing के level का नहीं.
Munchkin following those seekers.
नहीं Jing का level का बात नहीं. भाई Jing और Forsaken दोनों बहुत duo कर चुके हैं. मॉर्निंग अभी भी है. लेकिन उसका कंट्रोलर बहुत सेक्सी था. वो जैसा ओमन साइफर सब खेल के जो वो करता था ना स्पेस.
Right above the Trailblazer.
Yeah. Finding Texture's head, taking him down, eats a bit of damage here. I'm spamming through the cyber cage, trying to find the shot. Lockett will be able to get something. That's Forsaken.
Oh, close, man.
Can't do it, but
भाई कैसे? कैसे?
They will shut down the attack. Keep things close.
It's an excellent setup from both Forsaken and Divide. Divide, of course, is backing out, holding the cross from elbow. But it's Forsaken who not only gets the first shot, but sends that fake gate crash early on and keeps him tied up, buys all the time for the backup to come. Showstopper.
Great re-entry from Monyet.
Yeah. Beautiful. Finally getting a little bit of that shining moment as that reads. He's really been thrown into a couple islands here by PaperX. He's finding his footing, and it's a push out for PaperX.
Mosh pit over the top, right off the rim here. As Forsaken goes rushing forward, managing to find one, but the trade back. Better for Gen.G, finding 2 kills. Trailblazer cleared out the molly to try to slow, but Meteor looking forward in the shower. As soon as Mind Freak realizes it,
Stream देख रहा था मेरा. Love you.
नहीं मैंने बोला कोई नहीं देख रहा था ना उधर.
Here for Gen.G, Prowler scouting one, and Monyet was bouncing forward. The boom bobble. Kill off Texture. Meteor finding 3. Again, just 2 charges away from yet another neural theft as Gen.G locking 6 rounds on this attack.
Now, again, looking at the composition, crazy a single controller does sound for either side of Bind. You gotta imagine that all the projectiles they can throw on and execute benefits PaperX a little bit more for the attacking side. But all things considered, it does feel like PaperX is just not used to losing out on these trades. Yeah, they push out. They lose 2 people to 1. You've already invested a molly. You have to use a second one just to buy time. But after that, you have nothing to play. Gen.G does not respect it. They just push through from both showers and A short.
सिर्फ पॉइंट्स के लिए बे.
हाँ वो के पैसे मैंने सुने ही नहीं थे कुछ.
बतूरा बोल रहा था बे कुछ भी प्राइस में.
Not found, but looks like Gen.G not looking to waste any time. Teleporter going to be instantly taken here. So Meteor will be watching the back line.
Woo!
TP actually. Back over towards the defender spawn. Top flash going to be sent down.
God,
not going to be able to regain his vision.
मैं बोला नहीं गलत मारता है बे.
Buying something again.
Plant ले रहा है के लिए.
Pushing forward, but ultimately may have to just call for the save.
Here comes this parties.
You know what's crazy is Texture anti-flashes away from that bite, looking down because it's the Euroflash bounced up on the pop flash and then flicks right back up.
You could have just stopped the sentence after saying Texture.
Yes, he is crazy. You are correct.
Texture
sometimes a little long-winded on my commentary.
Dad, जो लोग अभी भी आए हैं जल्दी से स्ट्रीम को लाइक कर दो. 12 के लाइक्स हो चुके हैं. We can reach 13 के likes.
Tournament of his life. And he's always been great.
भाई full enjoy कर रहा है texture.
Staved off. Texture just making sure there's no attempts at some ninja diffusery going on
कितना
here.
focus दिखता है देखना.
Make his way back out to safety here. Damn near flawless round for Gen.G. Now 7
मेरा वाला knife लगा
rounds on this attack side.
Last ऐसा focus कभी तक मालूम है जब मैं
agree with you in regards to
rank
PRX
खेल रहा था
likely
और
having
40 के लिए थे रेस से.
better legs under them going onto the attack, but
क्या बोलते हैं?
eventually you do hit a point where it feels like it's the point of no
आज
return.
तक 20 किल से ऊपर नहीं
Yeah,
गया.
and I think that's
Guys, Revenant है Kickoff में है ना?
a little bit.
इसके बाद ही
left
उनका
to the
match.
ground and flips right back up. Not surprised about this timeout. You want to get these last 2 rounds. And obviously, I mean, the 7-5 score line, excuse me, is the halfway point as close as you can get without being a 50-50. But really, more than that, as you mentioned, you need something to hold your hope on, and it can't just be
जब time out हुआ है, तब
you need a
कुछ
little bit
हुआ है,
more than
समझ
that,
रहे हो?
especially with a risky composition like this. Just the one brimstone. I mean, that gets so tricky on when and where you use those smokes, because
Texture क्या मार रहा है?
all
Gaff.
3 of those sky smokes
Gaff मार रहा है
have to
Texture.
find
Gaff.
value.
Plenty to be said here from Alex. His last few seconds, getting ready to dwindle out.
ये last time out है ना? वो लोग switch होने के बाद ले सकते हैं क्या दो? नहीं शायद.
नहीं.
Going to be able to happen, whether or not they can try to
OT में ले
rescue
सकते
the
हैं.
remainder of this half. Like you said, 7 and 5.
OT में अलग टाइम होता है लेकिन इसमें throughout match 2 ही होते हैं.
I'd say those are pretty decent odds for them. They need to be able to get these last 2. Showstopper pit available.
बिना कोई tournament
inside of
खेल के
Gen.G.
knowledge तो अच्छा है
Get
इनकी
another
तरफ.
dimensional drift here for Forsaken.
See what value it brings. I feel like, sure, you get some tricky kills now and then already in this match. He's done it before on
Google
split,
करे,
but
come back Google
outside
करे.
of the kills themselves, hasn't been that easy to find amazing
अभी भी time लग
value
रहा है.
for
Chat से
space.
पढ़े.
Gen.G's been fairly prepared for it.
Gate crash back over. Forsaken joining in. Now they hear that Trailblazer coming, and that's going to be the rotation as well.
घुस गया.
Over to the side.
ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया Texture में.
Respecting the poison damage since the
खुद
Showstopper
double damage का है मेरा हो गया भाई.
was kind of going to be stuck within that smoke. Tries to push out, but able to find the kill. To get him down, the pin's going to be invested. Thrash jumping forward. Doesn't get the detain onto anybody.
भाई boombot है नेड है.
नेट डालो.
Looks to just slow him up. Forsaken jump in the corner, however, catching Lakia with util in hand. Takes him down with the shorty. Draws down that Phantom. Finds another kill. Meteor now gone.
ये ulti गलत है
Force
बे.
to the other side. The tap onto the spike. The swing out. Munchkin gets
Oh,
something will be able to clean up.
Wow, Munchkin
5-7,
with the flat 2, and then
उससे
something
दो
to
मारे
answer
थे,
right
इससे
back
भी
as
दो
they line up
मारे.
through the tube. It could have been disaster. I
अबे,
didn't mind
Viper
the
का
idea
team
of
बहुत
them
मारा
out with
मैंने,
the
lol.
fake diffuse, but
जल्दी
lining
team में
up
ले
like
लो.
that against someone like
वाह,
Munchkin and Charon. A risky endeavor.
I need to see that one back here. As Texture trying to find the value here in that Odin spamming through lab.
गलत मारता है बे
Good
गलत.
covering fire from Divide.
भाई
गलत.
gun change करके वापस.
हाँ क्या था?
I mean,
Something
रहा
with
Binks
those
एक
2
नंबर
kills
का.
in the back end. Whew. Bailing them out when it looked like it was going to be very painful. PRX now up to 4.
still have that dimensional drift as well. The Odin for the pressure.
Oh,
no!
my God.
How does he win out against both?
Well, speaking of 4s, I believe that's the 4th year-old step from Meteor.
मीटर भाई में कुछ
In this
बात
half.
तो है.
Not the spot on a mind freak. Flash goes in. He swings around the box. Meteor now.
मैं
Maybe looking
सफर
for
खेल रहा
an
कल
ace.
से.
Some of the crowd start chanting it. Forsaken sprinting around, trying to identify the positions here of the Gen.G members. Odin in hand, just wants to start slow swinging onto the box. They double
Oh,
face him.
indeed.
Able to take him down. No ace to be found.
Nice,
4K and a
nice
flawless
half,
round. I'm
nice
sure
half.
Meteor
भाई
is more than
सेक्सी
happy.
खेल है यार Gen.G.
Sexy भाई.
सेक्सी खेल है मजा आ गया मजा आ गया मजा आ गया. सेक्सी खेल है.
भाई अगर
Absolutely
Gen.G first round
nasty double
निकलती
kill
है
for Meteor
भाई
to open that
जीत
up.
गई
I'm not quite
या
sure
फिर
if
comeback
that first
है
shot
इसका.
from PRX was intentional or not. It could have
पहला
worked in
round
their
से बस.
favor to
पहला
try to
round
beat out
हाँ,
the swing. They
बहुत
had the
important
double.
है
They were already spread out. But Meteor just too quick. I
भाई
mean,
Meteor और
he's
Texture
not
का भी duo है
stranger
ना,
to having
sexy
to
है
swing
वो.
out and win these impossible rounds, impossible fights.
ये
He is
दोनों
so
का duo
used to
sexy है.
fighting these
मिलता तो
1vx
कहाँ पे रहते
situations.
हैं?
That's a chin.
अपना duo भी एक टाइम पे
Frowning and
खौफनाक
smiling
था.
simultaneously.
फिर अब clubs में गए.
Oh,
फिर आप
no.
बुड्ढे हो
So the
गए.
PRX
आपकी उम्र हो गई आपसे एम नहीं हो रहा.
हाँ? हाँ? काहे हंस रहे हो मैडम इतना? एक साथ बजा के ट्राई करते हैं स्ट्रिक्स?
रुक बता
मैं रेडी हूँ।
मैं भी बोल
कर तू चालू कर
3 2 1
Needs to begin right here.
भूत वाला लग रहा था 3 साथ में
Monsters run back ahead of
चौथा
them.
भी आवाज आ रहा था
They'll
मेरे को
extend
कहाँ
this
से तो।
into the fifth final map of Breeze. For now, I mean, it's just been such a dominant showing. I mean, 12 rounds played, 5 deaths only for Meteor.
सुबह मिस मंग अभी सेक्स बाय माफ करे सिर्फ सीडिंग ने टीम विल विन द टूर्नामेंट दैट विल गेट 3 सर्कल पॉइंट व्हिच इज नीडेड टू क्वालीफाई फॉर चैंपियंस। ओह
What a pick.
लेकिन वहां पे भी तो
Against
पॉइंट्स
this
रहेंगे
competition and this
मास्टर्स
team
में।
of PRX. Another good example of how to just turn a crazy cracked duelist aimer into another stable role here.
See what PRX want to do ultimately for now. Everybody very fanned out. Cypher Util set up here on the A side.
Like,
Meteor still going to be playing over towards B. Seems like they're very much expecting.
गलत रीड है
PRX are going to end up going
गलत
towards
रीड।
the site as okay, Lakia. Pixel out of place spotted. Mind Freak sending a warning shot. Now the forces of PRX start gathering up, getting ready to attack the A site.
Yeah, I mean the A site, even the spy cam and everything set up for a retake. You see that deep tripwire. They just want to know if backside is taken or not. Munchkin will try to get some shots in.
He does.
Actually, a lot.
smoke के तरह something
Last
को low
spot
कर
hand
दिया।
up on top of the box. Still wants to try to send down that bite. He's greeting for
Oh
Red. And the thing comes in. He wins out of bullets.
भाई नेड भी
Munchkin able
था।
to win out. Goes for the reload.
नेड नहीं डाल रहा
Pretty
था वो
decent advantage here for the side of Gen.G, considering the damage already out onto something. Texture now swinging around from behind. Mind Freak
चारों flank
tucked away, backing away from that smoke for the time being.
चलेगा वो लोग ने सिटी ले लिया।
As Meteor
4
finding
seconds फ्री में
Forsaken,
मर गया।
swinging out to the side. Munchkin now coming up with another one, finishing the
stick
shot that he started. Comes up with a kill. Meteor, however, getting distracted. A nice little tug of war coming through as Texture
Last player
falls.
standing.
ये राउंड
Lakia,
कैसे
last
जीत
one
सकता
standing
है?
by, rushing forward, and he gets it. The half already finished, but either way, he had all the time in the world.
ये राउंड कैसे जीत सकते हैं Gen.G?
Lakia, the last one
Actually,
standing,
ये
as
round PRX का था
Gen.G
बे।
move up to 9.
4
It's
second
such a
shot
good
से
setup
ऊपर
from
नहीं गया मर
Gen.G.
गया।
हाँ फ्री में
Abusing
मरा
the
वो।
fact that Cypher, obviously global utility, sets it up in A, but not to delay. Even the toxic screen, it's not meant to delay. It's just meant to
इसमें
make sure
onion
that the retake is
bullet
easier. I
खत्म
mean, they get the free
भाई
kill,
ये लोग
but they're
क्या
really
फोर्स
no
करेंगे?
odds on yet. But they
Come
have
back
the
here.
set up, the spy
हाँ।
cam set up to make sure that PRX can't find a good
प्लांट
post-plant
में लैग कर
position.
सकता है।
And Munchkin feels good
Energy
about
आ रहा है,
that.
energy
What
आ
a
रहा है।
read, what a call from the IGL.
एनर्जी आ रहा है Gen.G में।
नहीं क्या
And a
force नहीं
good
किया।
first kill. Shoves Mind Freak out into showers, and now PRX, they can't. They're not going
यार
for the
मैंने
force.
3-1 PRX बोला था, 3-1 Gen.G हो रहा है यार।
They're on around the corner. There's the push in. There's one there.
Oh,
Easy to call out with the judge.
The long range support from the Guardian as well.
Just looking to shut them out of this one. Tucks away. The Prowler coming through. Munchkin. He'll get
भाई
himself a
कैरन
second.
भाई भी
Aaron gets the
सेक्सी
third.
खेलते हैं
A
भाई।
flawless
ये
anti-eco.
गेम से शॉटगन निकालनी चाहिए।
Gen.G now up
क्यों
to
भाई?
double digits. 3
क्या है
rounds
भाई
away.
कूद कूद के
स्प्लिट
मारो।
में मस्ट है भाई वो
Becoming the
गन
kings of the
स्प्लिट में।
kickoff.
You play enough games on stage, and even a cracked gamer like Kara is going to be using the judge as well, getting the full Valorant experience. Playing like a cracked aimer, swinging out on those wide swings, sometimes
Oh.
playing like a Rat King, and he'll do it all.
Flawless.
I mean, what do you do as PRX? You don't even have many chances here. Just finally the buy round, and you're already down 6 rounds.
Not many chances and no timeouts as well to work with. All of them having to be burned within those first 10 rounds.
Oh no.
Push out, the turn from the flash.
मेरा हो गया।
2 kills now, 3
मेरा
rebounds.
हो गया।
Good answer back here. Something and divide. Find one apiece. Divide now finding himself a
मेरा हो गया भाई।
भाई
मेरा हो गया भाई।
They are looking to finish, dude. They're looking to
भाई
finish
ये
this.
रैपिड कैसे निकाला?
भाई क्या पुश किया
Continue to
बे।
stride towards the throne.
It's just
क्या
as
push
if that they
किया
have
बे।
switched souls. This is
भाई ये
how
बेस्ट लगा, स्मोक
PRX
डाल
used
के
to
पॉप
play.
फ्लैश करो, घुस
Absolute
जाओ।
disrespect,
Oh.
knowing that you can win every duel. Look at just how confident Texture is.
Gen.G क्या खेल रही है
This
भाई?
man
भाई
just
टेक्सचर
does
MVP
not
भी
lose
लेकिन
this
हाँ।
week.
It's like
हाँ।
he's constantly playing with neural theft. Just knows
Yeah.
every single angle they're going to peek from.
टिबैक ने करना था।
I mean, this could be the start to just one heck of an insane year for Texture.
Prowler in, but Snakebite to delay. Paint shells. Where those ones went. Full flash though on to Munchkin. Drop in, Lakia lurking. Outside Garden, managing to find one, something with the Guardian. However, able to get Texture, but now Meteor arrives. Forsaken, no HP. Karon.
By साथ
He's gonna shut it down. 7 health remaining. The rookie versus the Fed. The rookie stands tall.
Karon
Needed that one.
भाई मैं बोल रहा हूँ बे
Now at series point.
जैसा Forsaken और something घुसता है ना वैसा
This
Forsaken
squad
और Money
is
नहीं घुसता
building something insane.
पहले मैच का क्या स्कोर था?
Pedly do वाला चाहिए पहला मैच Gen.G जीता था
क्या स्कोर था? क्लोज तक ही
13-11
Played through so many matches, all going the full distance. I don't think we can say that this is just a kickoff thing. I think they are building towards an absolute monstrous year.
Missing Jing यार हाँ यार
And if they get the 3 championship points right off the bat, going to Masters of Madrid at the higher seed.
ठीक है नाइस ट्रेड
One step forward.
ये लोग को 1 पॉइंट मिलेगा ना शायद PRX को
हाँ और जितने लोगों को 3 मिलेगा
3 मिलेगा
Taken away from the team.
Oh yeah, monster on the loose.
चैंपियंस तो जाएगी PRX क्या बोलते
Trying to
हो
avoid detection. Orbital strike sent in from Karon, just delaying. Monyet up in front of it. Being decayed down lower and lower. Lamps the target here as Texture tries to make his way out the safety. He barely does. Flash from Lakia. The drag across. Finds one. Munchkin swinging the corner. Finds another. Mind freaking Monyet. Fight back. Now it's just down to Monyet and something. The TP is going to be used. Karon. The classic in hand. Surely not like this. He finds one.
No way, bro.
What in the world?
3 HP separating the 2 remaining
Let's go Money भाई
उनसा रेस भी
अरे नेट डाल के प्लान करता
for Texture.
Planted.
Plant comes down. Texture playing it patiently.
I think Texture wins.
Chat सब अपना अपना ट्वीट पॉलिश रखो मत करो यार
Not getting a sense of this at all, but now
डिफॉल्ट नहीं कर रहा है स्क्वायर का
he's got it done. 13 to 4.
भाई जीत गए बे
Texture will get the defuse as AORUS start the celebrations. Gen.G, they have controlled.
मोनी भाई नेट थोड़ा नेक्स्ट गेम के लिए हो
And they are the kings of the Pacific Kickoff.
गेम प्ले तो है भाई Gen.G
गेम प्ले तो है
Every single player on this
इनसे ही खेले लेकिन इन लोग
भाई वो लोग टूर्नामेंट से बाहर होते होते बचते बचते 8-12 से कमबैक मारा था याद है 8-12 से कमबैक मार के यहाँ पे फाइनल जीत गए बे
लेकिन बहुत इंसेन खेला है Gen.G ने
बाप खेला
अबे लाकिया का दिमाग तो है पर मानना पड़ेगा
Struggled so much in the opening debut season of VCT Pacific. The 4-0 start into the cataclysmic fall to obscurity. They came into this season with many a question mark surrounding the roster, the decision making,
the
decision to pick up a player who had never even had the opportunity
भाई
to
Karon
prove
का
himself in any
पहला है
capacity with Karon. And now he himself, this
Karon
young gun,
actually बहुत
this
अच्छा खेला
rookie,
actually
हाँ बे
in his debut on any stage is a royal roader. Fist bumps abound between the two squads. Obviously, for PRX, we still will be
Karon
seeing
भाई
more
को
of
अभी
them.
सारे
They
टीम
will be
उठाएंगे
going
बे
over to Masters
सारे
Madrid alongside
अबे
Gen.G
नहीं ये
as the
टीम
Lord
अच्छी
forward
ये
from
टीम अगर
VCT
सेम रही ना
Pacific.
जीत जाएगी भाई
But with a lot more pressure and a lot more doubt.
मैं वही बोला अगर ये टीम एक साल टिकेगी ना
likely than ever
सेम लाइनअप
before.
गलत मारेंगे
Absolutely astounding here from Gen.G. And an incredibly well-deserved
वन
win.
क्यों किया
फर्स्ट है
इससे 2 किया अभी
2 क्या
इसने पीस किया पीसफुली फर्स्ट है विक्ट्री
As the home crowd
नेक्स्ट टाइम
continues to go
सेकंड
like
आएगा आज
more than
फर्स्ट
fun.
है
That will just about do it for myself. here.
यार
It's an
मैंने
absolute pleasure to guide
3-1
you guys
बोला था
through these 4
PRX
But I will get ready to hand it over to my
कैसे?
who's getting ready to take to the stage and talk to these players about this
3-1 कैसे
absolutely
बोला जब Gen.G
incredible
2 जीत
feat
चुकी
of a
थी?
victory
स्टार्टिंग में दिया था
that
ना
they
सारे
have managed to
प्रेडिक्शंस
pull off.
अच्छा
चालू
As
होने
this
से
was
पहले ही
not only just confident but absolutely dominant
PRX 0
from the
points
side
क्या
of Gen.G. Texture, Meteor, looking incredible the whole way throughout. The whole team putting up
एलेक्स
figures, but
भाई
now
सॉरी
I'll pass
लेकिन
it
आज
over to
बिग्स
William.
भाई
Take it
के
away.
स्टार्ट चल रहे थे गेम में
मीटियोर के इसमें हार्ड लिखा है
भाई लेकिन मजाक सेट कर भाई मोने भाई को ओमेन यार कितना प्यारा खेलते थे
अबे मोनिया की गलती नहीं है
अरे वो वाला W नहीं होता यार जो पहला देखते
जो
थे
बिंग अपना जिंक्स करता था ना
Ready, looking excited. We gotta hear how does it feel to be a royal roader here in the VCT. 먼저 카론 선수 벌써 마이크를 잡고 계신데요. 와 이번에 처음에
कैमरा वाला कांप रहा है भाई
로더로서 젠지 선배 형님들과 우승을 차지하셨습니다. 지금 기분이
अभी भी कांप रहा है भाई
기분이 일단 매우 좋습니다.
너무
कैमरा भाई बात कर रहा हूँ
Last year Rossi defeated
너무 들뜨셔가지고
HK Rossi Asian Demon Shara भाई
Can I just say I feel
Best of luck ऐसे
and I asked him, aren't
comparison
you
के
just
लिए
too calm? He's like, it's just the emotions. It's coming over me. Well, I just want to hear what it was like just growing up throughout this past week. 이번 이제 8일간 경기를 하면서 좀 얼만큼 본인이 성장을 하셨다고 느끼시나요?
일단은 처음에는 사실 좀
What is
긴장되다
going to-
보니까 말도 안 나오고
अबे EMEA चल रहा है अभी ये
진짜 답답해가지고 그냥
आज सेक्सी गेम से
너 총만 쏴
भाई
제발
सेक्सी गेम से
총만
आज
쏴 이랬는데 약간
Translate,
이제는
translate,
그
무슨 जानते हैं?
말뜻을 이해를 하게 됐어요.
Vitality जीतेगा
알겠습니다. So can I just say, you know, in the beginning, I said it before, but I like couldn't go in the comms. I didn't know what to say.
Foot का भी है Carmine
and all
और
my teammates
Foot
just said, just please shoot your damn gun. And then I think I finally get it now. I think I know why they were saying
और
that. I
कौन
think
सा
I'm catching on.
Liquid versus
playing at
कोई
the pro level. Well, let's hear from the other players as well.
Liquid का मैच
Next, it's
सेक्सी है
Lakia.
Vitality का मैच Vitality easy win है
Okay, one more thing.
Vitality easy win है
그러니까 제가 여기까지 오면서 도와준 형이 이제 좀 부탁한 게 있는데 샤라우트 인파 많이 이제 인파 형들
अबे मेरा पेट नेम कैसे पता है इसको
그러니까
जी हाँ
제가
सिर्फ
여기에 아마추어
इंपा
까지의
Love you
도와준
shout out के लिए मेरी जान
정말 너무 고마워
मेरा पेट है
가지고
लोड़े
얘기를 이걸 하고 싶었습니다.
아유,
가람,
네, 네.
가람.
아유, 너무 훌륭하십니다. 또 이것까지 기억해 주시고. So Karen just wanted to say one thing to a man who's been helping him all the way up to grow into a pro player, and it's Inpa. Some of you who've been following VCT career
Yeah.
for a long time might remember him. He played in a couple teams in the very beginning.
T69
was on the
हो गया,
cast for the
Paratroops
Korean
हो गया.
side, but a shout out to Inpa as well. Now let's
Thank
hear
you.
from Lakia, a man who is no stranger to the international stage, but it has been a long time coming. Let's hear his thoughts. 라키아 선수 뭐 물론
Emmet versus Fnatic?
확정이 되었지만
नहीं.
이제 우승까지 차지하면서 다시 한번
Vitality
정말
दिख रहा है.
오랜만에 정상에 오르는 이 기분이 어떠신가요?
3년 만이네요. 이게 진짜 딱 3년 만인데 일단
आज है ही नहीं Fnatic का मैच
너무나도 잘한다는
कैसे नहीं है भाई
선수들과 같이 해서
टीम
이렇게
से
우승을
बची
해서
नहीं है
너무나 기쁘고요. 그리고 이 퍼시픽에서 저희가 1등을 했다는 것에 대해서 너무나 감격스럽고
आज है ही नहीं
진짜
Fnatic
지금까지
भाई
응원해 주셨던 팬분들에게 너무 감사하고 너무 네 행복합니다.
아, 네, 감사합니다.
ये व्हीलर छुट्टियां बना रहा है क्या भाई Fnatic का मैच है क्या पहले some decisions texture on Rossi in same team nah रे बाबा it doesn't work रे बाबा they played as a team they won समझ रहे हो ऐसा नहीं चलता कि भाई उनके 4 प्लेयर्स दे दो अभी हम लोग रॉसी खेला लेंगे हम लोग जीत जाएंगे ऐसा नहीं चलता मत करो ये सब म्यूट मत कर सॉरी
Proven that he is the best duelist here in VCT Pacific. I want to
अबे
know,
Fnatic
Texture,
का
do you have
मैच है
anything
अभी
to tell all the other duelists out in the world?
कितने बजे?
텍스처 선수
40 मिनट में
물론 한국 내에선 항상
अच्छा
너무나
टाइम है
훌륭한
बीच में
선수다,
ब्रेक
너무나
दिए
훌륭한
10
타격
40
선수다
मिनट
이런
में
말이
कैसे
있었지만
6:30 का है
드디어
चालू
이제 퍼시픽에서 증명했습니다. 내가 퍼시픽 최고다. 그렇다면
참
마드리드를
드라곤
향해서 전 세계에 있는 타격대 선수들을 향해서 혹시 해주실 말씀이 있으신가요?
अरे उनका स्ट्रीम 1 घंटे पहले के लिए स्केड्यूल होता है ना पहले हम लोग को बात करते हैं
기다리세요.
아, 그냥 딱
नहीं
기다리고만
है।
있으면 되나요? 아,
गलत है भाई वो क्वालिफाइड है हाँ बे
Just wait right there. I'll be right
Emmet
there.
हार
All right,
चुका है
Texture,
और Fnatic
bring us
जीत
the
चुका है
confidence. 아,
इसका
텍스처
पैसा
선수에게
ब्रैकेट
한마디만 더 묻겠습니다. 텍스처
Fnatic
선수도
by
사실
mistake 이렇게
뭐 정상급 선수다 이런 얘기가 많았지만 드디어 이렇게 많은 분들 앞에서
Okay,
증명할 수
Steven.
있는 지금의 소감은 어떠신가요?
इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट नहीं किया
어떻게 해야 될지도 모르겠는데 한 4년째죠. 4년째 동안 이제
누브루
우승이라는 것도 생각도 못 해보고 되게 힘들었었거든요. 근데 그래도 저는 이 게임이 너무 좋아서 계속 열심히 했었다가
क्या हुआ?
그냥 일단 4년 동안 해왔던 게 좀 이제 보상받은 느낌 제 자신한테.
I wanna hear what he's saying.
I love you, Binks.
너무 축하드립니다.
And my mom and dad.
So Texture just wanted to say, you know, it's been 4 long years, 4 years where I couldn't even dream about being a champion. And to be up here finally, you know, as a title holder, as the winners of Pacific Kickoff, I just can't believe it, and I just feel like all that time and hard work paid off. Because for me, I've just been playing in VCT because I really love the game.
Cuties.
Well, now all that love and passion paying off for Texture, heading to Masters Madrid, of course, as that
Texture
higher
by
seed
respect.
here from VCT Pacific. Next, as we give
Opa
a little bit
bhai.
of time for Texture,
Good to see
we're
you,
gonna hear from
Munchkin,
Munchkin, the
Valorant,
IGL. Now,
Valorant,
Munchkin, I
Yay!
have a hard-pointed question for you. You said in the
Munchkin
Emerge
IGL,
video
Kenny.
that you wanted to prove that the direction you want to take a team in is the correct way, that
Munchkin
your
hai?
vision was the correct
bola
way.
na
Do
Munchkin
you
the
feel that
IGL.
that was
Chat में मेरे
proven
को
enough
चूतिया बना है।
today and this past week? 네, 이번 대회 준비하면서 그 이머지 비디오에서 영상에서 먼치킨
락게 नहीं है
선수가 나는 증명하고 싶다.
네,
내가
먼치킨
알고 있는 방향, 내가 믿고 있는 방향과 비전이 맞는 비전이다. 증명하고 싶다고 하셨었는데
बेटा
이번
अभी
대회로
भी
좀
सेंटी
증명이
है
쉽다고 생각하시나요?
일단 제 방향성이 옳아서 정말 이겼다고 생각하진 않고요.
English में भी बोलो
제
ना,
방향성을 좋게
translator.
이끌어주신 이제 감독 코치님들한테 너무
I also love
될수
Binks.
있도록 항상 도와주는
And then I want to thank mom and
네, 또
dad.
겸손하시기까지도. 네. So Munchkin saying, I don't actually believe it was necessarily my direction and my beliefs, but more so our coaching staff who really believed in that and then actually molded me and
भाई
that
मेरे को भी
direction
क्रेडिट
further
मिलेगा क्या?
into a title
किस खुशी में
winning
भाई?
team.
मैंने
Thank
3-1
you so
मिलेगा।
much to
3-1
Munchkin.
PRX
And
बोला
of course,
था।
next, it's Meteor, another player who
तेरे को
had a
PRX
little bit
वाले
of
की तरफ
taste
से
of that
गाली
international
पड़ेगी।
stage, but
कितना
now on a
से-
different position. What is that like to try to
Trophy
go
नहीं
back
है
to the
नहीं
top on a different age and different position? 네, 메테오 선수도 물론 탑까지 한번 올라가 보고 뭐 저희 국제 무대에도 나가 봤었지만 오랜만에 이제는 다른 포지션으로 또 진출을 하시면서 이 타이틀을 가져가셨습니다. 그런 변화를 통해서 또 한번 우승을 거머쥐는 기분은 어떠신가요?
일단 사실 이번 시즌에 젠지가 저 혼자로 시작을 했는데 이렇게 영광스럽게 또 우승까지 했고 지금 제 옆에 있는 동료들이 너무 자랑스럽고 그리고 항상 뒤에서 응원해주시는 팬분들 그리고 제 가족 이제 부모님과 제 동생 텐텐 그리고 여름이까지 항상 너무 고맙다고 전해주고 싶고요. 마드리드까지 가서 이제 좋은 성적을 낼 수 있도록 더 열심히 노력하겠습니다.
Alex, bye, love you.
감사합니다. So first of all, obviously, I was the lone remaining member of
मैंने कितना
Gen.G,
zero latency
and to
use किया
come into
पता है?
this together with a new team and to
Zero.
win again, it feels great. I want to thank obviously everyone on the team, the
एक ने off
coaching
लिया
staff,
था
but also
मैंने
my
बोला
family, my
भाई का
parents, my
off
brother, and
देख
the
रहे
entire
हो
family
भाई
as well,
ओ
and really
पी का
helping
ओ में
cheer
निकल
for us
गया
all the way
उसका
here, and of course
एक
all
बार
the
पट
fans
से आके
who
मार
are
के गया
cheering for us
उसको
all from behind. Well, now let's move on to the coaching staff.
Credits
And
denied,
HSK,
PRX
a
and
man
Binks.
of
Sorry,
mystery
sorry.
for a lot of our
Gen.G से
global
दिला।
fans, but surely a man of a bit of a history himself here in Asia and Korea. I want to ask, as someone who, you know, didn't have much to prove and to say to your
Only
name
legends
starting
know.
last year as a coach in VCT Pacific,
Yeah,
what was
analytic
the
coach.
pressure like, and do you feel like you finally overcame
के
it
last
by
two
taking this
tweets
first
देखो।
title? 네, HSK 코치님, 작년부터
카메라
이제 코칭 스태프로
코치
다시
라이트 사이드
돌아와
올라요.
주셨는데 사실 성적이 그렇게 좋지는 않았습니다. 그래서 부담이 많으셨을 것 같은데 이번에 준비 과정에서 부담은 좀 어떠셨는지 그리고 이제는 좀 그 부담을 떨쳐낼 수 있는 자신감이 생기셨는지 궁금합니다.
사실 부담감은 조금 있었는데 저희 선수들 한 명 한 명 찾으면서 진짜 다들 너무 잘해가지고 생각보다 부담은 빨리 떨쳤는데 그 약간 어딘가 모를 걱정이 조금 있었는데 솔로 형이 오고 나서 이제 약간 팀적으로 확실히 하나가 됐다 이런 게 느껴지고 나서부터는 진짜 어느 매치를 해도 지지 않을 것 같은 이런 생각이 들었고 이번 경기를 통해 이번 대회를 통해서 더 확실히 느끼게 된 것 같습니다.
네, 알겠습니다. So yeah, there was some pressure, but not too much, to be very honest. However, I felt like there was something missing as we were preparing during the off season because we knew we had all the right players.
एक बार
We knew
बोल दो
individuals
मेरा
were good.
बैंक
However,
अकाउंट खाली हो
once
जाए।
we got Solo to join us as the head coach, that's when I felt we came together as a team. The complete package was there. I started to feel we just can't lose a match. And now having gone through kickoff, I firmly believe we've really really reach that perfect four. Well, last but not least, our head coach Solo. Of course, a long time coming.
Head coach,
and I just want to ask, now returning to the international stage, but with some players who have never been there, traveling internationally for a VCT tournament, what are your expectations and what do you want to tell your players who have helped come all the way here to the top? 이제 오랜만에 다시 국제 무대로 우승팀으로서 진출하시는데 사실 몇몇 선수들은 국제 무대 경험이 아직 없으십니다. 그래서 그런 부분에 대해서 좀 어떤 기대감 또는 선수분들께 좀 어떤 말을 이 자리를 통해서 전하시고 싶은지 또 이 자리까지 함께 올라올 수 있었던 선수들한테 한마디 부탁드리겠습니다.
일단 선수들이 너무 잘해줘서 우승해서 기분이 좋고
मेरे को पता नहीं था ये दोनों बिंक्स इतना प्यार करते हैं
또 세계 대회라고 생각을 하기 때문에
आज कन्फेस करना
충분히 적응은 다 했다고 생각을 하고 있고요. 마드리드 가서도 저희가 부족한 맵들 그리고 부족한 부분들을 보완해가지고 최대한 좋은 성적 내도록 열심히 해보겠습니다.
네, 다시 한번 큰 박수 부탁드립니다. So Solo just wants to say he considers Pacific an international tournament as well. So he thinks the experience has now been scored up for the entire team. And they just have to work on a couple more maps, a couple more parts that they can push weaknesses, and they'll try to show the best results that Gen.G can bring home. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is your champion team here at VCT Pacific Kickoff, which does mean that they get the 3 championship points early on in the year to kick things off, all the way heading to champions here in Seoul, and of course the higher seed for Masters Madrid as well. 네, 다시 한번 저희 킥오프 챔피언팀 젠지입니다. 이렇게 해서 젠지는 올해의 시작을 챔피언십 포인트 3점을 먼저 가져가면서 챔피언스를 향한 첫 걸음을 딛게 되고요. 또한 마스터즈 마드리드를 향해서 이제 저희 위의 시드권을 가지고 갈 수 있습니다. 네, 아직 여기 끝이 아닙니다. 네, 저희 MVP도 선정을 해야겠죠. So next, it's our MVP of the VCT Pacific Kickoff. And ladies and gentlemen, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? 네, 이번 MVP는 바로 카론 선수입니다. Congratulations, Karon, the rookie coming in as the MVP of Pacific.
Karon MVP
that he will be the MVP who will be able to give out 2 giveaways to our fans. It's going to be the
सपोर्ट वाले MVP बन रहे
भाई ऐसा मत बोलो टेक्सचर भाई वापस रोएंगे टेक्सचर कैसे दिए
अबे टेक्सचर फिर भी MVP लिया mouse as well. Before we go on with that, we want to hear just one more word from Karon. 네, 카론 선수와 MVP로서 또 한 마디만 더 같이 나누겠습니다. 이 마이크로 같이 하겠습니다. So I just want to ask, okay, we heard how it was as, you know, a rookie of Royal Rotor. What's it feel like to be the best player right now in Pacific? 네, 저희가 뭐 우승팀, 뭐 루키, 로열 로더 다 얘기를 나눴는데 이제는 확정이 됐습니다. 퍼시픽에서 내가 최고다. 기분이 어떠신가요?
उसका फर्स्ट टूर्नामेंट है ना?
좀 믿기지가 좀 않는데 저는 저 말고
नहीं वो बंदा चौक पे
잘한 거라 생각을 하거든요.
कैरन MVP कैसे इसलिए बोलने पा रहा है समझ रहा
좋네요.
So Karon just saying, I just can't believe it because I really feel like it was a team effort. It wasn't just me. But I just want to say, you know, anything that he wants to say to our fans, not just here, but surely worldwide now as well. 그러면 마지막 기회로 저희 혹시 현장에 계신 팬분들 외에도 지금 전 세계적으로 카론 선수를 향한 관심이 굉장히 많아지고 있거든요. 그래서 전 세계 많은 그 팬분들께도 사인하시기 전에 전 세계 많은 팬분들께도 한마디만 더 부탁드리겠습니다.
일단은 팬분들의 응원 덕에 이긴 게 아닌지. 왜냐면은 계속 응원을 해주시고 무엇보다도
जिनका ट्वीट देख कैसे देखो मोबाइल बंद हो गया
열심히 하겠다는 생각이
फोन चार्ज करूंगा अभी
그러다 보니까 이 자리까지 더 최선을 다해서 그렇게 살아온 것 같습니다. 한데 더 최선을 다해야죠.
You finished with desserts?
제가 원하는 목표를 이루기 위해 더 열심히 해야죠.
So I just want to say, I think it's probably thanks to the fans that I'm able to get here that they
love
helped
you.
me reach the best that I can show. But I think there's more. I always have to strive for more. I want to show even better performances. So once again, a big round of applause for your MVP of VCT Pacific Kickoff. It's Karon. 저희 카론 선수 MVP를 위해서 다시 한번 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 이렇게 해서 카론 선수는 이 펄서 마우스 2개의 사인을 직접 현장에서 해주시면 저희 이 마우스를 저희 팬분들께 저희가 드리도록 하겠습니다.
दो माउस गिव अवे कर रहा है, ये स्पॉन्सर है ना इनका।
मेरे को चाहिए, मेरा खराब है।
जिंग ने क्या ट्वीट किया बता ना।
क्या ट्वीट किया?
वही तो पूछ रहा हूँ, मेरा फोन ऑफ है।
पल्सर का 2 माउस गिव अवे कर रहे हैं।
हाँ वेरी नाइस। जिंग ने क्या ट्वीट किया लेकिन।
It's okay. PRX trophy 1, Gen.G cardboard 1.
कार्डबोर्ड मतलब?
कार्डबोर्ड मतलब Gen.G कार्डबोर्ड बोला।
वैसा
क्या?
ट्रॉफी नहीं मिला ना ये लोग को जीतने पे भी।
Gen.G को कार्डबोर्ड मिला भी।
सिर्फ लिख के है कि विनर भाई जिंग भाई। लव यू यार।
पर PRX को कब ट्रॉफी मिला?
लास्ट टाइम फॉर्मेट वैसा नहीं था ना। बाप रे बढ़िया था। अच्छा
ट्वीट है। जिंग स्मार्ट है भाई।
जिंग स्मार्ट है और है भी क्यूट, कोई हेट भी नहीं देगा। बात तो है। लव यू यार जिंग, सबसे क्यूटेस्ट बंदा लगता है। चलो दैट इज इट फॉर टुडे। अभी मिलते हैं EMEA पट से मैं शेड्यूल करने वाला हूँ। सियास गुड नाइट्स
भाई लोग।
बाय बाय। 6 तो आ रहे हैं EMEA?
नहीं भाई, रैंक राइड
ऐसा बैठ के देखते कर। ठीक है
देखता हूँ।
6 बाय।
बोलो बेटा।
Gen.G जीता है करके आपके लिए एक स्पेशल मैसेज मेरे तरफ से।
नहीं सुनना चल बाय।
तेरे गांड में हाथी का लैंड लौड़े, तेरे गांड में हाथी का लैंड लौड़े लैंड, तेरे गांड में हाथी का लैंड लौड़े लैंड।
तू थोड़ा सा बहन का लोड़ा है क्या?
ये बुड्ढा मेरे बीच में बहुत बोलता है।
थोड़ा सा बहन का लोड़ा है क्या?
बहुत बोलता है ये बुड्ढा।
चलो guys, that is it. I hope you guys had fun watching the Pacific Watch Party stream. Winner आ चुका है। very big congratulations to Gen.G and love you still PRX मेरी जान। अब मिलते हैं ये में करते मिलते। सिया आदियोस, चड्डी पे पादियोस, टेक स्केयर। कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट ट्वीट्स रहेंगे तो मेरे को नीचे टैग कर देना, मैं मेंशंस देख लूंगा। अभी फोन थोड़ा हल्का सा ऑफ है। ठीक है चलो सिया मिलते हैं यार। डन सी ना, चलो बाय।
When there's no hope hiding, no chance concealing what deep down I felt for you. Oh, I regret